Ah, fuck. That was a good one. Ugh. Alright. So normally I don't play the acts on stream because they take fucking forever. But on the last video, someone said I don't play them on stream, so I thought I'd go ahead and play it on stream. We'll also be in the voice chat as well. See if anyone pops up in the meantime, and we'll go ahead and continue. Okay. So right off the bat, Ignis is introduced into the game. So we're going to be doing our pulls for him first. And then we have apparently the base guardian. So I'm assuming this is this already out? Tomorrow is Wednesday, right? So that should be out already. Okay, yeah, so we already have Zack's EX weapon. I secured that one on his first go around. Noctis is the boosted character. That's pretty good. So essentially, we'll be doing our first pity pool. The ideal situation is we are going to get a hold of the weapon relatively quickly. Like, first pool relatively quickly. Zack has come back with his skin.
I'm in Key West. Zim.
I don't know what the hell that means, Alan.
Key West is in Florida, Zim.
Oh, right, Key West. Zack's skin right here. It's not a very good skin, truth be told. But the weapon's pretty cool. I'm not sure if he actually has that weapon in the game or not. Not sure.
I don't know if you've seen the pictures that I sent on the general chat of Key West.
I think I've seen one of them.
Yeah, it's very strange how this place is formed and how it's all around. It's warm here though. It's like over 70 degrees at nighttime.
Mangler, no, in case I need someone to talk to. Well, that's good, Alan. You enjoying the place?
Yeah. What temperature is it for you in California now at the night?
Oh, that's fine.
Because I was told in like Alabama, it's like 30 to 40 degrees. Here it's over 70. It's pretty warm.
I see. Okay, so that's 35 CP. Okay, so 2 copies of 35 CP if I'm mistaken. That is that's not the worst banner. That's not the worst free banner. Okay, how many tickets do I have? Game's not even like gonna give me a fucking chance. They're like, bitch, sit the fuck down. I don't think I have a lot of gold right. Yeah, I don't have a lot of gold right now. So no matter how this turns out, I'm probably not gonna be able to fully max limit break him right now until I farm later on. So we'll go ahead and we'll just go ahead and get that one out of the way. Let's go ahead and sell some shit. Sort by.
But yeah, it feels very comfortable here at night.
Oh, that's good, Alan.
Are you gonna see the Sonic? Are you gonna see the Sonic movie on Friday?
I might. I work Friday, so we'll see. College's pretty good. I have homework I'm slacking on right now, but should be fine. I'll just have to just read a couple of poems and give you my thoughts on them. That's fucking. Yeah, he doesn't need his fucking weapon. We're not gonna build up Tifa on that one. 75,000. 24 of
But
those.
I'm at the tail tip end of Florida, like the very tip of it.
Oh, that's nice, Alan.
Yeah.
I think I need 36,000 to fully max limit break a character, but we already got Ignis's 35 CP twice, so we'll be fine there. Alright, how much base do we have right now? Let's sell some weapon, or let's sell some armor. Do your homework. What is that, blasphemy? Is there a fucking sell all option? There's not a fucking sell all option. I don't understand why this game just doesn't have like decent quality of life. It doesn't have a 10 multi-pull ticket. It doesn't have a sell all bronze. Yeah, Alan's in Miami right now. He was visiting somebody. Oh my goodness. A Miami whore. No, I doubt Alan. I doubt Alan goes around at night. That's when those things usually come out. Or Alan, you been around Miami at night or no?
I'm in nighttime Miami right now. I'm
Like,
outside.
oh, he's outside. Never mind.
I took pictures of it at the night and sent it on the general chat.
I don't know how locations work regarding YouTube and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, it's I can screenshot where exactly I am actually in. It's really it's something oh, here it is. Here's the screenshot. This is the place. It's amazing how this place is formed and how it's shaped the way it is. Very fascinating.
Fucking
So
hell.
here's Key West on the general chat right
Well, Triple,
there.
I guess you're a part of the Discord, Triple. Check out the general chat. Still trying to. Fuck me, how many of these do I fucking have? What the hell?
But there it is. It's close to Havana, Dero. It's close to a lot of those places.
That's
There's
not.
yeah, a lot of people from different countries like to be at this area. It's close to Cuba,
Wait,
Nassau.
wait, hang on. Havana's a place?
It's Havana.
That,
It's close to. It's actually close to Cuba.
I always assumed the song was like. I always assumed that was a made up word, actually.
Yeah,
Not important.
Yeah, there's no
but
other
yeah,
stuff to come in.
Yeah.
She's
it's
home.
close to that
Hmm?
country.
Is she
It's
home?
close to
No, she
Cuba.
went to work.
Are you streaming?
Yeah.
There's a
Well, I
lot
start
of
marking all
Cubans.
day, right?
Hmm.
And my
There's a
coworkers
lot of
tell me, hey, when
Cubans
you
in
take a shower, start out kind of hot, and then go cold and colder and colder. And then I
there,
was like, won't that hurt it more
there's
than
a
playing
lot of
hot? Because it
Cubans.
shocks your nervous system. Because if you go like from hot to really cold all of a sudden, it gives you a jolt, which causes your brain to kind of restart. Low key, yeah. It's not completely gone, and I can feel it still in the background. Like he's like,
Why is he here like, I'm gonna play Dead by Daylight right now?
But
no, I'm
there's
gonna
a
eat
lot of
spaghetti.
Cubans, Puerto
I'm gonna eat
Ricans
mom
here.
spaghetti because my
It's and
palms
there's a
are
lot of people from
sweaty
even
and my arms
here
are weak.
that
Bro,
arrived to
didn't
this
you just
place.
take a fucking shower? How can your palms be sweaty?
Mom spaghetti.
You can't fight your way out of this one. Alright, so how many tickets do I have? I have one ticket. Let's see. Let's see if Destiny will shine on me with one ticket, the Ignis EX.
Oh man, you're on your stream about to play Call of Duty and you're about to play as Ghost?
No, fuck no, I'm not gonna spend money on.
At that moment, Josue knew
But
he was
where-
about to spend money on
but
something
if-
far worse.
Here's the thing: if I'm in Key West, where's Key North, East? I don't think there is one though.
I mean, there might have been one at one point. Maybe they just changed names after a while. Alright, time for the pity pool.
Key
Oh,
North.
God, that. I.
Oh my
this-
goodness, there is a Key North. It's
That
called
that number's
About
gonna
a
go down
Q
so fucking
or
hard.
About Q. It's a restaurant. Key North About Q. That's weird.
I don't know why they named
Key
this up, Alan.
What?
I don't know why they named it that way, Alan. I'm sure there's a reason to change the
I
name.
don't. Key South. Let's see. Key South Real Estate Group, which is in Georgia. Then there
Fucking hell.
Key East.
Please. I have enough, but please don't make me do this. Please. Not the full pity pool. Okay, please. Please, I don't deserve this.
What the crap? The map is going haywire now. When I typed in Key East, it went haywire. It went all over the place.
Okay.
It just went in outer space more than you. I hear wind here. I hear all sorts of wind blowing.
That's an off banner. Okay. Okay, that's the second pool. Sorry, Alan, I'm currently playing a mobile game right now.
I'm seeing a pool right in front of me now.
Apparently, Alan actually sees a genuine pool. I don't know what trailer you're talking about. Reggie, what trailer popped out today? Okay.
Here's
4,
the pool.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Okay. That's good shit. That's good shit. Okay. Okay. That's. Yes. Yes. Thank God. I did not want to have to fucking pity pull this weapon, but yes. I've had this one for fucking ever. Like, I already have this one fully maxed out. In fact, let's go fix that one. Let's go fix that one up right now. Woo! That was bad. Something about 8. Okay. So because I didn't have to pity pull Ignis, I can now pity pull either Golbez or 8.
Do you see the poll? Do you see the poll now?
Alan, do not post a fucking picture of voice chat text. I'm not gonna look at real life locations on stream because I don't know, because they're not on Google, so like, they're not fair use.
Oh, I did not know that. I didn't know about fair use types of stuff.
Yeah, when it comes to real life location, yes, we have 3 of those. All right.
It's not, I mean, it's not showing any real people or anything. It's just an area.
I think it was just about his banner. You're gonna have to be a bit more specific there. Can we fully level this weapon yet or no?
It won't be shown again. But
Nope, not yet.
I didn't know that about fair use though. Really? I mean, I understood
real
that.
life locations, you need permission to use the pictures. Especially unless you're fucking talking about like a constructed thing. Alright, so Zach here is considered to be a freaking god in this game once he gets his purple weapon. So we're going to try and purple Zach's weapon here today. So what do you think we're going to show on Thursday? Oh, right, this Thursday is coming out. We're going to be using Zach again for the first time in a long time. Zach is a fucking beast.
So you know what? I've seen how happy you are in your single player game. But I've decided to challenge you. Okay. Now, but I decided to try the Assassin's Creed game again. Because I already got tired of the Dragons Champions game. Because I'm already at that grind from like 60 to 85. And it's just not fun, you know?
Yeah.
But the Assassin's Creed game,
the fuck is his weapon?
there's no need to compete for grind.
Alright, hang on. Well,
There are star levels though.
damn those star levels. Is that the Zimbro the god?
Why, yes, children. It is I. I have returned to you. You're about to watch Zim suck at Call of Duty.
No, what? No.
Would you all like to see Zim suck at Call of Duty? Type F in chat.
How bad is Zim at Call of Duty?
Alan, you shut your dirty whore mouth.
Oh, does I want to see you suck? If I want to see you suck, you must do it.
Alan, you shut your mouth, boy.
Oh no!
An emperor should only once if every 500 years listen to the will of his people.
Bitch, we're gonna repeat that again.
Technically, we did, but it froze.
Oh, did you hear the announcement of Call of Duty Modern Warfare Season 2? Did you hear that?
Yes, of course I did.
I already bought Season 2.
My brother bought the Season 2 Battle Pass because he's a fucking sellout. What kind of person spends $20 on a Battle Pass? You don't speak.
Look at me, hey, look at me. I did it when Call of Duty Mobile came out and it had Ghost, and I did it again just for Ghost. As soon as it was confirmed that guy's Ghost, I was sold. You didn't even have to show me anything else.
Hang on.
He's like, Ghost, for some reason the Russians are banging each other. Send me somebody to back me up, but somebody useful.
COD, apparently, according to this man here, COD fucking sucks.
To Alan?
No, not Alan. So just one of my subscribers here.
That was
Reggie.
the question. Do you want to see Zim suck at Call of Duty?
Boy, I got new mobile game content I gotta get through.
No, you don't.
I do though.
No. Yeah.
For some reason, is it just me, or is Captain Price becoming more and more of an iconic mascot of a character as time goes by?
Alan, you're fucking crazy if you thought he wasn't iconic to begin with.
He
He's
is.
literally Santa Claus in the Call of Duty mythos.
The man was fucking iconic from where to go, so like, I mean, of course he's gonna be fucking iconic.
Yeah.
COD? Nah. I wouldn't say Call of Duty sucks, but I will say Modern Warfare in particular was not the most
I mean, it was better than Advanced Warfare,
If
Black
the
Ops
game
3.
sucks, obviously Zim's gonna suck at it. Yeah, you know, it's the game's fault, exactly.
It's funny because him sucks at any game.
The Call
Tekken
of
still is
Duty
bro. You want to
Ghost.
show him how you suck ass at Tekken?
The Call of
We don't
Duty
talk about
Ghost.
Tekken. Tekken's a shit game.
The Call of Duty Ghost cliffhanger will never be resolved. Never.
Alan, we never played Ghost, but he will buy a Virgil DLC though, of course.
I'm not gonna spoil anything, but that
He'd buy
cliffhanger.
penny pools,
It's been
he'd
2000.
buy
It's been
10 pools,
2020.
he'd buy,
7 years,
EX weapons.
and it's not resolved. It's not resolved now.
I mean, Zim's better than you at League.
I mean, like,
Too true.
They need to make Ghost
like,
2.
That's your
I'm
4K
sorry.
game. Like, that's like saying, like, I'm better than you than Dead by Daylight. Of course I'm better than you Dead by Daylight. I have 1,000 hours in it.
What lies?
I think I do know. What? Oh, I can go on my PC and you can play over here.
Zim is a sellout?
Yeah,
I would love to say, I would love to know what I sold out to. Is Zim better at Rocket
mobile
League?
games.
I don't sell out. I am not a sellout to mobile games. You can't confirm any of
You're a
that.
sellout.
A sellout?
How do you be out to mobile games?
Shush, Alan.
Give them high reviews. I don't always give.
Look, guys, all
Five-star
I'm saying is, have you guys heard about this brand new game called Raid Shadow Legends?
Hey guys, we got a sponsor.
We got first time sponsor. It's Raid. No,
Palpatine announced to the universe that he's back.
But
Hey guys,
there's
Palpatine back with the evil plan, but first a message from our sponsor.
There's
Raid
something really
Shadow.
ironic here, though. I've seen a lot of people
Oh,
from
Lord.
different parts of the world here, but there's one type of people that I did not get to see here.
Alan,
What?
you better make sure you know what the fuck you're saying, boy.
People.
How the fuck are you at 3? There's no fucking way you're at 3. How the okay? There,
You want to irritate?
Like,
how
I
the
didn't
fuck
make
are you at
anyone-
3?
You want to irritate
Okay,
about
like,
BlueStacks?
America.
That
Okay.
you can't just
The
change
majority
your
of America
location,
speaks
so I can't
English.
play Super
Yeah, I
War
found no one from Britain.
What?
I found no one
No,
from
on
Britain
BlueStacks
here.
You can't change
No one.
your location. So you can't say you're in Indonesia to play the Indonesian games. So I can't try out Marvel Super War to see if I'm going to like it. And they
Like,
still
I-
haven't announced when
I
they're going
thought-
to release it.
I saw
And
no one from the
actually.
UK here. No one.
Let's go with Team Soldier real quick. Oh wait, where the hell is that about that?
But
You see, oh, from the UK.
From what I've heard, they're not in Key West much.
I don't know why that is, Alan. How the fuck do I only have 3 masters? What the fuck?
Oh,
I've seen people who are from
I think
Greece,
you'll find
Sweden,
Mhm.
and Romania. Here.
Not Zim is a
But-
sellout by changing the conversation. Nope.
But you'll especially find Cubans here. You'll
Fuck
especially
me.
find them.
Look at that fucking Max Braves axe
I feel like if
running.
somebody did, your life would be changed and you'd become way more efficient person.
There's you'll especially find a lot of them here because it's so close by. It's so close to where they live.
I have no clue what the hell you're saying, Alan.
So what do your
Well,
subscribers think about
The place
Olympic
where
challenge?
I've been going to is Miami and Key West,
Have you seen the
and a
Olympic
lot
challenge?
of Cubans are here
Fucking
because
Broomstick challenge.
You haven't seen it?
because
No,
it's
only
close
critical.
by. It's so close to where they live.
No, I'm saying if only we're critical and you can go on YouTube and watch other people's videos and commentary enough so you don't feel the right.
But it's gonna take forever
Yeah,
getting
right.
back to home, though. It's gonna take a long time. We're gonna make a lot of stops going back to home. Oh man.
What the heck is Alan talking about? Alan is currently in the strange land of Florida, United States. As a
West.
result, okay, specifically a place called Key West, which sounds like Kanye should be suing somebody. But yeah, so I want to learn the African language. You know they
It's easy,
speak. Oh, I was gonna say you have to be either more specific or just click.
You'll meet a lot of people here from different nations. You'll meet a lot of them.
Well, that's nice, Alan.
Any of you guys seen Train
Yeah.
Busan? How's that pronounced? Busan?
I don't fucking
Busan?
know.
There's, some from Puerto Rico, Germany, Sweden, Africa, Haiti, Jamaica, China. There's all sorts of them here, and it's funny because
What you mean African people's language?
You'll find them here.
Alan is discussing his fucking interactions, I guess, with other people from across the world, I guess, in Florida.
Yeah, they're usually in
You mean
Miami
Homeland?
and Key West, and you might even find a celebrity there, like as if they're some legendary Pokemon.
I see.
You might find someone. You might find Kanye West there, to tell you the truth. You might actually find him in Miami.
I mean, you might find Pitbull, but that's you'll find Kanye.
Yeah, but the funny part about it is that people treat them more normal in like places of Miami when they see them. They might grade them and get a little excited to ask for an autograph. But in Alabama, they'll come after them like coyotes coming after a little sheep because they're so excited to see them.
Okay, what are we after here?
But in Miami, they treat them more like neighbors.
Oh, this is a general. Ooh, that's gonna be good actually. All right, hang on. How many of these do we fucking have?
But the wind sounds so freaky, Zim. It sounds so freaky here, and I don't know why it's so warm here. It feels so good in the nighttime here. It was blazing hot in the daytime, of course, but it feels really good in the night. Really good.
That sounds incredibly creepy coming from you.
No, I don't mean for it to sound creepy. The only part that's creepy is that wind. It sounds just airy, but I like it.
You are not helping your case here in the slightest.
Ooh, creepy. But yeah, it's like as if a hurricane's gonna come soon. Uh-oh, I said the H word, hurricane. Sorry. Hi, Kyle. I'm in Key West, Florida.
Oh, someone else? Oh, it's Kyle.
Okay.
Hello, Kyle.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing this fine American day?
It is hot, it is humid, and I am happy to be
Are you
home.
gonna vote for
Fucking Australia.
It feels really good here, though, Kyle. It feels really good in Key West.
That's not my concern.
Oh, it's March 3rd, so
That's
vote for the burn.
He's already gonna win. There's no way around
the
the
burn.
It feels really good here, though, Kyle. Like in the nighttime, it's around 70 degrees here in Key West, Florida. And I've met a lot of people from different nations here.
No, dude, like he's winning the primary.
What's that one dude? Wayne? Is that his name?
I don't know who the fuck Wayne is.
The Asian guy.
Oh, Yang.
There you go, Yang. That was close. Nah, dude.
You fucking racist.
Wayne.
Yeah, Wayne Yang. Oh, fuck.
That's like Alvarado Avocado. It was close enough.
Just going through our
Or it's
ironic
like
situation.
Sanchez with an S and Sanchez with a Z. Same thing.
There's no Sanchez with a Z.
What did Reggie mean by Florida doesn't care about
It's
Florida?
weird.
What did Reggie mean by that?
That's how it's
Reggie, what are you
traditionally
talking
spelled.
about?
No, you're fucking wrong. They're gonna tell me fucking Mexico isn't spelled with an X at first.
Reggie, what are you talking about? Florida doesn't care about Florida.
Mexico.
I don't get Red.
Do you guys hear that we've had floods for a couple of days?
Mexico. Is
Oh, God.
The irony in that.
What was that about, Rob? You said something about irony.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago we were having bushfires, and now the country's underwater because of floods.
Oh fuck, man! You guys are just not getting it easy over there.
No, it's
But I don't get what Reggie
No,
means
we're-
about
we're
Florida
pretty
doesn't care about. Okay, it was a joke.
We're
I
pretty
mean,
much
I guess-
we
guess-
want rain, and then they just like you can have all the rain in one day.
You wanted it, now you get it.
But
It's
I think
literally
I
the
saw
definition of be
limousine.
careful what you wish for.
Oh fuck yeah!
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I saw a limousine in Miami that may have been one for like a celeb or something, some type of musician. I don't know who it was for though, but they have houses and rooms in those types of city. They do have. Types of places like for that.
That's
Being luxury cars
Why is he even talking about
I would
anything
run
else?
around luxury cars all day.
Okay, so we'll take that one with us. I gotta find some fucking.
Hey, how's it going? We're Pitbull's parents. We're probably partying at 305. Leave a message. Hey, parents, it's me, Pitbull.
But
Gotta be fine for
But-
here.
They were trying to raise up the bill though when it comes to eating those chocolate chip cookies and
What the fuck?
like the KitKats at the chocolate KitKats in this place. Like if you eat it, you have to. They leave it right in front of you in the room that you're renting.
Florida's raising the electric bill when you start baking cookies, apparently.
They have chocolate chip
They
cookies,
have
Kit
chocolate
Kats.
cookies.
I mean, cookies, they raise the emissions.
Cookies, stop being,
Yeah,
stop being.
I'd rather have
stop.
chocolate chip cookies than guava. Honestly, I tried guava.
What
It-
the
I didn't
fuck
like
is
it that much.
guava? Do you know what guava is? I feel like I should know what that is.
It
fruit.
it
a
tastes
fruit?
really sweet. It's like
Oh,
shaped like a
that
croissant
sounds
rolling
like
away.
shit.
It's not bad.
The dough isn't
It's
that
one of those
good.
like
It-
yellow,
It's
tangy ones.
Is it like a mango?
Yeah.
it doesn't taste.
I love
it
mangoes.
doesn't
Of course you fucking do.
good as I thought. It doesn't taste
What
like
does this mean?
those
Nothing
cherry
bad, Don't
turnover.
worry about it.
I digest that
I-
shit every day.
I thought it would taste like a cherry turnover from Arby's, but it didn't. It tasted really cheap. It tasted too sweet for the strawberry. I wish I had the
Alan,
chocolate chip cookies.
Alan, I don't eat at Arby's, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I feel whiter just listening to him talk. I feel like the white culture is just assimilated into me.
But they have all sorts of things to try to tempt you to eat some of their snacks. But if you do it, you have to pay, and they have it right in front of you though.
So
In the
it's
room,
like
and it's
looking at
really,
your french fries to be
it's really
served in the
tempting.
routine.
But I know why Dad doesn't want to get it,
Yeah.
even
yeah.
though
hang
that
on,
I
hang
want
on.
to eat
The taste-
that
the
chocolate
reason
chip
why
cookie. And I said,
Jay,
and
what
I
kind
said,
of dystopia do you live in where you have to pay for what you eat?
Hang on, guys. My brother's telling me about something important going on with French fries or something in the theater.
There's a reason why you can't do it though, because even you know, once you eat a certain amount of potato, your body starts to get grossed out by it. It happens when we eat here, it happens when we eat off all you can eat. You can't eat potato for that long.
Look, I'm not.
Popcorn, you can down 3 fucking buckets.
Nigga,
and
every
you're
time I
gonna
go to
feel it
the
10 days
fucking
later.
theater, I throw up afterwards because of popcorn. They tell me to bring
Do you
it.
throw up while you're eating it? No. You don't even notice. You don't even feel it until you're driving home and your body's like, alright, we're out. But French fries will do worse for you. Because you'll
You
get
mean
sick of
chips?
it within like 30 minutes.
Shut the fuck up, you British wannabe!
Shut.
No, fucking Balrog over here.
No.
Don't you mean chips?
Oh yes, my
Like,
chips
yeah.
and my.
There's a reason you were abandoned by the crowd.
He's like, oh boy,
It's 'cause we
if
stole
I hope
bread.
it might get there's fish and chips.
Well, you should have thought about that before you left.
they've got a lot
But
of good
bread's good.
snacks though that I have been tempted to try. I even asked
You would think that in
Dad.
Australia they would.
Hey,
sell
Dad, I'll buy
bird
$5 for
fucking
this,
spiders,
but
you know,
unfortunately,
those giant
it didn't,
spiders
like-
in Australia on a stick.
They do
We-
something that was
We
there.
didn't come to
Hey,
James.
Balrog, you guys
Yeah,
eat
but I
spiders,
really
right?
want-
No, you're thinking of India and China.
I'm pretty sure I'm thinking of Australia.
I'm pretty sure.
You guys eat snakes then, right? You guys eat ants?
If in South Africa they eat popcorn,
I don't know, I
popcorn
can
eat
and
an
eat
Aboriginal
ants,
one.
Australia could easily stab one
I
of
ate
those
Dude,
Spiders.
spiders.
Australia would be safer if they ate the animals that kept trying to kill them.
Hey, you guys got a fucking cracky spider on a stick?
Them.
Whoa,
I ate the fish eyeballs. I did eat fish eyeballs, and they
Why?
tasted different.
Straight man over here just fucking instantly. What the fuck?
You know that one
I
time
ate
you
it, and
questioned my
like
knowledge
you,
and
they
really felt
had
bad
this type of
because
fish you could have, like the whole thing, even with the bones, and the bones are
Yeah,
That's how you
dangerous.
get the corona.
That's how you get the fucking corona. Okay, so apparently
The
we're all fucked on that one, ladies and gentlemen. That one,
The
that one-
bones were dangerous and all.
that story's not gonna end well.
and the guy who was making the fish kept going on about how good goat meat was, and I was talking about chicken nuggets with him, and I said, "Do they have any goat nuggets?"
Apparently, crocodile's good.
So
I would assume you know what crocodile tastes like. You guys had one of the
I-
greatest
I've
New
never
men.
known-
South
crocodile.
Wales, I'm in New South Wales, not Northern Territory.
Wait, did I held an alligator or a crocodile? I don't know. I might have held an alligator. I showed you a picture of it, Kyle. Remember?
They called Leatherface,
Our crocodiles
Leatherface
would
because
choke
it's
out
a
your
little
fucking
mascot.
alligators.
Yeah, of course.
I didn't realize.
Yeah,
it's
I
because
held
the
one.
faces
I
were
held a
actually
baby,
leather.
like this last week.
Okay, so did you never question why they didn't rot off his face or something?
See, the only reason I thought about that was because I saw the movie Tusk, and at the end he turns into a walrus. But people were like, how is the skin not deteriorating? They said it's probably tan leather. And then I started thinking, wait, what about Leatherface? And then I was like, oh, leather! Leather The
Never
connection.
become a detective.
Hey, I'd get my man eventually.
Yeah,
They keep
I
going
later.
on and on. They
Shit,
keep going
it's
on
just
and on
an
about how
aftergraph
good.
that I killed the bitch.
They keep going on and on about how good goat meat was in like Florida and all.
No, because
But I asked if they
oh,
got
because
good
you see
goat
their
meat
name,
and they got chicken
like
nuggets at
I
Wendy's.
just
Where's the goat
monster or
nuggets?
something. It's like, huh? You know, that was a weird name. Wait a second.
Like I don't know if they make goat nuggets or not.
I'm pretty sure for the right price you can find goat nuggets.
I'm sure you can just make them yourself.
You think Alan's gonna fucking make his own food?
Yeah,
Why? I
I've
do.
made
Well,
I've
you're
made pizza and
Australian.
spaghetti.
No,
I've
I'm
made
just good
pizza
at
and
cooking.
spaghetti.
Okay,
I've made
so-
pizza and spaghetti.
Some pulled pork, have the crackle, have some roll.
Oh my goodness, stop being so fucking Australian. Yeah.
But
You've never had a pulled pork roll?
I hate
But I
pork.
want to try the goat meat. I want
What,
goat
you
meat. I
Muslim?
want to eat the goat.
I am not Muslim, but pork blows.
I want to try the
Dude,
goat
what
meat.
about a lamb roll?
Okay, lamb's fine. I like lamb. Don't like pork.
What about beef?
No, beef's fucking 10 out of 10. Beef is king. Well,
I've
Chicken?
had possum before.
chicken's great too. Chicken's great too. Again, I'm not too fucking strict on my meats. I just really don't like fucking pork. I think pork's fucking overrated, fucking garbage.
I've had possum.
What the fuck?
Just Alan out of nowhere. We're talking about good meat, and you just come out of nowhere. Oh, I've had opossum.
Bitch, just give me chicken
Yeah,
or beef. Personally,
possum is
my
good.
protein of choice is fish. I prefer fish over everything else, personally. But yeah, no fucking
Be careful eating the fish I was eating because the bones are really sharp and it was very difficult for me to eat that type of fish. I
Well,
had
see,
to eat it with my hands.
Alan, here's what I do. I chew my fucking food.
No, that's not a good idea eating this kind of fish. You could choke with some of the sharp bones piercing inside the throat. It's really dangerous.
Yeah, that tracks.
I
Don't
would
chew
know.
your food, kids.
Okay, Alan. Okay, so when I chew my food, like especially fish, the second I find out there's a bone in the fish, I munch that shit for like a good minute before I swallow to make sure no bone gets through. Trust me, just chew your fucking
You
food.
eat bone? You eat the bone?
Oh yeah. I've swallowed bones on like several fucking occasions.
Even the sharp ones?
Well, I don't know, like, I mean, I have normal fish like tilapia and salmon, so like,
No. These types of bones were like these were like 28 bones and they were sharp and they were so sharp that they
I get
could even
bird's
like
eye.
catch you a bit and they were really dangerous. So I just had to pick with my hands because I couldn't handle it with a fork anymore because I always kept encountering a bone. And even when I picked from my hands, there were still bones. There were so many of it. It was crazy. It was dangerous too. But I really enjoyed the fish. But it was
do
just
they
the
make
Are you a
bones,
grizzly bear
man.
dressed as a human?
do they make you fucking sign a
don't
waiver
know.
beforehand saying that, hey, if you died by eating our fucking bones, we're not responsible for your fucking death?
If
Mangler,
something
go
is
to
making you
Key
sign a
West.
waiver to eat their food, don't eat their food.
Mangler, go
What
to
I
Key
just
West.
walked into?
Mangler, arrive
Discussing
to Key West.
Was your camera even on?
Yeah, kind of cool. The eccentrics of
Ah.
Into
food.
the what?
Fun fact:
West.
Food.
are actually
Delicious.
best here, and farmers shoot them.
I just ate some food, so
Oh, you ate some food. Would
Yes,
you
I did
eat
eat some
demon
food.
meat?
I had
don't
a
know.
sandwich.
Yeah, it's a hard pass, Colin.
It had peanut butter. It was very good.
How does it Did you say it was made of cotton?
No, I said that's a hard pass, Colin.
Oh, okay. Mangler, what the fuck was your sandwich made of?
It had some peanut butter. It was good.
What about the jelly, Mangler? What's the fucking jelly?
No fucking jelly.
You fucking savage!
You mean jam?
Oh, don't get me started with you!
I also had another sandwich with
We have
Nutella.
jelly. It's airplane
Yes.
jelly, and you have a
Nutella is disappointing garbage.
Nutella?
Dude.
The
What?
hogfish. I'm gonna go to a restaurant.
Balrog's like, what the hell?
I'm gonna go to a restaurant in Hogfest tomorrow in Key
Dude, I
West.
can eat that shit by the spoonful.
Why do I sound weird? Hang on a minute.
Mangler's always weird.
Mangler, arrived to Key
How
West,
about now?
Florida.
I've been to Florida, but
Of
I
course
don't
he
think
has.
I was in the Keys. I think I was in. Like. Where the fuck did I go when I went to Florida?
Peanut butter and jelly is meh. Reggie,
Did you go to Miami? Did you go to Miami, Florida?
No, I didn't go to Miami. I was.
Tampa?
Wait, Tampa
was
Bay
in
is in
Tampa.
Florida? Wait, yeah, it is. The Buccaneers are a trash team, so I never realized.
Is it?
You
I
know,
assume
American, American football, the proper
It
style.
definitely was in
assume it
Miami.
was NFL.
Mangler, would you eat demon meat? Like, would you cook Trish and eat her? The fuck?
The hell? Why would I eat Trish? That just sounds like a good way to get electrocuted.
It
I
probably
prefer
would have
just
voltage
jelly.
to it.
I'm not a big fan of mixing peanut butter and jelly,
I
Reggie.
think I was at Clean Water. Because I was near, I might have been near
Why
Largo.
are
when I
you
went.
all such basic bitches? No, hang on. What kind of peanut butter do you guys eat?
No,
What kind
it
of peanut
was.
butter?
I think we came into
Oh.
the Tampa airport
The
when
other
I
week I tried
went
your
there.
American
So, I didn't
crunchy
go
peanut
to.
butter. That shit rocked.
He speaks in a fucking tongue I don't understand. No, but okay,
No,
so like,
Swahili.
what kind of peanut butter do you guys eat? Do you guys eat the fucking peanut butter, like crunchy peanut butter, like smooth peanut butter? What are we working with here?
Creamy.
We've got both, but I tried your
Only-
American
I'm
crunchy peanut
okay.
butter, which is literally just basically peanuts.
Yeah, it is.
okay with just
No,
a
I mean
small-
like uncrushed. They're practically uncrushed.
No. I know. I agree with you.
I'm only okay with
But
a small
having that
amount
shit on
of peanut
toast is
butter.
just great.
Peanut
Creamy.
butter by small amount is okay. It's tolerable.
I think the three types of peanut butter are like it's crunchy, fucking creamy, and I think there's a thick one, but I don't know about that one. I work at a grocery store, but I think I've only seen the two. There's natural, but that doesn't exist. I don't know. Personally, for me,
I've had natural. That shit is like oil. You have to stir it.
Crunchy
that's
feels weird.
fucking gross.
It is.
And it probably looks fucking disgusting. Like when you get really
It looks
watery,
like tar. It looks like brown, like shiny tar.
it looks like crap.
Crunchy just feels like creamy with like more crap in it that I didn't ask for. Like,
the best sandwich is ham with lettuce and tomato. So is that a BLT sandwich? No, it's bacon, lettuce, tomato. Well, you're wrong. The best sandwich is actually just a ham sandwich. That's it. Nothing else with it. Just standard ham, preferably turkey ham. Fight me.
The fuck is turkey ham? I thought
So-
ham came from a pig.
Ham does come from a pig, but some fucking radical fucking monster out there decided I'm gonna make all pork items turkey items. So we have turkey bacon, we have turkey ham, and personally I prefer turkey ham over normal ham. It's got this like lighter flavor to it, airier flavor. Like I can't really explain it. It's a softer flavor, I would be great on Food Network. Put me in MasterChef. I'll give the best fucking descriptions.
so popular, you get like Gordon Ramsay on, and he's just like, this food is fucking terrible.
You
You
ever
won't
put
believe
Just
how
fucking
loud.
roast people. That's hilarious.
Gordon Ramsay's he's fucking hilarious. That was
I watched the
won't
episode of the
believe-
show and for the first time in like years, and I'm like, God, he's still an asshole.
You won't believe how close by the Jets are here, though. They were
The
like
Jets or the
very
Jets?
close. The
I
Jets.
think he means flying jets.
Yeah.
It doesn't help me. The
They were-
Japanese used to fly in World War II and they used to crash.
Jets,
Yeah.
not Japs.
But these they're not active now. Not
Alan, you are
showing
lagging
much of
pretty
them
bad.
now. Many of them. Like if one arrives here, it's gonna break the sound barrier with this sound going here on the Discord. If one arrives here, it's gonna be crazy, man, because they're so loud.
The fuck? I mean, I'll believe you, Buddha. Mangler is the type to debate with Gordon when he gets cussed out. Nah, Mangler would just be like, okay, sir, okay.
What's a Gordon?
Gordon Ramsay.
Oh yeah. I thought
Definitely
you
could
meant
have
like
been
some
talking
other
the one
shit.
from Thomas.
The best part about watching Gordon Ramsay is when someone talks back to him, because like he's always stunned for a second, like he's amazed someone has the fucking audacity to speak back to him.
I love when when people from like customers do it. That's fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah, he does not care about customer. Well, he cares about customer service until you say shit to him, and then he will like fucking.
It's
Have you
gonna
seen-
be shot.
Have you seen the one where the woman whistles at him and he says, "Don't fucking whistle at me, you dog"?
Fucking British people. I remember I was watching all of Hell's Kitchen when my leg was broken, so I just binge watched all of Hell's Kitchen in like a week.
What does binge watching mean?
It means when you do nothing
You
but
watch you watch a lot of stuff in one continuous motion.
Yeah, like that's essentially all you do. So when my leg was
I
broken,
thought binge watching means drink beer while watching an entire show.
no, that's called being married.
That's
Oh,
called my
wow.
weekend.
Like,
Wrangler's
binge
like,
watching
I do
sounds
that
like
without
something
being married.
It sounds like something where you watch the TV,
Dude, put some-
you drink.
Put
Turn off the
some
TV and
Gold
we're
Rush on,
good.
have a good time.
Binge watching sounds like something you're eating Popeye's chicken with alcohol.
No, what? No, why the fuck would you think? I mean,
No alcohol is needed for binging.
No, it's
I
not.
always think of beer, alcoholic beverages
Never
when it comes
binged
to
anime
beer.
on Netflix. I've never really binged anime. I know a lot. I know like my friends do it, but I've never really done it. I just watch it when it comes out weekly. I don't.
I've
wait.
binged anime, but I don't think I've binged anime on Netflix specifically.
Well, because there is no good anime on Netflix. Hey-o.
Well, there isn't any anime on Netflix that I haven't watched. Well, okay, that's not true. I did rewatch Code Geass, but I'm talking about like you don't really
paying-
binge stuff that
You
you
loyal paying
seen
scum
before.
who pay to watch stuff, while me and intellectual steals and keeps it on a hard
What do you
drive.
mean pay to watch stuff? I was paid to watch other things. Fucking Christ! Not even the anime. It just popped
Yeah,
up.
but the key word is you pay for
Well,
it.
no, like
I don't.
I mean, I've watched actually.
Yeah, 'cause I'm
No,
not a
I think
pirate.
no. See, because I've never just sat down for like hours on end watching anime. Like when I wake up in the morning, I might spend like an hour watching anime if I want to catch up with the series, but I don't go any further than like that.
Mm.
I spent hours watching Yu Yu Hakusho. Hours.
Fuck is-
High five.
That's a weird way of saying Fist of the North Star, Alan.
High five.
Wrangler, what are you doing?
What am I doing?
Is existing
What are you doing?
outside reality.
He's,
I transcend all things except for Kyrie.
he's fourth dimensional. He's fourth dimensional with the bat icon. He has the bat icon on his icon Discord image. That proves it.
Reggie, shut the fuck up. Fist of the North Star is one of the best animes out there. Best fucking.
The only
anime.
thing I don't like about Fist of the North Star is that it got a bit too morbid with the heroic characters dying too many times.
Okay, it was great until the final part of the manga. Then that shit. You know,
Okay,
it just
so
felt-
Fist of
just
the North Star was clearly a series that should have ended alongside that should have ended when the anime did, because even the anime went on a bit too long. But it should. I've never read past Kaio, but from I
You're not
did read
missing
like
much.
yeah, I'll say why it just doesn't seem the best shonen is Inuyasha. Shut the fuck up, Reggie. Get the fuck out with those fucking lies.
No. I like it, but no.
The best shonen is Inuyasha. And we're talking like the serious best shonen jump. It doesn't even fucking appear on the map.
Best shonen is Yu Yu
Yeah.
That
Hakusho.
Shojo shit out here.
The best shonen is Yu Yu Hakusho.
No. If we're talking the best shonen, it's JoJo's.
Yeah.
I mean, it was,
Oh,
but that
guys.
was-
Specifically
Dragon Ball.
before Part 8.
like even before part 8, part 7 was a jump.
Part 7 wasn't Shonen Jump?
It started in Jump, but then I think it went to monthly, to the monthly magazine.
Well, isn't the monthly magazine Shonen Jump?
No, that's the weekly one.
Well, they still appear in Jump Force, so I'm going to count them as part of Shonen Jump. Dragon Ball Z is not the best shonen manga, or shonen, in my personal opinion.
It's most recognizable, but it's not the best.
Yeah, and I'm
It's iconic.
I'm gonna say strictly because of the Boo arc.
Oh man, the Boo arc was a drag.
Now,
Well,
I actually like fucking. What was that?
I was gonna say, can you fight like another shonen that has like 90% of its arcs that are consistently good in their writing and pacing?
Yeah. There's a
Uh,
reason.
Does it have to be finished? Because I'm pretty sure Hunter x Hunter fans would like a word with you.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's a
dude.
reason.
I'm a Hunter
I
fan,
mean,
but
like,
I'll tell
I
you this
guess.
now, as a Hunter fan, the first arc, boring. The second arc,
There's a reason.
alright.
Yeah, but
boring.
it
Alright, fine, bring out the Yu-Gi-Oh!
There's a reason why Team 4-Star stopped the abridged of Dragon Ball Z, because they knew the Blue
Yeah,
Arc
because
was
they
bad.
pretty much got fizzled out and bored.
No,
They
because
gave
no,
up
no,
the-
no, 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 no.
Look
The
at him
reason they
making
stopped the
food!
Boo arc, as they made it clear, was that they wanted to. What was it called? They didn't want to end up doing like the same formula for any of their other arcs, so they were using like footage. Like they use footage from like the actual show with like different lighting and shit, and then obviously like they dub it and stuff. They wanted to do it in their own manner.
In real life.
Yeah, and that was gonna take way fucking longer. It's also the fact that they didn't want to have to deal, but they knew they were gonna end up having to put it in their old format, and that was gonna end up getting their series hit with copyright, and that's like literally what their company was built on, was that series, and they can't afford to have those episodes taken down anymore. It had nothing to do with the Boo arcs, right? Well, yes, some of it did, but like the idea that they couldn't. The idea that they couldn't fucking do the Boo arc is crazy. When they did the Frieza arc, are you shitting me? The Frieza arc is way more fucking loopholes in it than the Boo arc does. That's not even like a debate.
No. They could fix. I think they could have fixed the series, no problem, when it comes to like plot holes. But very clearly, they were getting tired of doing Dragon Ball Z abridged.
Well, they were tired of the format of DBZ abridged. So like how they would they put out the episode, or they put out one episode, and then people would demand like, oh, where's the next episode? Like, and they would have to wait like forever between like the amount of like the animation, the scenes that they were doing. Like it was a massive demand.
I don't quite understand how a company as successful as Team 4-Star, or a group, I'm not sure if I can call them a company yet. Or are they a company or okay, company?
They're a company.
Do we call them a small indie company?
I wouldn't say them. I wouldn't call them a corporation. They're definitely not a corporation.
Look, I'm just waiting for Rooster Teeth to fucking take them over, like Rooster Teeth seems to do for all circular icon groups.
Well, like how they took over.
Just absorb everything on YouTube until they absorb YouTube itself.
I'm gonna be honest here. If anyone's gonna create a competitor to YouTube, like as a company, I'll be the first to say it now. It'll probably be Rooster Teeth.
Yeah, but the thing is, I heard they had a hard time. They said it themselves that they had a hard time trying to do Bojack, but Bojack could have worked too to make like.
No, Bojack could have worked. They just didn't like Bojack.
Bojack was a fuck you to the fan base, and I respect your decision to stop. I do, but they fucking showed Bojack way back in Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Honestly, he was already there.
Here, hot take. Yeah. Bojack is a better movie villain than most of them, because we don't have to come up with some like 5-minute shit-stained explanation for where he comes from. His whole thing is, I'm a space pirate. All right, we already have the Saiyans. Great, we don't have to talk about why you're here on Earth. I mean, that's a little weird that Goku. We don't know why you're sealed inside King Kai's planet, but hey.
The thing about them not doing the Bojack movie that kind of annoyed me. Yes. The thing that kind of annoyed me was they were building up to it, but then they just went like, yeah, we don't like the movie, so we're not doing it. That was pretty much their reasoning.
Now,
they also did get burned out, Reggie. Yeah, that's true. Burnout is a thing.
To be fair, I do have to clarify that they themselves acknowledge the problem was not the Bojack movie, it was them. That they were the ones having issues making the movie, not Bojack itself.
Yeah, they said flat out they didn't like the writing and the direction they were going with it, because a lot of them just don't like Bojack, and I'm like, all right, at least they're honest with me. They're not going to fucking lie to me.
This would have been fucking fine, but if they didn't like Bojack, they should have never hinted at him on King Kai's planet, you know?
I don't think they made the script. I think they were just like, oh, hey, we're pitching the idea because we've never not done one before. Like,
I honestly thought that was very funny though when they did that of Bojack, which goes to show that they can actually make Bojack the movie funny, but they just seem burned out. They really did. They really did admit it was hell. They did. They said it with themselves.
Guys, look on the bright side. At least we're never gonna see a Dragon Ball Super abridged. Like, let's.
Actually, I'm a little curious if they're going to do a little few clips every now and again, because I'm not sure if you follow their Facebook, but they do little clips every now and again.
They might do some animation things here and there, but I don't think they're going to.
I suspect we'll be getting little fucking little fun moments, like maybe like, oh, really good scene, you know, inspiration hits, and then they'll fucking do one. I'm thinking something like that will happen. Regarding Rooster Teeth dying, I'm not going to give up on Rooster Teeth till they're gone. Because I'm pretty sure they'll be able to bounce back. They've always done so in the past. This isn't the first time they've been getting their ass kicked. They'll bounce back with some new IP because someone will fucking save them. If Ruby didn't show up when it did, the company would already be gone. I'm just gonna say that one now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They'll get another fucking lucky break because they always seem to. And if they don't, I suspect they'll keep enough of a steady fan base to come back at some point in the future. I doubt they're just gonna fucking close shop.
I'll say this
Like worst case
again.
scenario,
Like
if
Ruby
Steve
and
does go
Ruby
under,
and
another company will pick up Ruby. Definitely, it's
But
too marketable.
they considered the season 3 of DBZ Abridged to be more of a definitive ending than how it actually ended in the original story of Dragon Ball.
well, yeah, that's where Toriyama originally wanted to end it, but like
Where it
the
should
show
have
had
ended.
become way too fucking popular, and they're like, yeah, no, we're not in. His editors are like, we're making way too much money. We can't end it here.
Boy, get the fuck back in there before I make you get back in there.
Yeah, even when they were drawing up the plans for like the Majin Vegeta thing, they originally thought it was going to be Piccolo because they wanted to make him a little bit more relevant. But then they're like, well, actually, Vegeta is extremely popular right now, so this be an opportunity to tighten some screws.
And Piccolo just got relegated to second dad.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
seriously.
What do you mean? What do you mean, fucking second dad?
Well, wait, no, he is the first dad.
I say, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Goku
No,
ain't
you know
raising
what?
his own kid.
You know what I find funny? In Super, Goku never takes care of Pan. It's always Piccolo.
Yeah, no.
I think everyone's
Wait,
kind
you
of.
mean Gohan?
No, he means Pad. He means like fucking Gohan's daughter.
Yeah, no, you mean Gohan never takes care of Pan? Because I don't think Goku is expected to take care of Pan. I could be wrong.
Given what happened with his first kid, I don't think they're holding hope out for that one.
Unpopular opinion. I like GT more than the Boo arc.
No.
Depends on what portion of GT we're talking about.
The only good portion of GT is the Shadow Dragons.
There's actually this one guy. I think it says everybody knows.
I'm gonna
Borg.
have to disagree right there because Baby Vegeta is a thing.
I was gonna
And the
say.
fucking Super Saiyan 4 transformations are kind of.
I
Where
was.
it looks like a.
I was
very
gonna fucking
deep
say, in my personal opinion, the baby arc and the Shadow Dragons arc are the best, but really not Shadow Dragons. More like Omega Shenron was good. Everything else was kind of trash.
I liked Omega Shenron.
Well, everything up to like, well, most of the dragons were trash. Then we got to Nova Shinron, and I'm like, all right, finally some action.
Finally,
And then Ice
some delicious fucking
Shenron, and
food.
like the last 3 dragons, the last half of the dragons, who happen to be one after another, and
Which
they're all in
was
the same
Ice,
city.
Fire, and
Yeah. Nova Shinron, Ice Shenron, and Sin Shenron. They were the best ones. And then obviously Sin Shenron just becomes Omega. So
yeah.
they were good.
And
Everyone else was like, meh.
And the baby arc, when baby hits Earth, it's good, or at the very least, it's way better than most of GT. I would say.
I just don't understand why like they made it such a concept like Super 17, and they made him so fucking good. They made his like outfit look good. They made the fusion thing look good. They made everything about him look good. And then he just beats all the Z fighters. Then it's like, well, actually, we're now pulling movie characters from hell. And it's like, all right, well, and now Goku's here, and now Goku's just gonna give him all of his energy, even though he's fought androids that have the same thing, and then that's gonna fuck up the pacing and the writing. And I'm gonna blow you up the way that Boo did, that Vegeta blew up Boo, only not really, JK. And then I'm now gonna pull a movie technique out of my ass.
Okay,
So,
But
Red
Geekdom
Shield,
said
what?
that the Cell Saga ending is debunked. That it was supposed to end on a Cell Saga, debunked, according to this.
Oh, right. So, he's talking about Geekdom. For those of you who don't know who Geekdom is, I find it hard to believe you guys don't know who Geekdom is. Geekdom is a Dragon Ball... I think he calls himself a Dragon Ball scholar. Take that one as you will.
you know, he just does Dragon Ball content.
What I was gonna say though was I don't know, man. He says apparently it wasn't going to end at that point, but I kind of call bullshit.
No. I could watch his video and probably find some fuck up there. That
Okay, so Reggie over here. The only good parts of Super was Android 17, Ultra Instinct, the female Saiyans, and the Brawly movie.
So first of all,
The female Saiyans, really?
I'm not gonna count the Brawly movie as part of Super because that doesn't happen in
I mean, but
like the official Super.
you kind of have to though. It is
Not
part of.
not really because like I feel like they would have found a way to revamp Brawly through something else anyway.
Are you ready for when the anime comes back and we go through 18 episodes of the Broly movie?
Yes.
To be honest, there's something truly special about just thinking about Frieza getting like trashed for like an hour by Broly, and I'd like to think that I like that to be the only iteration and version of that we have, and not get like actual full-length episodes of him just getting beaten to a pulp.
Do you see that cow? Are you not going to milk it?
Oh,
What's
my
funny
bad.
is that people.
Android 17 was pretty good, but that's only because he wasn't really used in the Cell arc that much. He's just like, we're gonna kill Goku, and then
There's two funny things
He used
about
to be
Broly.
such a good kid.
The funny thing is that people kept going on and on about Frieza getting beat up by Broly in the future, saying if Frieza was going to fight Broly, he would get beat up. That actually did happen in canon. And another funny thing is, remember when that guy made that video saying Broly is not that strong, and after when the new Broly movie was came out, DBS Broly, he eventually retitled his video saying Broly's not that strong in Dragon Ball Z.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously you're gonna have to retitle that. That'd be like me saying, like, fucking having a video saying Moon is weaker than these guys, but then they release a DMC6.
Well,
Moon
he is
disc.
strong. He's still not strong.
I didn't really care for any of the characters that they introduced in the Tournament of Powers, so that includes pretty much all the female Saiyans.
That includes all the female. Well, no, hang on, man. They were introduced in the. They weren't introduced in Tournament of Power. They were introduced earlier. They were introduced in. The,
yeah, but you don't really get to like see them in action as much.
You don't get to see them as characters. You get to see them as fighters, and that's it.
Like as far as like Universe 6
they tried to stuff
specifically,
his backstory in like the last couple of episodes.
like as far as Universe 6 specifically, the only ones you really see that get like the limelight are a couple like random ass fighters, Frost and Hit, and those are the only ones you care about. Like, and then you see the female Saiyans is like, oh, it's like kind of cool, but like you're being shoehorned into the last season when you didn't get enough screen time. Now it's
get the fuck out of here.
Android 17 is nice, but like again, that's only because he didn't get enough screen. Well, he got plenty of screen time. He just didn't do anything with it in Z.
Is Kefla the fusion, or which one's Kefla?
I think that's.
Shut up, Mingler.
I was gonna say Kefka, but I'm like, no, that's the other person that's mentioned on this channel.
That's the better version.
I thought it was Polythea.
No. Is there even a fucking A in there?
Ultra Instinct was alright. As far as design, it looks really nice. As far as like its as far as its like basis, fuck that. That was an ass pull, along with a shitload of stuff that exists in that tournament.
Kefla was the fusion. Okay, so Kefla was the fusion.
Okay, Kefla was nice to see just because like it's always nice to see a Potara fusion, but like I'll take like 5 Keflas over any Ultra Instinct any day. Just because it seems very ass-pulling to me.
I've yet to read all of the Super manga. How strong is the Goat Man in the next arc?
Oh, he's pretty damn strong, but he's also unique because he has like a lot of magic abilities.
I thought his whole shtick was just having like magical powers.
Well, it's stated that he's strong, but Vegeta states that like between the two of them, Goku and Vegeta are superior fighters. Either one of them could beat them if they were at Super Saiyan Blue. He blatantly states it, but like the magic aside. Because the magic really fucks with their ability to fight him in combat.
So basically what you're telling me is he is weaker than them, but he can stop them from getting stronger than him?
Yeah, well, his main shtick is absorbing energy. He can absorb like tons of energy into like a separate projectile and then consume it.
Done.
Yeah, it's actually a really good arc because it gives a lot of like, as far as what I've seen, it gives like a lot of screen time to like Boo. In ways that haven't been seen before, and it closes up a couple loopholes from the Boo arc,
He's weaker by striking strength. Striking strength-wise, he's weaker.
Kill and Khalifa were the worst part of Super. Boy, you were not paying attention. Apparently you never heard of this thing called bad writing or power scaling, but those plagued Super long before Kale and Khalifa were even introduced.
But Lord knows they didn't help the matter.
Yeah, no. If you are willing to
Nah,
sit
we
here
don't
and die
use
on that
best
hill,
characters
I don't know
under the
about
power.
best part of Super, but like, if you're
Nah,
willing to
best part
sit
of
here,
Super is Jiren.
Oh, Jiren. Fucking out of fucking nowhere, Jiren over here. Hey, I'm stronger than all the gods. Don't mind me.
don't mind me,
people
I just exist.
is strong
Don't forget there's
Jiren.
someone who's technically stronger than I was. You know, don't forget
I'm
about
so
that.
strong I can fight base Ultra Instinct, which is supposed to be the
Also,
thing that like gods can't like, or that Beerus, who is one of the strongest gods of destruction, can't master, and I can just fight that because I'm Jiren, and I'm not even powered up.
No, I'm Jiren, and I
This isn't
don't. I'm
even
so
my
strong.
bottom
I don't
floor.
need a character
I'm
arc.
Jiren, and I approve this message.
No, I'm
also,
Jiren.
are you
I'm so
guys
strong. I
aware?
don't need a character arc.
Well, to be
Also,
fair,
are you guys aware about what was that? Oh yeah, about Omniversal Battlefield Wiki not having Jiren on like above high 3A, but just 3A.
Mm.
Jiren's tier. I'm gonna be honest here. Final Fantasy makes me feel insecure about power scaling again. So I don't even want to fucking touch Jiren.
Well,
Jiren
let's
apparently-
stop talking about shit. Let's talk about the how Universe 7, not Universe 7, everyone but Goku and Vegeta somehow manages to become strong enough to participate in the World Tournament. Let's talk about how Krillin
Krillin.
fucking
Let's
is
talk
like.
about Roshi.
I love they brought Roshi in there. Somehow Roshi fits the fucking bill. Let's not bring back Cell. Let's not bring back anybody. Let's bring in fucking Roshi.
Like they didn't even they put in Krillin and Tien. They didn't even bring in Yamcha. They brought in fucking Roshi. Like Yamcha arguably would have been a better fighter. And
Bring
would have been
in Chaozu.
much better.
At least he can blow himself up on somebody.
Yeah, no, seriously.
The leveling up system in Dragon Ball Super is weird, and how the characters level up faster than they used to level up.
Why are you saying level up like it's an RPG?
Like,
Well, haven't you
level
played
2000 with
fucking
Hell.
Kakarot?
I forgot that the manga. We actually play the manga or play the anime. We don't watch it. Plug in my controller. Where's?
Remember when reaching a power level of 200 was like hell in Dragon Ball for them? But now reaching a power level of like infinite is just no sweat for them now, or like near infinite.
Yeah, but I didn't understand like the amount of ass pulls and just massive leaps in power scaling that just happened just because for the sake of happening are like ridiculous. Like Frieza comes back to life. Okay.
I'll be shitty if when Super truly finishes and they try and tie JT into it.
I would honestly, again, I'll say it. I like GT. GT for the most part was not
That would be
bad.
that would honestly be the smartest thing they've ever done since making Super.
No, that means I'd have to fucking download JT and watch it.
Skip up until the baby arc, and then skip straight to the Shadow
It
Dragons.
would also make far more sense in the context of like GT and like how Oob ages.
I'm gonna be honest here. I hope that instead of going straight to GT, they just redo the GT arcs that were good in Super.
If they remade GT, I'd be fucking down for that, and then made it canon. But they'd have to make it good.
Like Ryan Johnson, like the Ryan Johnson way, or Captain
No, he
Kennedy
has the
way.
sausage, clearly.
No, he has the pepperoni sliced.
Hopefully they won't do it the Kathleen Kennedy way.
Right?
Yeah, no, what was I gonna
It
say?
is Broly versus Cumber. I didn't watch Dragon Ball Heroes or whatever the show is.
Yeah, I was gonna say Cumber sounds familiar, but where's that from?
Like Cucumber,
That's an awful
but
name.
just the Cumber.
Cumbersome is when you're overcome.
No, it's a character in fucking Dragon Ball. It's a name called fucking Cumber. I guess he's going to encumber you so you can't fast travel, because I'm hilarious.
I was gonna say Kingdom
I just
Cumber,
literally
but
made
that
joke.
doesn't
You stole
count.
it from me,
So I'll have to come up with another one.
I was just gonna say Cumbershot.
I'm just making fun of his name now.
Can we agree that Jiren's so-called transcending time is not true and bullshit? Okay. Regarding Jiren's little fucking episode there, I don't think you can call that bullshit. Because Jiren very clearly with sheer raw power told this fucking boy over here to go fuck off, and it happened. The problem here is, as a lot of people point out, you can't transcend time technically. What the fuck? No. And technically be affected by it the way Jiren was. I think. I don't
Those
know.
means he was transcending it on some dimensional level. That doesn't mean he transcends all of it. Like,
Oh, damn, that's good. Sorry about that, fellas. Some good,
my eye hurts so much right now.
some good RNG just came into my life right now. Well, no. Here's the thing. I think Jiren has fourth dimensional power. I think all God Ki is fourth dimensional inherently. Feel free to disagree with me.
Oh yeah, let me read it.
I don't
No, I
really
just want to
care.
make sure if it was
So
on or not.
go on.
Yeah, so I personally sit here and think that all God Ki is fourth dimensional in terms of energy. So I don't think he transcended time, but it's very clear he can affect time. Because I agree with the idea that there's two separate base forms. I'm not sure if you guys have seen that their reasoning or not.
Two separate base forms for who?
Goku. That technically Goku possesses two separate base forms.
At the
Are
same
you talking about
time?
the one after the
No, he
Yeah, so
doesn't.
he possesses a base. So let me explain this one. So the logic here is he has two different forms. One is with God Ki and one is without God Ki.
That's
Doesn't
not.
his base form just become the
No,
God
no, because his base form already has the God key in it.
Yeah, but he has to like basically, from what I remember the video, I think it was set the programming video a while back, so I'm not sure if this changed, but he had to essentially turn on the God Key. Like he could still, because he can't.
No.
Well, this is actually
No.
true.
No,
Because he can.
Beerus,
He uses
Beerus
it the
literally
same way
says
he
his
uses
body
his
remembers
normal
But he
key.
can.
that's his new
He
normal.
can still go normal Super Saiyan. If he has God Key on all the time, he shouldn't be able to do that anymore.
No,
His body
Super
that's not how that
Saiyan
works.
Blue
No,
is just
no,
Super
his body has
Saiyan with
the-
God Key. That's
I was
literally
gonna
all
say,
it is.
Vegeta can still go Super Saiyan God and Blue.
Okay,
It means nothing.
regarding the red form,
God form.
regarding the red form,
Not to
manga's
mention,
weird.
Vegeta doesn't even get
Here's the
red
thing.
before he gets blue.
Beerus literally
Technically, he
explains
does in the
himself
manga.
fight.
No,
Zim.
he doesn't even in the manga.
Doesn't he
Zim.
explain it in the manga?
Not with the Frieza arc that's written. He doesn't show it up in the Frieza arc because he goes blue because the Frieza arc in the manga is written separately from the main continuity.
Time to make some food.
But it's obviously canon. Obviously, it happens. It's just a separate issue that was written by the author, and in it, Vegeta goes blue, but he doesn't doesn't go red. I think he does in Universe 6 arc, and he obviously does in the Goku Black arc. But
For some reason, it went green. For some
anyway,
reason, it
you were
went
saying
green.
Bow Wow?
Plus, Beerus at the end of his fight with Goku literally states that your body remembers the strength and all that from using the God Key, so that's now your new basic base. That's your new base.
No.
There aren't two bases. His base just assimilated the power.
Yeah.
Good writing at its best.
I mean, if you want to go by the manga, there's actually because manga and Super are the manga and the anime are two separate canons. But if the anime does come back and has the same sequences happen, then that would be a connected canon. But there is a scene where Moro is draining a lot of energy, and Goku's in the location where it's being drained, and Goku is literally in blue, and he drops to red. And then he's trying to rush to where Moro's position is, and then he drops from red to Super Saiyan 3. And then he drops from Super Saiyan 3 to 1 and then down to base.
I love how 2 just doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, no. Like 2 I thought 2 was really going to get the love that it does and the recognition that it deserves in Super, which it kind of does. But then after a certain point, they're just like, well, I could just go 3. It's like, because 3 apparently no longer has a strain on my body.
To be fair, it does make sense given how strong he is at this point.
I think the manga does, technically. What are you even saying?
Okay, so what I'm typing in is a list for characters I have to buy items for right now, so I don't have to keep going back and forth.
Yeah, the manga explains a lot of things. The manga also gives sort of a multiplier for where Super Saiyan Blue is in comparison to Red. Whereas the anime doesn't. Everybody's just like, well, it's the Super Saiyan.
That multiplier would be...
Isn't Super Saiyan Red faster than Blue in the manga?
No. So what Super Saiyan Red is that makes it like useful is that blue for like, most of the manga until you get the master version consumes and burns a lot of your stamina, but you can swap between red and blue more freely, much more freely. Because one of the things that they learned to do in Super that they didn't do in Z is they learned to like jump between their transformations like instantly without like a change. And they do this. I think it's either Goku or Goku. I think does this against Hit. Then Vegeta remembers this during the Goku Black arc when he's fighting Goku Black, and he goes into blue to attack Black, and then he shifts to red. Or he goes into red, fights him, then shifts to blue right before he hits them, and then shifts back. And he just keeps doing that. So it's not that it's faster, but you can jump back and forth between transformations to give yourself like an artificial boost and throw off timing. So it's like it seems a little faster, but not really. It's just the stronger transformation. That'd be kind of cool if there was like different properties to it, but then that would mean like
that would involve a degree of strategy, and we all know that's not in Dragon Ball.
Well, because it's like if Super Saiyan Red was like way faster, but Super Saiyan Blue was way stronger, then it would just come down to Red's the one we're always using, and Blue is the one where it's like we need to charge the final attack, and it's like like that's all Blue would amount to.
I mean, that similar seems.
All
right, so it seems Alan is left to be in the text chat. Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan sounds stupid. I'm gonna call it Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. The naming for the naming for the scheme for this was not good. Let's be real here.
Saying the name is bad, so we'll say the even more complicated name.
Yeah, Dragon Ball doesn't have any originality, not anymore. I wouldn't say Dragon Ball doesn't have any originality. It's that it very clearly decided it did not want to be the strategy shonen or the strategy series.
No, it's not becoming a martial arts shonen.
I mean, if you've been reading the Moro arc.
I mean, but what's the strategy here? That someone's absorbing their power and they have to work around that?
Oh, well, no, it's like, so they have to start fighting with a lot more tactics than they've ever fought before because the guy just starts taking a shitload of their energy. So they have to find creative ways to get around him.
They have to use the one muscle they've never used. Their brain.
Yeah.
I mean, well, couldn't they just like fucking literally just? Well, okay, so how does he drain energy? Is it like an AOE effect or like?
Yeah, no, it's an AOE effect, and he can choose who's affected by the AOE. He raises his hand up and he can just like drain people because this dude drains planets. So like, if you're on the planet, he can decide whether or not you're affected. Which means they're always fucked because Saiyans cannot breathe in outer space. So if they arrive on the planet to fight Moro, unless they instant transmission off,
they can.
which is what they end up having to do. They spam instant transmission in the Moro arc because they realize, oh shit, we gotta leave, we gotta go, we gotta leave, we gotta go.
Wait, did Vegeta learn instant transmission finally?
No, Goku's doing it. Vegeta does go to Yardrat though.
Yeah, I remember that. So what did he learn there?
Apparently he learns that Goku, like the instant transmission technique that Goku learns is a form of spirit control. What the Yardrats refer to as spirit control, they said you collectively refer to it as ki, and it can lead to a lot of techniques. Instant transmission is the most basic of these. You can also clone yourself, enlarge yourself, you can heal, that kind of shit. And
wow,
Vegeta's like,
I can't wait for him to still be useless.
And I'm just like, can I learn all this? He's like, yes, you can. If you train for this length of time. and Goku right now is training inside of like a miniature, sort of like a much weaker version of the time-space chamber.
Technique?
Wait, what?
Are you telling me that Goku can learn the shadow clone jutsu?
No, Vegeta is learning them.
Oh, that's what we need. We need more angry little people.
Well, I mean, Goku has better techniques. Let's be honest. Like,
yeah, I mean, I have better tech.
He's got the Kaioken. He's got like the Mafuba. He's got the Spirit Bomb. What's Vegeta got? Just various energy projectiles.
Hey, I would have better techniques too if I stole them all from everybody.
I mean, all Vegeta has is like the Gallic Gun, Big Bang Attack, and Final Flash, and then like the Gamma Burst Ray, which is just like.
I mean, to To
Final
be fair,
Shine,
dude,
which they're all okay. A beam attack, another beam
Wait,
attack,
hang
and
on,
a
hang
ball
on.
He's also
attack.
got Atomic Blast.
Final Shine is technically a GT only ability, if I remember correctly. I don't think he uses it in Super.
No, I think it gets canonicized in the manga. I could be wrong because he does have the Gamma Burst Flash is a thing, but
I really would hope he gets it canonicized because that fucking.
I'll have to go back and read because I remember seeing something in there.
He's also got the Atomic Blast that everyone loves.
You mean Final Flash?
No, the Atomic Blast where he pretty much
Big Bang
dumps
attack?
all of his K into one final attack. The one he used against Boo that did nothing.
Yeah, you mean
You're gonna be a lot more
you mean
specific.
pulling a child suit and blowing yourself up? Like, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
you know
so
the
we
one
got
where
suicide.
Vegeta-
We've got a beam
Majin Vegeta
move and a
fights
ball
Okay,
move.
okay,
Just
so yeah,
dumps all of
Dark,
his energy into one final
so
attack.
Dark Sparta is right. Vegeta has Destructo Disc.
He does.
Sentient and Cell do that, yeah, but the cloning that they're doing isn't the same thing as the multiform technique. The multiform technique divides your power among like 4 different bodies. So while it is a shadow clone, the shadow clone that shows up in like the later Shippuden, like they are not a quarter of your strength. Like the shadow clones are almost as strong as the original, whereas the multiform technique is way weaker than the shadow clone technique.
That brings me to the fact that TM versus Goku in the original Dragon Ball was a great fight.
A lot of the good fight, all the best fights in Dragon Ball are pretty damn good. A lot of them are better than most of the fights in Z.
Because creativity goes a long way there, fellas.
But not the best fights in Z. Just most of the fights in Z.
Disrespectful to the end, I see.
Ain't beating the Goku versus Vegeta fights, or Goku versus Frieza,
I
or
love the
Goku
fact
versus
that
Cell,
technically-
Goku versus the world.
I do love the fact that technically fucking Vegeta has the highest win rate among him and Goku, and yet he still is over here like, oh, Goku beat me in battle!
What do you mean win rate? Like against the people he fights? Like
No,
his
I mean like canonically,
because like
Vegeta
if we're counting that, like he did kill the entire Ginyu Force.
No,
technically.
No. I was saying canonically, Vegeta's the one who's beating Goku more times than Goku beating Vegeta.
Vegeta's the one who what?
Whoa, Materia, what's going on there?
I cannot hear you. Well, now I can hear you, but
Today.
We may get in, we may not. Do you want me to try?
Sure, tomorrow. Let's see if you can get for tomorrow.
It's Thursday.
Devil's
Wait.
Bone asking what that's about.
I might not.
Well, no, well, we can't take the risk on that one, okay?
Well, you won't. Just book it for Monday.
Alright, I'll do that. I'll ring it
wait, Zem, what were you saying? Highest
Uh,
win ratio.
Devil's asking right there. Hang on.
The DBZ fan boys are coming. Yeah, in this chat filled with 4 people. Yeah. Bring them on. Right.
Ignis, I fucking love you.
Oh yeah, the cloning
Ignis.
that he's doing in the Yardrat thing. It isn't confirmed that Vegeta's learned it yet, but we don't really know the properties of the way that this cloning is. If you divide your energy, they kind of in the manga panels they kind of look like images. So since they already know the after image technique, it's like oh hey look, we know that thing. That looks like that thing we know. Ooh. Devil, all these are in Video Maker.
Yeah, Devil, you're gonna have to realize
Where
the
have you
Video
been?
Maker is not really like for video making.
We have consumed it. It is our lifeblood now.
Materia,
what were you
get
saying
your
about
fucking
Vegeta's
act
win rate?
together. Vegeta's beating Goku more consistently than Goku is beating Vegeta.
Vegeta's beating Goku more consistently than...
They fight like how many times do they actually fight in the series? Like 3
No,
times?
I didn't hear the end of that sentence.
Oh. Vegeta has more wins over Goku than Goku has over Vegeta.
Are you talking about that blindside hit during the Boo saga?
No,
Okay.
they didn't
Where
even
Goku's
finish
not
that
fighting
fight.
back.
Yeah,
Okay,
no, that's not a fucking
break
battle.
Let's break this down. Hang on one second. Hang on.
I would argue that Vegeta would have
It's a
won that
game.
fight because even if anyone wants to say Goku had Super Saiyan 3, you're not going to pull off that transformation in the middle of a battle when a bloodlusted Vegeta is standing there ready to beat your fucking lungs out. So if anyone
Vegeta
tells
is
me that
arrogant enough
Goku...
that he would wait for him to do that.
Yeah, no. Like literally, the first time he does it in the human world, it takes him 5 minutes to transform. Even if you want to take the manga, it takes him like several pages to transform. Vegeta's not going to let him do that. So the idea that Goku was holding back is like fucking stupid. Goku was going as strong as he could without going on beyond the second level. And Vegeta Vegeta was fighting with the intent to kill him. Like he literally wanted to murder Goku. So yeah. That being said, he did not win that fight. He fucking cheated. He blindsided him. As far as him beating Goku, I think you could probably argue Vegeta did beat Goku on Earth. As far as like his initial fight.
The initial fight, Vegeta wins. Let's get that one clear. Even if you want to argue,
wait, are we splitting it into like 2 rounds, or is it like the total thing? As far as the first round,
let's try and agree how many total times they fought. There's the fight on Earth, Goku and Vegeta 1v1. Then do we split up Great Ape and do we split that up or no?
Well, I'm saying, like, do you want to split that up? Because if we don't split that up, then Vegeta wins, because we're considering, like, the end result. If we do, then technically it's a tie overall.
I feel like since it's still technically the same fight, it should be, it should count as one fight. Until Goku gets outside help, and then it doesn't count as Goku's win anymore.
Can we just admit in the same saga, Yajirobe's pretty much the person who wins.
Yajirobe is the MVP. He shows up and he's like, tail off.
Yeah, he's pretty much. If it wasn't for Yajirobe, they would have died.
MVP over there. Wait, is he calling Prompto or Noctis? Oh, he's calling Noctis. Look, that's $60 worth of money right there for those 2 fucking skins. Oh, fuck me. Sorry, hang on, guys. There's some story going on.
No, I'm
Prompto
just
be like,
answering some messages.
Hello, opening.
I think I run a full Final Fantasy 15 team for this chapter. Yes, Zack is a boosted character, but I don't really need Zack when I got Noctis boosted too.
Why do I need to hop into this chat? What is Dffoo asking? Oh, I thought they had a VC going. I got really excited. I was about to abandon you all.
To go talk with Devil?
Well, no, he had to leave for work, I think? Yeah.
No! Devil working? Who could have ever guessed? Seriously, all that man does is fucking work. What the fuck?
Oh, just ignorant people in the Reddit are... Whoa, what is this?
Okay, but how did I get these? To be fair though, yeah, Vegeta has more confirmed wins. You count the full Ozaru fight until outside help for Goku comes in. That doesn't count.
I mean, he has like 1 more win. It's not significant.
Yeah, it's significant enough.
Wait. Do we even count the Android like 19 as like a win? Because technically Goku started that fight, didn't get anywhere, and Vegeta just shows up and like, let me do you one better.
Android 19 gets fully refreshed by Goku's energy, so I don't think there's any reason.
What?
Text.
I don't think there's any reason to suggest you can't use it that way.
So this is new buff.
But what do you mean? Well, like, wouldn't it be a separate fight entirely? Like Goku fights him.
No, but just keep watching.
Doesn't do anything, and then Vegeta comes along and just
keep watching. Keep watching.
You know what's fun to think about?
What?
Wait,
the fact that Kui, Dodoria, and Zarbon could have soloed everyone on Earth.
Oh yeah. Well, they had no reason to. So.
No, just like for pure power scaling, like the one.
I mean, again, if Bobbity had found a way to revive Boo,
to be as strong as Vegeta during the fight on Earth.
No,
if
they're
Bobbity
stronger.
Found a way to revive Boo, then Boo would have killed literally everybody in the universe. So like. If Jiro had found a way to send his bots out there sooner, he probably would have gotten enough energy to make Cell. I mean, granted, he wouldn't have had like Frieza's shit, but like Cell would have at least had all of the techniques of all the Z fighters still.
Look, technically, if we're gonna be honest here, Dragon Ball Super proves that if Majin Buu starts happening, All Frieza has to do is train for a month, and he beats Boo hard.
Not in the original canon.
That was such a terrible fucking retroactive thing there. My
Yeah,
dad
it's just
told
like
me
I've always
to
been
never.
a genius. I've always been a genius, and I could just train for like a. Oh wait, are you talking about the fact that his dad told him to stay away, or the fact that he could just train for a month?
Well, no, I mean both, really. His dad's like, stay away, never fight Majin Buu or Beerus, but apparently Frieza in like fucking 1 week of fucking CrossFit's already fucking beyond Buu.
Yeah, that was kind of.
I just find that hilarious. Imagine if he trained all of his life.
He would probably be the god of destruction. There's
He
no
would
doubt in my
actually,
mind.
he probably would beat Beerus soundly. Like, imagine if he trained for like a full decade.
Okay, he would probably be as strong as Jiren. I know that's just like speculation, but given
Who's
his
this dumbass in the DMC5 chat in the Reddit?
what's going
What
on?
are they doing?
Well, no, it's just like just saying some shit. So someone was asking for some clarification on like the story of DMC5, and then he's just like, yeah, basically Virgil is angry at Dante for no reason, splits himself to become a fully fledged demon.
Did you just say angry for no reason?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And
We're
then
about
they
to
go
have some
down.
problems.
It's like it's not a complicated story. I mean, if you don't pay attention to the lore, it isn't. It's like it's basically Virgil wanting revenge for nothing, separates his humanity from him to become pure power and demonic shit, which gets boosted by the blood of the city he killed. Eats of it later. V, being the human side, is more connected to his emotions, wants to redeem himself, but for some reason is still attached to vengeance. Goes to yours, infusing it, and ta-da, you have Virgil Super Saiyan.
Get it?
Yeah, because she's already affected that play because she has the coronavirus.
Exactly.
Mm.
I like this one. Penguin cops the survivors and killer.
Regarding the Potara earring retcon, that was fine. I don't mind the 1 hour Potara earring retcon. It just makes the Potara earrings completely like inconsequential.
Well, the Potara retcon is fine now because of the retcons they made to the Fusion Dance in the Brawly movie. Like, they had to make they made the retcon for this. So the initially the Potara thing obviously was like, oh wait, you're not like you fuse, like basically the only way you can get out was with the Dragon Balls, right?
Yeah.
So they made that to everybody assumed that anyway. Hang on, I'm messaging someone. So they made that clear anyway, but we all assumed anyway that you would have been able to escape using the Dragon Balls, because that would have been, it's obvious. The Fusion Dance lasted for about 30 minutes, and it took you about an hour before you had to wait before you can fuse again. Now, the difference between like the Potara earrings and what made it like hard to swallow was that when it got retconned, it's like, well, it lasts an hour and you only have to wait 30 minutes. It's literally the reverse of the Potara fusion, so it lasts twice as long and you have to wait half as long before you can do it, and it's a stronger fusion. Like, why would you ever want to fucking like use the Fusion Dance again? You also don't look ridiculous because again, you don't have to fucking dance. You don't have to learn like the signals. You don't have to make your power at an equal level. You don't have to like sling your fingers at like a certain angle, right? Whereas the Broly movie comes along and is like, well, actually, the one advantage of this now is that you actually don't have to wait an hour, you have to wait 30 minutes. It just lasts half as long. It's like, okay, well, what are the other perks? Well, apparently, when Gogeta goes into Super Saiyan Blue, he doesn't defuse, whereas Vegeta goes into Super Saiyan Blue and he defuses. There's a power limit on the Potara earrings. There is not a power limit on the Fusion Dance. That's what makes it much more significant and relevant. And it's good that they... Well, technically, that wasn't a retcon. They never stated that. The only reason we assumed that was because Gotenks is like doesn't have like an older body. He's just like two kids fused together, whereas these are two adults who have lived for a very long time. So their bodies are going to be much more durable and can handle the transformation. I'm just saying, like, the fusion isn't as useless now, and they don't have to wait as long. So it's like, eh.
Wait, hang on. Wait, so the Fusion Dance has no limit on like how long they can how strong they can get?
Well, it seems to be that there is no that like from what I could tell when I watched the Broly movie, like if you watch the Broly movie,
Yeah.
he fights Broly in Super Saiyan Blue and he doesn't defuse. He fights him for an extended period of time. He doesn't defuse
I
after
was assuming the
throwing
fight was
out like a
quick.
ton of attacks. Yeah.
No, I would assume the fight just ended really quickly because technically he had 5 minutes of Blue and Potara Earring in Dragon Ball time. Actually,
Yeah,
he
he-
had longer actually.
I mean, if he had gone Super Vegito, he would have had the full hour. But like, for some reason, he needed to go Blue.
Well, like, because I know that in like our real time is not their real time. So what we see for 5 minutes is not 5 minutes for them.
I mean, if you read the manga, he actually blows off half of Zamasu's body in base form. He doesn't even go into Super Saiyan. Just like just him transforming destroys half of Zamasu's body. Zamasu's literally like, "Oh my god, I almost died." And I'm like, "Well, what the hell? What do you need to go to Blue for? Just go to Super Saiyan. You're 500 times stronger."
No, Mangler. That's not how this works.
No, you see, I have to power up to maximum over
He
Saiyan.
needs to
and
know
then fire
how
a
bad
combine.
I'm going to fucking destroy him. What was I gonna say though? Fucking Wait. So which version's stronger? Zamasu in the manga or Zamasu in the anime?
Zamasu in the wait, which version is stronger? I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've watched the Super thing, but as far as the fight goes, again, it depends because I've heard some things that suggest that the base, the God Key doesn't get absorbed into the base forms of Goku and Vegeta in the manga, which would make them significantly weaker than their anime counterparts. Which would mean that which would mean merged Zamasu is obviously way weaker than he is in the anime because he loses to base Vegito of a weaker Goku and Vegeta. But again, this is assuming they don't absorb it because someone said that and I haven't checked it out yet. I'm more familiar with the manga. I've obviously watched a lot of the anime, but it's been a while.
I was gonna say, because if I remember correctly, in the anime, his
Dude, you haven't
super
been on for like a
move
week.
was throwing a bunch of rocks at people, right? In the manga?
After the anime, what?
No, in the manga, his super move was throwing a bunch of
Yeah.
rocks at people.
Zamasu?
Yeah, doesn't he fucking throw a bunch of fucking squares and throws them at people?
He doesn't throw rocks. He summons the
Yeah.
hardest material in the universe and then just chunks it at them.
Yep.
It's basically that thing that they have in Otherworld and what's it called? This thing they use to break the Z sword. Yeah, he chucks a bunch of those at them, and then they're like, "Oh shit."
Chuck Majosen's like, oh shit, we can't do anything about that, even though we're super strong now.
Uh-huh.
Hmm. And Balrog's not here to fucking say anything, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Over there
that's
being
because he's a loser.
fucking Australian. Well, clearly me and Mangler have different opinions there.
Yeah, no, I
Well,
don't
that-
blame people for where they fucking come from for the reason why they don't talk on a voice call.
Well, clearly you haven't been to other countries.
Clearly, I'm not a fucking ignorant.
Alright, Mangler, where have you been?
I'm not. What does where I've been have anything to do with me being ignorant?
You need to learn the culture of places, Mangler. You need to understand that not every place is like America.
Yeah.
I've been
What
to
does that
Fiji.
matter? Run a voice call.
Hey, hang on, you been to
you
fucking
stupid.
Fiji?
Yes.
I don't think I'll forget about that one, Mangler.
Devil, you've returned for the 50th millionth time.
Is this in the carpool or outside the carpool? Who knows?
Is
His
it
entire-
finally time to fuse?
His time revolves around the work clock, so it could be at any point.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on. So if you carpool to work, do they always reimburse you? Or I'm not too sure on that one because I work in my town, so I wouldn't really know on this one. We'll go
Is the chat wagging?
Of course.
No, it seems like Dark Spartle's the last person to comment anything,
They just lost interest. They're like, you guys.
which is
You're
kind of weird
stupid.
because we still have a few people watching, presumably.
You guys and your stupid Final Fantasy.
I think it'd be more discussion than anything else. The Final Fantasy streams usually end up with like fucking
Yeah,
five
no,
people.
it's just gameplay.
It's just the gameplay.
Mm.
It's not that leagues.
I was actually gonna say that one thing that I really liked with the Abridged series was that it actually closes a lot of loopholes in the canon of their Abridged thing that don't get addressed in the original.
Yeah,
Like the fact that like when Goku's like fighting Frieza on Namek, you know, they have the scenes with like the rest of the Z fighters that are on King Kai's planet, like Yamcha, Chaozu, Tien, and like Piccolo. Like it was a big loophole that it's like, well, they've been fighting, like they've been training on this planet for like a couple weeks or so, and they
So how
still don't
goes
know
it?
the Kaioken and the Spirit Bomb.
No, like let's be. Oh yeah, he's like,
Hey,
I'm not
Devil.
gonna teach you those. No, the abridged series did a.
Devil, what is going on with your mic?
Devil,
turn
the
that shit down.
chalkboard. No. The abridged series. Okay, so I guess we'll be talking
You
about the
guys
abridged
still have a
series.
chalkboard? How primitive.
Well, he's not wrong.
You just finish your sentence before I reach through this voice call and extract your soul.
Yeah. Or was I? Okay. The abridged series did an incredible job at fixing consistencies, but that's because of the fact that they had the full picture to work with. So they did a really good job with that one. They also
Yeah.
incorporated the movies too, if I remember correctly.
Well, some of the movies,
Like,
I don't know if the movies in their abridged thing are canon to their abridged lore.
they are.
I don't know if
They're
that's.
referenced.
Yeah, the movies are canon to the main series lore of the abridged series. They did a really good job
Oh.
mixing together.
I was gonna say certain points are kind of weird because, like, I think there's like a fucking because some of them you just can't even do because it's hard to tell like when they show up in the lore because
Hey, not
you
bad.
really only can tell based on when the video was put out and then compare it to like when some of the other videos were done. Like some of them are so easy, like Brawlies, because that happens in like the 7 or so days when Cell's doing his thing. It's like, oh, I give you this amount of time to train. But then there's like ones like the Cooler movie where Gohan's got a fucking tail, even though Piccolo cut it off, and Goku's a Super Saiyan after they've come back from Namek. And it's like, wait a minute, this is funky.
Yeah, no, the consistency in the series was on point. Which one of the good things about the abridged series for Dragon Ball was how they kept their characters and stories consistent.
Yeah, I think they explained that the reason why learned the King Kai's techniques is because he annoy the hell out of him, and he refuses to teach them.
Yeah, that's why they said it, because basically they were talking a lot of shit.
Yeah, there was one loophole that well, I don't know why people call this a loophole. This is kind of like a dumb idea that was thrown around. Was that the reason why people didn't learn the instant transmission technique was that in the abridged series, Goku eats the sick yard rats, and that he learns to learn instant transmission. Which that's a funny way of doing it, but that like it's funny to me that people still think that was an inconsistency that
I
like the
think
Z fighters didn't
Wasn't the
learn.
joke that they just fed me their sick?
Yeah, no. It was that they fed Goku their sick aliens, and as a result, he was able to instant transmission. But like that wasn't an inconsistency. The reason the Z fighters didn't learn that was because they never had a fucking reason to go to Yardrat. They didn't like most of them didn't even know Bulma had the capsules to leave, because again, she only started building that shit after she wished everybody back. Tien lives in isolation with Chaozu, away from the rest of civilization.
Gay.
Yamcha's off doing his own fucking
No, I just
thing.
love the joke for Tien is
Krillin-
that his shoulders keep getting bigger.
Yeah,
And they
no.
stop seeing the doctor because the doctor tells him to stop working out.
Yeah, so I found it kind of weird when people were like, yeah, no, it's inconsistent. And it's just like, well, at least Vegeta should have learned it. Well, Vegeta's learning it now, so it doesn't really fucking matter. Also, Vegeta doesn't want to learn anything that like Goku does, because he's just like, I'll just train the rest of my techniques.
I'm just better than you without it. That's Vegeta right there in a nutshell.
Dante and Virgil versus Goku and Vegeta with the Potara earrings for both of them. Well, Dante and Virgil would kill Goku and Vegeta in seconds flat, if not less than seconds flat. I don't know if they would. I don't know how they would do against fucking like Vegito because
mean,
there's not like
if-
a real measurement for the
if-
Potara fusion.
I mean, if we're being honest here, theoretically speaking, Vegito's only what, a 400 times power increase?
Well, we don't have a multiplier for the Potara.
Well, we do.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty.
Or more
Well, yeah.
there is a. I remember this one in one of Seth's videos. The guy
No,
does
we have a
say-
statement that says it's stronger than Super Saiyan 3, but that's not like. That's not really comparable because again, like, I mean, their base forms were already stronger than Super Saiyans, and at this point in time, like, I mean, you wonder, like, it's not really relevant now because they're already getting way stronger anyway through their Super Saiyan Red and Super Saiyan Blue forms. That a 400 times multiplier means basically nothing. Super Saiyan Red and Super Saiyan Blue have to be thousands of times.
Do they have an official multiplier?
They don't. It's just that there are statements in the Daizenshu that state that Vegito, like base Vegito, is stronger than surpasses even that of a Super Saiyan 3. So the implication being it's stronger than a 400 times multiplier. Technically, it would be stronger than even that because grade 4 is
if I
a
remember,
500
the
times.
Daizenshu does give a direct 400 number, if I recall correctly from Seth's video. But yeah, so technically
No,
that's what we have to work with.
he comes up with the 400 times because he says it's stronger than Super Saiyan 3. Therefore, if we took the multipliers, added them together, it should be stronger than a 400 times increase.
Okay.
But like even that would be wrong now because he later said that like yeah, Toriyama does confirm that the grade 4 is supposed to be 10 times stronger than that of the base Super Saiyan. That like the Super Saiyan that they learn in the Cell Saga, the one where they stay as a Super Saiyan for like 10 days, that one is a 500 times increase. And then Super Saiyan 2, yeah, because it's originally supposed to be 10 times of what it was originally planned out to be.
I thought
As a
Super Saiyan
thing-
was a 50 times multiplier.
Yeah, no, it was originally supposed to be 10 times that later on. There's a statement from Toriyama that I have that I can...
Toriyama can't fucking write for power scaling.
Well,
Yeah,
so,
so-
then what it wait, so
So Super Saiyan 2 would be only... Super Saiyan 2 is just 2 times that.
Yeah.
And then Super Saiyan 3 is 4 times what Super Saiyan 2 is. So technically it would be like a
200
4,000 times. It would be more than a 4,000 times increase.
4,000?
Yeah, more than 4,000 times increase for base Vegito, and then
Wait, does
a
it
500
multiply or
times
does it just,
increase
it
on top of
multiplies
that.
or adds on to?
What?
Does it multiply or add on to? Like, does it?
These are multipliers.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Add on. That's a fucking snail. It's a good looking
The
snail.
fuck is happening on my
Only
phone?
gay people have straight sex.
What?
So let's see. So that would be like a 4,000 times like
Virgil
500.
would also have to- I mean, both of you to assume they would need the Potara earrings.
Like again, even if no, Dante and Virgil
Oh,
need
dude.
the Potara. Like even if we gave them that, and they said that like Vegito could go blue, and we said like Super Saiyan because we don't know where Super Saiyan Red is in comparison to 3. We know it's stronger. So even if we said
Well, we know it's vastly stronger. 'cause
we
Super
know it's
Saiyan
vastly stronger. We know it's stronger than where Vegito was because Goku confirms, or at least not that Goku individually with Super Saiyan Red would be stronger than a fusion of him and Vegito. Obviously, like no matter how strong the person is, he'd be stronger with them because it's merging them with someone else, and the fusion would still have Super Saiyan Red because he has it. It's that like. He said when he fought Beerus, oh, maybe we should use fusion. No, even if I fused with Vegeta, that wouldn't be enough to beat Beerus. But then he gets Super Saiyan Red, and he's like, I think I could beat Beerus. And he knows how strong Super Vegito is, so... Like, I doubt he would be like, yeah, no, base Vegito couldn't beat him, but like, Super Vegito could, then why would he even bother with the God Key? Because he could always guilt trip Goku, Vegeta, be like, yeah, Bulma's gonna fucking die if you don't. Because that's what he does in, like, every fucking time they want to fuse. He's like, yeah, Bulma will die. He's like, god damn it.
In a different universe, Bulma will die.
Nope. I guess she'll die then. So if you wanted to say that technically the Super Saiyan Red should be even stronger. Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Red, whatever, and it's like 1,000 times increase with like blue or whatever. That would only come out to like based on like 4,000 times 500.
Oh yeah.
That would. Oh my fucking god! This piece of shit. Like a several million times increase. 2 million for just the Vegito versus multiplied by just for Super Vegito before he went red. So
Yeah, and
that wouldn't be
red
enough.
form's also better than Vegito before like they get God Key, right?
That might be enough, maybe to challenge like DMC2 novel Dante, but not like fucking.
Doesn't even go to
DMC2
DMC2 in the game.
Not even like DMC2 novel or DMC2 like the end of the novel, not 2 Dante, not novel Dante with the beast heads, not 2 Dante with Gilgamesh, fucking Pandora, fucking all of his weapons, the amulets, not 4 Dante with that and Yamato and Dreadnought, not 5 Dante, and not 5 Dante and 5 Virgil, and not 5 Dante, 5 Virgil with the Potara earrings. Like, what?
Alright, let's ask the real question. Where does 5 Nero sit?
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll
don't
answer
get
that.
Mangler started on this
Answer
one.
that when the next Visions of each chapter comes and denies us again.
Mangler just wants like a statement saying that fucking
I
Nero
just
can
want a
fight Nightmare.
fucking training arc, and I will. The wank will begin.
So I sit over here on the idea that DT Nero at the end of the game is stronger than at least Chair Urizen.
Oh, I thought you were like gonna say like, oh, he's like Demon King level, like stronger than Nightmare, which.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, you want to go to Urizen, kind of.
Whoa! Take it easy there, Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Potara is a little bit of overkill. That would be stupid to give Dante and Virgil the Potara. Assuming they would even need it, because, again, even if we just put like DMC2, like if we put Virgil, hypothetical Virgil from the time of the 2's novel, he could kill both of them even if they were fused, and at like Super Saiyan Red and God, even if they were
Plus,
thousands of times stronger than him, because they're not. What are they gonna do against Yamato?
Yeah, plus they have nothing that can counter Yamato.
You gotta be ready. You gotta be full mass to run away.
That's what I just said.
I mean, you can't counter Yamato. The Dragon Ball crew's not going to counter Yamato. They're going to get fucking destroyed.
But yeah, that stuff. Look, honestly, that stuff that's coming out of like Yardrat right now, that Vegeta's getting, that stuff is really, really good. But even with that, if we took away Yamato, he might have a decent chance against that Virgil. Like a decent chance against that Virgil. Granted, I think Super is getting powerful enough to where, if I consider the manga with the current power scaling after the Tournament of Power, that I could say that they're getting strong enough to fight the weaker versions of the Dantes that I now use. Like Anime Dante, definitely they could fight. They might be getting at 2 novel, but they're not at 2 yet. 2 is a little. The jump between 2 and 2 novel, 2 and 2's novel is like insane. It's only a 2 weeks difference, but Void Mundus, Chin, the Beast Heads, lot alternate universe Trish stabbing him with Alistair. Like
happened.
Yeah, 1 drop of blood is all it. Again, 1 drop of blood is all it takes to determine the difference between you being quintillions of times stronger. So like. I don't see Dante and I don't see Goku and Vegeta getting like quintillions of times stronger at any point of the series from the beginning to the end.
And Ultra Instinct's not really a good thing to rely on because Ultra Instinct doesn't even work the way it's intended. Jiren at full power can still fight Ultra Instinct.
Remember, you gotta learn
Not to mention Goku is training specifically in the moral arc to try and like use Ultra Instinct again because he doesn't know how to use it. And he has multiple Yeah.
That's called a plot device.
Yeah, no, even though he mastered it.
Yeah. Apparently didn't master it good enough.
No, he probably just mastered its time limit and was like, yeah, no, I can use it freely with complete control.
So pretty much, if he can master Ultra Instinct, wouldn't he just be able to just body Beerus then?
Yeah.
No, Beerus isn't a milestone at this point. Like,
Yeah, no, technically well, the fact that Vegeta and Goku can fight Jiren at all
Yeah,
means they can
exactly.
basically fight Beerus.
yeah, no, they're
During
past
state wasn't
they're
During
past
state to be stronger
Beerus
than
at this
his
point.
God of Destruction?
Try turning
Yeah,
the
no,
controller
Jer-
on and off.
okay.
And his God of Destruction should be at least comparable to Beerus.
No,
Yeah, no,
his God of
no.
Destruction
Turn
is
it
the
off
strongest,
and
if I
turn it
remember
on.
correctly.
Right, so pretty much at the end of the
Because sometimes
Well,
it happens-
Vermil
tournament,
has had
Goku
some
is stronger than
statements that have
Beerus.
suggested he's a fucking rival to Beerus, but yeah, you could argue he's stronger than Beerus.
Well, he doesn't fight in the actual manga. He doesn't fight the other gods like Beerus does. He kind of fucks around.
Well, in the manga, it's kind of weird because they have like a scene where I think Beerus
Hey,
fights
here's the
all the
king
gods,
Yeah, because they all go after
And, like-
Beerus because they blame
and
him.
Vermil, I don't think participates. He just kind of like sits back and does his clown tricks.
Well, he's also older than Beerus, or presumably he's
recovering?
the oldest god in the God
What,
of
that
Destruction.
Ronald McDonald looking
Oh, very
motherfucker?
Yeah, I think he's actually like technically the oldest and superior and the most superior of them all, technically.
I've
I
been
recently,
answering the
this
whole
last
chat
weekend
this
joined a
time,
tournament
Zim.
for Dead by Daylight,
Go, you're up.
And we actually won the
Wait,
first
isn't
round. And I was pretty happy with
really
it.
you're gonna back out on this
Um,
one?
On
Wait,
Sunday,
isn't
I'm gonna-
DMC2
so
novel
I got
Dante
my
fifth
prize
dimensional? Oh, okay, he's Mangler decided to trap me. I see how it is.
I didn't trap you.
Oh,
I
Dark
didn't even
Sparta
know
deleted
what
the
was being
message. You see,
said.
Mangler?
Oh,
You scared him.
Shit.
I scared him.
You scared him. He's too scared to even talk
guy
about
is
fucking
aggro.
Kingdom Hearts. He asked me in my last video, has Mangler played Remind yet? And I told him no.
Have I
Devastated
played
the poor
what?
boy.
And you supposedly think that
Rewind.
I played 15 wrong.
Look, Remind's gonna be here and
What,
gonna
does it come,
happen.
does it come out this month or next
no
month?
way.
It comes out February. It's what's it called? It's
No.
February 11th right now. So I've got 2 more weeks. It's 2 Mondays from now.
Ah, I see.
So
It's the 12th, you heathens.
But regarding whether or not DMC2 Novel Dante is fifth dimensional,
Why does it suck me back?
it
fucking
really depends on how we
into
know
it?
Void Mundus at.
Oh my gosh.
Because if we cross that line, that makes Dante 2A at DMC2.
Demogorgon.
Which, I mean, you could argue is already there with
Him and
Despair
Freddy Krueger are, like,
embodied,
the most
but,
annoying.
2A technically isn't 5th dimension.
Oh, shut the hell up.
Technically pushes up glasses that
No.
don't exist on my face
It'll
for the
be
sake of
95%, unless if
fucking
you have two
being
specific
irritating.
perks, I can let you get up.
Yeah, no, but, I mean, basically, I would, if, like, let's say Void Mundus is, in fact, fifth dimensional,
Can we
then he
get
is a
that?
fifth dimensional being, or exists on fifth dimensional level, that technically would make him 2A.
Don't mess up these skill checks.
Although his statement already implies that he's 2A, given that if we assume there's an infinite number of DMC universes.
If we assume what?
If we assume there's an infinite number of DMC universes, but we
Yeah.
can't confirm that.
Yeah.
Mangler's like,
No-
well, let's not get too.
No, if we could confirm that there's an infinite number, we could confirm definitively that he's 2A, because he literally says he exists before all of creation, or timeless creation and eternity, that he will exist. I am the beginning and the end, you know?
Oh, you mean the Alpha and the Omega?
No, you don't
Why,
become the
Mangler?
Alpha
Those
and
are
Omega
shit
until you're at DMC 5.
Yeah.
I mean, the god of space and time wasn't really a mile marker in the series at all. Like, it was like, oh, you're god of space and time at, like, DMC 1, and then surpasses that. So once you're Demon King level, you're already above the god of space and time. So, like...
I feel
and that's-
No, you know you live in a pretty powerful verse when the god of space and time is literally just bending machine.
To be fair, the vending machine is the physical representation of its power. It just
that
sucks.
just gets fucked over by everybody.
Well, it should be the case that there's like one of those fucking web comics where it's like, I am the god of space and time. It's just a divinity statue getting pissed on by a bunch of hobos and
I'll have
like
to-
demons.
Yeah, I have to restart it. Ooh. Yeah, no, but no. So I mean, I'm not too ready to pull the trigger yet and just say like fifth dimensional there, because if I do, that's basically 2A. And that's ironically enough, that's a line I don't want to cross. I don't know. Like I would like something more to work with before I jump that line. You know?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
I'll offer the same example that I did before. Blood, higher dimensions, chop chop.
Mangler over there just
Stupid
fucking
ass,
tossing and
dick-looking
turning
ass,
in his
fucking
sleep.
shoulder
Oh,
penis
Zim's
looking
not
ass.
using blood to its full effect.
Well,
Oh.
to pass the third dimension exists beyond space and time in general. I mean, he can literally exist beyond Mundus's ability to destroy a space-time continuum. Goes from not being able to interact with him at all to reaching his highest power, and then 5 years later is just kind of pissing away Abigail.
Like Cthulhu
So-
being in DMC. Is it? I don't know how strong Cthulhu is.
Well, yeah, there's like a ton of sales going on one store right now.
On Xbox?
Like, yeah, there's like 3 different publisher sales. I think there's a Capcom publisher sale, there's a 2K publisher sale, and there's a Ubisoft publisher sale right now.
Alright, hang on.
Azure is Wrath is on sale.
I can pity pool. Oh, is it?
Yeah, it is.
So
I didn't
thanks-
check it out, but it is a 360 game, so it will probably end up being under $10.
Alright. So as of right now, I did so good on Ignis, I can pity pool another character and still have enough for Ariana.
I'm gonna take my dogs. I'll be right back.
Alright. Balrog, who do you think I should pity pool? A fucking space wizard with a dragon, or a student with some knuckles?
Yeah.
I like the Space Wizards. That sounds pretty cool.
Well, space wizard it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, Dragon Ball does not compare to DMC when it comes to power scaling, assuming you use the correct DMC power scaling. Even then, Dragon Ball's not that strong on its own. 9.
It means you're exhausted
Wow. So
And
we
if you
got
have an
early
exhaustion
a
perk, you can
second
use it
fucking time. Oh my
until you
goodness.
get rid of the heart. I don't think you have an exhaustion perk though.
But is Cthulhu 1C or is he 1B? Where's Cthulhu at? I know he's beyond 2, right? I like how I'm asking people here, but like no one here knows anything about Lovecraft. Or Balrog, you know anything about Lovecraft?
Only that one of his
How
things.
the fuck is Cthulhu 1A? I thought the fucking sleeping dude was 1A.
I only know 2
Do
things
you have adrenaline?
from Lovecraft,
No,
but they're
you're clever.
from 2 different series.
What do you mean 2 different series? Like which series?
Oh,
You see the doors are?
I only know them in different stories. I know
Okay.
Shark Niggeroth from the South Park game, and I know Nefertib from Persona, but that's about it.
Yeah. Not as fast as us though.
What the fuck are those characters? And we'll probably have to pay Paul Garland ZX, which is
Okay, Aaron, where are you?
suck. I'll just give this one. Not even surprised a little bit. No, this hurts. I meant the mythology. No, the mythology that exists in Devil May Cry is either Greek, Catholic, or a little bit of both. Because technically, the Greek gods are a thing in Devil May Cry, or at the very least, they exist within the Devil May Cry world. Like they're like.
I think it's Greek,
Go,
Catholic,
go.
Roman, and I think a
Oh,
little bit
behind you,
of
behind you.
Norse.
Oh, butter block.
I mean, it's a little bit of everything because you can find Greek statues But
Aaron!
then you can also find statues of undisclosed gods of water that aren't Poseidon. It's like a chick.
No, I know, but we were
And
gonna
then
body
you can
block for
find
you.
just fucking.
You can also find
Meaning we
you can
can
find
take
creatures
hints for
from
you to
different
get
mythologies
out.
there
Why'd
as well.
you drop the
Or
pallet
possibly
on
based off
us?
of.
Can you?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
Maybe you can
so
fix
so
us.
Because isn't Bulver like implied to be like Odin or something?
he is designed as Odin. Right, so we got that there. Nice, finally. That took. How many pulls
Wait,
did that take?
sorry, what?
60? Son of a bitch. Well, at least we got it.
Oh, those are how much blood points you can get within the game on it. So, like, there's, like, skill checks, right? So, if you do a certain
We're
amount
gonna
of
try and
good
see if we
skill
can
checks
secure
for good skill checks,
ATX
You know what's
right now.
funny?
eventually you
Even
won't
if
have points
Bayonetta
for it
3
anymore.
comes out, unless there's something truly significant, she's still gonna get absolutely asked.
Yeah, and that's just for that game. Oh, Darth Nihilus.
Watch
you
her
finally did
become
it.
fucking 1A.
Good for you, buddy.
Dude.
It's just a guy.
You know when that
likes
shit
to
comes
Borg
out,
stuff.
people are gonna want you to do another Dante vs Bayonetta.
Oh yeah, of course. Like I mean, I'm already expecting that. I'm already expecting that phone call essentially.
Come on down the
And I don't
And then
mind because
And
hopefully,
then the saga starts again.
unless the only way she's gonna get close to Dante right now is if they confirm the Rodin fight is canon. That's the only way she's getting close to Dante right now.
Is if what was canon?
If they confirm the Rodin fight is canon. Oh shit! I got all the EXs. Yo, that's pretty fucking good. It only cost me what, like 70 fucking pulls.
I thought you were gonna say $70.
No, Balrog, I've spent far more on this game than $70.
Stun the killer 5 times. Good.
Let's not talk about that. Oh, neat though. That is great. So I secured everything I wanted from this month. Excellent.
Come on, text message. I don't want to go to tapes tomorrow.
You don't want
Say
to
that Richmond is flooded. Say that Richmond is flooded. Say that Richmond is flooded.
Oh, just like, please. I've been a good boy
Dude,
all
I'd
year,
rather-
Santa.
Dude, I'd rather go to work than TAFE. TAFE sucks ass. It's so boring and I fall asleep in class. I've had mates literally tell me that I snore in class.
Hey. Those guys can go fuck themselves. You know, a good snooze never hurt anybody.
Exactly, I can't get in trouble over a snooze. Why are you sleeping? Well, because my body said it was time.
Not gonna lie, dude, that's kind of gay.
This is my time, right here.
Fucking on the way home from work, I had some fucking dickhead with a trailer nearly merge into me.
And then you stepped outside, you thought to yourself, nah. And then you walked back in, you just fucking beat the shit out of him.
No, I gave him the finger and called him a cocksucker, and then drove off.
I like my version of the story better.
That's how I feel.
Nah, for me, I mean, you know what thing I gotta worry about is I gotta do some homework later, technically. What fucking crystal color
It
is
must be
everyone?
nice working in a nice air-conditioned shop.
I know.
Oh, you mean grocery outlet? Fuck no. People like walking around, their hands are fucking destroyed. What do you want about? I
Dude,
show
my hands go... Dude, I'm in the sun all day, rain, hail, or shine.
Oh, it must be nice, having all that nice temperature to, keep you warm.
Temperature in my ass. It's been humid for the past couple of days.
Balrog, it sounds like you're very appreciative of what what you get.
Yeah, when I have to
Kinda
lift a
baby.
full plastic bin full of
I
dirt
don't know.
into a bin that's like 10 feet tall, yeah, that's not fun.
Balrog. Oh, come now. How bad could it possibly be? Dante Solo's God of War?
Damn straight.
I mean,
High five.
Of course. Clap. There you go. There you go. That's right. That's Ryan's high five right there.
Hung up these nuts, fool.
Regarding, again, God of War is weird too. I should probably go. I don't know.
The highest I have God of War is Universe Plus.
I don't know, because that tree's a really iffy subject worth discussing.
No, it's not, because all the realms still exist. They all exist on the same time axis. They're just on different planes of existence.
Wouldn't that still be Universal Plus?
It's practically one big universe. They're not separate times, so they're still just technically like the highest version of Universe Plus.
Do you ever play Candy Mountain, dude?
If
But
they
are
all
you
had
sure
separate
about
people,
that?
Candy Mountain?
yes, it's even stayed in game. It specifically makes a point in saying in one of the dialogue things
Damn, dude, that's
that they all exist on the same time.
crazy.
They just exist on different planes of existence. So
Really?
let's say it's 4 o'clock here.
Yeah.
If I was to go to say Nilfheim, it would still be the exact same time. The time doesn't change. It's still the same time axis, just a different
You know, it's
space.
almost like you,
They're just big dimensions.
That sounds pretty fucking
That
lame.
Yeah, they're just big dimensions that make up an even bigger universe.
no, it's kind of like.
And people saying
you
like,
shouldn't have bought
oh,
a
if Greek
fucking Guinness.
people trying to say like, oh, the Greek mythology takes place in like a separate galaxy. I'm like, okay, cool. So you've just downplayed the primordials for Greek mythology, because that means the primordials are only galaxy level then.
Isn't that like a direct statement saying they created the universe?
Here's the thing. Barlog has tried many times to explain how the cosmology works, and it's not good. He has one where he's like, oh, they all exist in the same place, and you can travel to different countries. Well, another one says, okay, they exist in this group, part of the cluster system of a galaxy, and then the other ones are here. It's like, he can't make up his mind.
Well, I think that's more due to the fact that the game doesn't do a good fucking job of explaining itself.
No, this is outside of the game. He was trying to explain this to people. Like, he can't explain for shit how his universe works.
Wait, do you mean the writer?
Yeah, Barlog. The lead writer for the thing literally has two different explanations on the universe. One suggests that it's one big planet with all the religions on it. The other one suggests that each religion is its own separate galaxy.
So, Abyss. Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
Although, to be fair, if it is the galaxy one, I guess that would explain a lot.
Even if it does, that downplays the primordials a lot.
No, yeah, that like downgrades the God of War verse significantly. But it makes a lot of sense if instead of just the wolves jumping through reality, they just like jumped into a different place in space.
What do you
Makes them massively faster than light, but oh well.
I mean, they're already massively faster than light.
More of what?
No, I mean like they have the Hermes light feet, don't they? Yeah, they have the Hermes light feet.
Light feet?
Yeah.
Are you talking about that versus wiki bullshit where it's like the game automatically like dodges?
Okay,
Hermes?
so Helios's light can like light the infinite underworld
I know why they do
instantly.
That way they get you to play
And
is it infinite though?
If you play Killer
Infinite Eyes, I believe it is.
Challenges. And I'm sure if you play
Even if it was just
Survival
universal, that'd still be
Challenges.
massively faster than light if he can dodge it. Because the light, it does it instantly. I was thinking about buying Zack's skin, but I'll wait till Cecil comes out. Don't waste your money on Zack's skin. Unless you're a big Zack fan, do not waste your money on Zack's skin. Don't do that to yourself.
Aren't you a big Zack fan?
I am. But here's the thing. I like Zack's default skin better than his actual other skin. So I'm in the clear for once. Now, if they pop Ignis with a blind Ignis skin, Papa's going to spend some cheddar.
That's it.
One of its attacks in this game is actually making food. Like, he literally cooks in the middle of a battle, and then you can choose which food to create to give your party buffs.
That's awesome.
It's amazing. Can't wait to fully max it out.
Oh, man.
As the ignorant Australian, what's going on?
I'm cold, nigga.
Do you have a new president, or is the impeachment over? What's going on?
I don't like talking politics too much on the channel, but I can go ahead and explain to you. We don't have a new president, but the election is coming up. So they impeached it. Wait, hang on. Where's Mangler? Oh. Yeah, you know what? Mangler's gone. I should do this. Okay. So they did technically impeach him, but then they couldn't get rid of him. Now, depending on who you ask, there's many reasons for this. But since Mangler's not here to complicate things, we'll just say the Republicans threw it out because there wasn't enough evidence. You know, we'll say it like that.
So pretty much it went to trial
Oh
and
my
nothing
gosh.
came out of it.
Oh,
Yeah, but to be fair, the Republicans didn't play fair. But that was because the Democrats didn't play fair. It was a dirty procedure on all sides. I'm not gonna get too into it, but
It's
Your
that
politics
giant
are way
samurai
more
dude.
complicated
The
than our
one that lets your
politics.
blood
our politics
run,
are way more complicated. It's a bunch of fucking children saying, man, you're bad, I don't
You know
want
what
to do
I'm talking about,
this, yeah, I want this. No, you don't get
Our
that.
politics is
The one whose
literally
hair lights up.
we get a new prime minister, he fucks up, we don't like that prime minister, time for a new election. 2 years into his term.
No, we don't do that. We wait the 4 years.
No, we've
if
literally
fucking-
had
carrying a massive
prime
13-inch
ministers
dick.
from the same party just snipe, get rid of the old one, and place themselves there.
What
You know
happens
what I mean?
is, so we can kick out presidents, but
What the?
they have to have
fuck
committed
is
a
that,
crime that
dude?
you can easily prove. And in
Yeah,
regards
That's
to the
different from us. If we don't like ours, we just get rid of them.
Yeah, see, it sounds like you guys have a much more free system than we do, ironically
Yeah,
enough.
go ahead, just look at it.
The irony.
It would be free if we didn't get fined for not fucking voting.
You guys don't get. Wait, you guys get fined for not
Not
voting?
yet.
I know, it's
I
weird.
think he's gonna
I
get
don't
enough
like it.
love from me to
That
be able
is.
to go into his powers.
That
and
is pretty
everything.
fucking weird, actually.
I have to drive to my fucking school so I can sign my name off on a piece of paper that I just draw a funny picture on and stick it in a ballot. I don't even vote. I just draw a funny picture.
Well, I mean, technically, your voice is heard. Look up different levels of infinity. Hold up, isn't infinite size universe comparable to an infinite size multiverse since they are both the same size? No. Okay, so basically, here's the way I've seen it. An infinite size universe is a box with an infinite universe inside of it. An infinite size multiverse is like several boxes.
Multiple of
That's
those,
so fucking
it's
frustrating.
multiple of those boxes
He's
joined
about to
together.
go to his power.
Yeah, it's just all those boxes that can be folded together to create like a new box, an ultimate box,
No, you have to now.
a box
The
to
way
surpass all
the
boxes.
way he was describing it, it'd be like, wouldn't a universe be the same size as a multiverse? That's pretty much what the question would be if you want to dumb it down.
Well, here's the thing. I've seen people say that it is. Like I've seen people say because in Bayonetta, Paradiso is stated to be 1,000 times the size of the human universe.
Okay,
And-
here's the thing. For Bayonetta is easily a
I don't know what he's
multiverse.
doing.
Like Hell and
Okay,
like
well,
Inferno and Paradiso are separate universes.
yeah, but what I was going to get to specifically is they said that if you destroy Paradiso, because it's 1,000 times the size of one universe, it counts as 1,000 separate universe space times.
No, that would just be a really, really high universe plus because there's not multiple space times technically. It's
That's his.
where I get kind of iffy on where to place things.
Michael Myers has that tier 3 where we're like if he's making it.
By the way, did I give you my Omnia ID? Oh, I don't think
It's
you
the
have
same
it
thing.
actually. And also, regarding Omnia, I wanted to get Golbez's EX and shit like that, and 8s. I actually got both of them already. So I succeeded this month. And I still have enough to pity Pueriana. Hell yeah. I succeeded this month. This month has turned out fucking great for good old Zim.
Fuck off! No! What
It's
am
a
I
great month
doing?
for me, Balrog. It's a great month.
So when you get to 15,
No,
is
he
Ariana
got
going to
me.
get her own video?
Is there? Okay, so this is how I'm gonna work things out. The
I'd
more.
make his own.
Oh, okay, so the way I'm thinking of doing it right now is every protagonist and antagonist will have their own separate videos, and the party will not have separate videos unless there's a specific thing going on that like requires they have a separate video.
First where you can get
But what I am thinking of doing is making a third video or fourth video for games if there's like another character who's really worth talking about. Like for Final Fantasy V, I already know I'm gonna have to make a video for Gilgamesh.
So I don't know how to dodge him.
For who?
Gilgamesh. I already know I'm gonna have to make a video for Gilgamesh in Final Fantasy V because he is a pretty big character in the Final Fantasy lore.
In Final Fantasy VI is the main character Terra?
I'm not laughing at you, but there's a massive joke
You
among
guys
the
need to go
community
work on
as
Jen,
to
dude. I'm
who the
gonna
main
die.
character
He's looking funny
actually
right
is. because they split their protagonists up so fucking hard that no one knows who the actual fucking main character of the game is. You can make a legitimate argument for any of them being the main character. Well, not all of them. I think we can all agree that fucking what's his face, Setzer's not the main character. I think we can all agree on that one.
Well, from what the city goes by, it seems like Terra is the main character.
Terra seems to be the representative, so you could easily make an argument that Terra should be the main character because she's the one that appears in Dissidia. I completely agree with you, but we don't know. That's just it. Like that would be pure.
How about we just cut the crap and just say it's Kefka's game?
I mean, honestly, that's as fair enough of a statement as anyone else's. You see his rise to power and everything. Okay, so which EX do I max out first? Space Wizard or Fisty Boy?
As far as I know, isn't the strongest protagonist Lightning?
Ah, that's gonna be an interesting video we're talking about. Now that we can actually fucking max them out. I'll talk about that when we get to that. As far as I know right now, she is the strongest singular protagonist because everyone else needs a party to do shit.
Is it a broken
Because I can tell straight away that it's definitely not tens.
Yeah, it's a broken key.
And that's got some really oof voice acting moments.
Not a big fan of the grade A voice acting, huh?
I mean, there are parts where it's just like, shit, they didn't pay you enough to try, did they?
Listen, you want the lines, I get the money.
Me.
It's a very simple
here.
system. Just gonna put that there for now.
I forgot that 10's the one that had the infamous laughing scene.
Yeah. He's right here.
Yeah, it's 10. Oh yeah, Tidius ain't doing shit.
Tell you this, I thought it was Titus for the longest time.
Is it not? Wait, how the fuck do you pronounce that?
Tell you this.
That's false. Whoever told you that is wanking to the max. Oh, are you referring to Sephiroth?
Right,
Yeah, I was gonna
stop,
say,
stop,
I'm pretty sure Lightning has a pretty good fucking position
You're in
there.
the best spot.
From
Okay, so you
Well,
need to go
I've
work
heard,
on gens and try to hide as much as
Jesus
you can.
small planet level.
I mean, because you and I are both in Death Hook.
Tidius is probably planet level area. I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat it. That fucker's probably planet level. Yeah.
It's kind of
There's a
confusing
gen
who the
over there,
main
yeah, you see it.
villain is, because it's technically Sin, but you've also got Seymour.
Are they not the same character?
No.
Are you sure?
Sin is a giant zombie whale, pretty
I
much.
mean, unless if you're able to get out.
Sid?
Sin.
Yeah, controlled by
S-I-N.
Seymour. Right?
I think so. I haven't finished the game yet.
I would assume he controls it. It's his fucking. He's the antagonist in like every fucking interpretation. Actually,
Is he even in Dissidia?
Yeah, I was actually gonna ask you. Is he? I know he's in Opera Omnia as the villain representative, but is he in normal Dissidia? I don't think I've seen him in Dissidia.
Because I know for 10,
No!
it's Yuna and Jet.
Yeah, no. In Dissidia, the games, it's Jet who's the villain of Final Fantasy X. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm pretty sure that's wrong. There's no way it's not Seymour, you know? That's fucking stupid. Sephiroth has a hard time scaling to solar system level, let alone high hyperversal. Apparently Sephiroth's way beyond solar system, technically, if you want to get technical and look at the other summons. I need to ask Neo if characters scale to the Dragon or Omega.
Ah, damn it.
Because Neo's been helping me out with the Final Fantasy power scaling. We do have some disagreements, but for the most part, he's been helping me out with that. And Mangler can't help me out because Mangler doesn't know a lot about Final Fantasy. And Balrog can't help me out because he also doesn't know anything about Final Fantasy for the most part.
I know 15 and 7.
Alright, fair enough. He knows some of them. Behold, my quick recipe. Beautiful.
You're on
Supposedly you think I play it wrong, but that's...
You did play it wrong, dude. You played it so fucking wrong, you gave me an aneurysm.
I am back.
Yeah, but so, Balrog, before we go any further,
Okay, I'm going to it.
any more questions about America's government system beforehand?
No, your system just seems way more hardcore than ours.
I want to hear this from the guy who gets fined for not voting, but alright, fair enough. Alright. So, back over here. Regarding Sephiroth, I don't know for certain now, because Final Fantasy has made me feel uncomfortable in my own skin when it comes to power scaling. I personally think he was star at a solar system level because of Supernova, but apparently there are summons that are way stronger than that, and canonically Sephiroth should be stronger than them.
Aaron, I need you to look at.
So,
Okay,
what?
good. They say
Why?
Because he's the strongest character in Final Fantasy VII's verse.
But wouldn't that technically be Cloud?
No, Cloud wins because of plot every
I
time.
need to spectate who he's chasing, Aaron.
Didn't you just describe every verse ever?
Not necessarily.
And I'm
He
dead.
definitely described every last fight in JoJo.
Oh, I fucking hate that Dio gets fucking like treated so trash. Part 3 should have been Dio's part.
Spawn the meme is the same steam as Star Platinum.
You also have to wait until Final Fantasy VII R. No, Mingler's confirmed that Final Fantasy VII Remake will have a different timeline completely.
Wait, what?
That
How
Final
did I
Fantasy
confirm?
that Final Fantasy VII's remake is going to be completely separate from Final Fantasy VII.
No. So what I confirmed was that the continuation story. So they said that the like Dirge of Cerberus, Advent Children, anything that comes after it. I don't know about Crisis Core because Crisis Core is a prequel to Final Fantasy VII, but technically they made it after, so they might consider it part of the continuation.
Technically, if nothing changes in the remake, everything else should still be canon.
Well,
If nothing else, if nothing technically
Nomura
changes,
has, yeah, it should, but Nomura said like the continuations, like they won't have this. Like that's what he said, and it's like.
Well, we'll just have to see when it comes out what they do.
Yeah, no, we'll have to see.
Because if they change nothing, then it's go for your life.
I mean, I guarantee you it's going to be a situation of where it's just like, oh, we're just getting like a full reskin and nothing else lore-wide changes. I doubt they're going to spend time fixing the lore.
No, they just stop Trash Eris from dying.
I suspect they'll change that. I suspect they will change it this time around. Or at the very least...
I think
Yeah,
they'll
they
probably
should step
change,
with it
like,
then.
the major scenes,
should
I think
really
they're
get-
probably going to keep the same. But they'll probably change, like, a lot of the fight scenes and stuff in, like, Midgar. But,
If they don't change Aerith's death, I suspect they'll add another character who uses Aerith's gear.
They'll make it more brutal. Triple X.
Imagine Sephiroth just gets down there and just starts slamming her head Gears of War style.
Yeah, no, he doesn't, like, so in the original, like, alright, guys.
Sephiroth does what Dante does to the people at the start of 4. Just spits her out and swings her.
I was gonna say, like, you remember Sephiroth killed Aerith, and it's just like him stabbing the sword into her. It's like, now, witness it again in HD. And he, like, goes down, stabs her,
Like, let's not
rips
lie.
her
Oh.
midsection in half. Like,
let's not lie. While that is one of the moments people want to see, it's Supernova everyone wants to see what they're going to do with.
yeah, no. It's probably, he's probably just gonna end up, like...
Supernova just
probably
turns
like-
into just a basic fireball attack.
It will probably just be like teleports behind you, nothing personal, kid. Like, cutscene, and like Aerith
I'd
just
laugh
dies.
if that's what he says, nothing personal, just chucks you in a portal.
Yeah, no, but...
That's gonna be kind of stupid though. If like you meet Aerith and then he like teleports you in a portal and then you come back to the location and Aerith's already dead. That'd be really. I think that'd be pretty disappointing. But
No, you just get a black screen and all you hear is the noise of the stab.
I think potentially though, do you think so? In the original game, no one picks up Aerith's gear after she dies, right? Like no one takes her gear.
What was that?
this time you don't just pick up her gear; you pick up her corpse.
All right, take it easy there, Mingler. That's a weird accessory to have on you.
No, like I mean, like you summon it and then you gain its abilities. It's like
Well, I was actually
Like,
gonna.
yeah, just by the way, we're just casually resurrecting the dead. Nothing.
Nothing to see here. Well, I was actually gonna say that.
I know what's going to change in the story.
What?
Ignis just grabs Cloud's tears and says, "I've come up with a new recipe."
So I'm really excited to see what it looks like when Cloud tries to turn people into frogs in HD.
It'll probably
Imagine
look
it's
like
all fucking horrific, like they're actually being morphed into a frog.
Yeah, the CGI is like really fucked up. It's like, yeah, we thought they'd come out as poison dart frogs, but they came out as much, much worse, and they're like the size of fucking cars. It's like they're actually more threatening than they were before. Like, you know those what's that that it's Bizzlebob? I don't remember the name. It's like it's those insects, those flying insects from DMC1 that are like really big. They're like the size of like fucking Doberman. Yeah.
He knows what I want to do.
So imagine Cloud turns them into frogs, but instead of like normal frogs, the size of like the fucking insects from one.
Now, I just kind of hope we get a new party member in 7 that takes Aaron's gear and uses it.
Vincent, cough cough.
Vincent's gonna become a staff user after Aaron dies.
I swear to God, like I'm not really gonna like pick out the Final Fantasy VII right when it comes out or when it eventually comes to the other consoles, but like, you know, if I do get it and then Vincent is still sitting in the Shinra basement, I'm gonna be hella mad.
Why? You want
'Cause he
cutscenes
should
with
do
him?
shit. Well, no, I want stuff with him. Well, yeah, cutscenes. He's one of my favorite characters in Final Fantasy.
Too bad.
One of my only characters in Final Fantasy that I.
You don't get cutscenes. You get guest appearances.
I just want him to summon chaos and then just be like, you know what? I'm activating this a couple games early. Just runs through Midgard, like fucking picks up Sephiroth and is like, hey boy,
And
we're ending
what?
this
Gets
game.
fucking bodied?
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, try me. You know Papa Sephiroth
I'm
was
gonna
later.
love it when Nomura is just like, hey, guess what? Vincent is taking the game. Picks up Sephiroth.
No, the
rips
change
his
the
sword in
game
half.
is that Zack is the final boss after all.
Well, I mean, in my personal opinion, he is the strongest protagonist in the Final Fantasy VII verse. I will argue
Zack
that
just comes along, teleports behind Sephiroth, kills him, and then it's like, I am the final
personal
boss.
again. And then he fucks Sephiroth's mom. Yo, take it easy there, Dark Sparta. She's dead. What was I gonna say? Yeah, in my personal opinion, in Final Fantasy VII, Zack is the strongest singular character outside of Sephiroth. Maybe Genis got stronger by the time of Dirge of Cerberus, but who knows on that one.
Is Genesis in 7?
He's not in the main 7 game, but he is in Dirge. Well, he is in fucking.
Time to change that.
Yeah, let's get a new voice actor too. Let's keep it consistent.
Watch it be like a giant, like 7's remake turns into like a giant cameo appeal, like Vincent, Genesis, fucking Angeal comes back from the grave.
Angeal, the scientist who was Angeal just comes back.
It's like, actually, the one you killed was a clone of a clone, and the director wasn't even the real me.
Metal Gear.
Then Sephiroth's just like, well, I'm actually the antagonist, and then like everybody like fucking like team attacks him with like ultimate Bahamut X. Just like
I actually,
fucking-
if they decide to go this route, I kind of would hope they explain how the fuck the Dirge of Cerberus crew just shows up later, like the main villains.
Wait, what do you mean the Dirge of Cerberus crew? Like, aren't they? Oh, do you mean like the WR?
Yeah, I mean the villains. I mean like Weiss and shit.
Oh, the Deep Ground. Well, I mean, the WRO is a little weird too, but that's also like a world
Sorry, man.
like renowned organization.
I'm using the fucking EICS and go suck a dick on this
The Deep Ground is supposed to be like abandoned Shinra experiments, but like I don't know why they have like an organized military. That that just came out of nowhere. It's like, yeah, by the way, like there's 5 of us, the Seavets. We were experimented on by Hojo. It's like, all right, I can believe that. By the way, we have an organized military that also consists of like infantry, snipers, rocket launcher soldiers, various mech soldiers, copters, and dog soldiers. And I'm like,
just like that, you lost me.
I'm like, what?
You know what I'm expecting?
What?
For some reason, I'm expecting about 32 hours worth of cutscenes.
There better be a. Well, actually, are we still getting the 2 parts, or are we getting 1 part only?
What do you mean the 2 parts?
Well, because when the game was first being announced, they said that they were going to release it in 2 parts.
No. We're still getting at least 2 parts from whatever. I think someone mentioned a third, but it's probably going to be at least 2.
Oh, great. So
The first game
No,
takes
the
place
third's
in
just
Midgar,
DLC.
and the first game only takes place in Midgar.
there's
So-
no if they're honestly saying they have to because they're saying they have to split the game up into 2 games or 2 parts. There's 3 parts. Wait, so is it Midgar, pre-Cloud Revelation, and then post-Cloud Revelation, or what's the breakup here?
All I know is the first one is Midgar.
How much
We don't have
content
any
is
details on
part
the
1 going to have? 'Cause if it's only having Midgar.
I really hope it's not just Midgar, because that's gonna be
It's
complete fucking
they're
shit.
probably gonna turn all
Well,
the
as soon as you get
whatever
out of
like
the sea,
fucking
it just
side
says,
quests you had in the
"Now,
original into
part
like
2."
canon main quest stuff. I'd imagine.
They would have to make significantly more side quests if they're gonna make Midgar its own game, because Midgar's
Well, they're
pretty
probably
short.
Not
gonna
just
have
that,
to.
they'd have to extend the story in there for it to be anywhere near satisfyingly
I don't
long.
think you have to extend the story. Just give us more shit to do. Maybe have racing mini games or shit. I don't know. Okay, no. Second part ends when Eric dies, and third part is basically fighting Sephiroth.
I don't think they can make a whole game around five.
No.
I
Well,
don't.
isn't it after Eric dies? Cloud has his fucking like revelation that he's not like.
Yeah, but doesn't she die in like the wind maze when you're on your way to find Sephiroth or something?
Yeah, like I mean, you can easily fucking. Alright, hang on, one last time.
Well, like at that point, isn't Sephiroth still trying to get the black materia and shit? Like he's so close to getting his goal, and then Eric dies, and you're like, oh, got time to go kill Sephiroth. I mean, like I don't think after that point you can make a full game off of that. Whereas
Well-
Midgard's a little different because Midgard is an entire city. Like
Okay.
you can do a lot of shit with that.
I would rather they not expand Midgard and just give us the fucking full game at release.
Well, I think everybody would want that, but that's obviously not how things are.
That's not what Square Enix wants.
That's not how you milk stuff, Sim.
Milk it by releasing the expansion packs as just the games, not even HD. Just release all the
No.
games.
Instead of Crisis Core being canon as a game, Zack's flashbacks, you just get to play parts of it.
That would be super fucking cool, actually, if they like made certain sections of Zack's backstory in Crisis Core as gameplay mechanics in the fucking main game. You fucking cunts. Look at these fucking bastards.
That or they just put in extras Crisis Core movie and it's just all the cutscenes.
Watch it just be like Final Fantasy VII's like fucking remake includes it actually includes the second and third parts. You get to the end of the game and the game ends with Cloud waking up and it's like, oh, that was quite a dream.
Oh, don't you fucking dare say that. I kind of hope.
Instead of Cloud waking up, it's Zack.
You mean like they with Final
That'd
Fantasy
be
VIII with
meta.
Laguna? What do you mean? Like, I thought Final Fantasy VIII had like a genuine story and shit.
Like how TFS did the what's it called, the Garlic Jr. thing.
Aren't they
Where
still
just had-
doing the Final Fantasy VII Abridged actually?
Yeah, the final season.
Yeah. Finished Hellsing Abridged finally.
Which should be told, and you guys can disagree with me, it was their best Abridged series.
As far
I
as
mean,
like
any episode that had Alucard in it was good.
as far as
Just
like
like
how
all of them.
humorous it was, I think it was more humorous than TFS, but I just like I don't know if it's in regards to like its original source material because I didn't watch the original Hellsing. I just read the manga, so I can't really compare.
Pretty much the OVA is pretty much panel for panel.
Yeah, the OVA is like almost exactly the same as the manga. I think the
It's
only
practically
difference
the same aside
Yeah.
from the
it's one of-
funeral scene after the Valentine's attack. But that's in the credits.
It's one of those straight up fucking. I think
It's
probably.
an adaptation.
I think it's one of the most faithful adaptations I think I've ever seen of a work.
That and JoJo are the two most faithful I've seen.
To be fair, JoJo does add new scenes.
Yeah,
So
but it's
in
way
my
more
opinion-
faithful than other things I've seen.
I think the most unfaithful anime I've seen is Yu-Gi-Oh! GX because that completely goes off the rails.
Is that the one with Jaden?
Yeah.
Doesn't that
I
one
like
just get?
I used to watch
People
it all
keep
the
telling
time.
me that one just gets really crazy.
Okay, in reference to the manga, it gets crazy because the manga goes on a different story tangent.
The manga does what?
The manga has a completely different story from the anime. At a certain point, they just split. It's kind of like Black Butler season 2. I never watched it, but I understand that they didn't. This son of a bitch is trying to use the X.
So how much of the manga is or how much of the anime is non-canon to the?
Regarding
How much of the anime is non-canon to the
Pegasus?
manga in GX?
I want to say, I think the first Cyber Dragon guy is when it starts being non-canon. I could be wrong there.
I don't know where that is.
Well, don't worry. Okay, if you're going... Oh, go ahead.
Isn't GX supposed to take place like several years after the original Yu-Gi-Oh?
Technically, yeah. Technically not. It's a little weird.
Yugi shows
In the
up on,
manga,
I think, the first
does he still
episode.
duel Pegasus?
Okay, so here's the thing. GX works off the anime's timeline, because I believe Pegasus is alive in even the manga, right? He's alive in the GX manga. I haven't read it in a while, so
I haven't read the original. Just remember how the original Yu-Gi-Oh anime ends in the 4Kids dub, so not the sub.
So, for context, for people who don't know, in the manga of Yu-Gi-Oh, Pegasus dies right after Duelist Kingdom. But in the
yeah, because
anime,
he gets killed by
Bakura.
what's his fucking name? Does he get killed by Bakura or is it someone else?
He gets killed by Bakura.
Oh yeah.
So in the anime, they never showed that scene, and he's alive for the other parts.
Well, they do show a scene where he's having like he has like a little lightsaber Millennium like item puzzle battle where like his Millennium Idol, like his Millennium Eye has a lightsaber battle with the Millennium necklace that Bakura is wearing. They shoot out like 2 different streams that literally meet in the middle.
To be fair, it's clearly supposed to be like a battle of will, but yeah, it's laser beams.
No, seriously, I saw that and I was just like, oh, they're gonna have a duel, and then they just have a lightsaber battle or just a laser battle. Like,
Yu-Gi-Oh does have time travel, specifically GX. GX does time travel back in time.
Doesn't 5Ds also have? Oh wait, no, that's that movie.
No. 5Ds does have time travel, and so does GX. Yeah, 5Ds has time travel too.
No, I'm thinking of the movie because there's a movie.
Take place in the same universe.
There's a Bonds Between Time movie where
but there is time travel in 5Ds besides that.
Oh, delicious! I love the.
5Ds is one of the bikes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Card games on motorcycles.
5D's time travel is actually pretty good in my personal opinion, or at the very least, it's better than what happens in fucking GX. Because in GX, he just uses time travel to go fight Yugi in the past.
I just remember watching the first episode of GX and seeing Jaden like drop his like either his dual disc or his cards on his way to like do something, and he bumps into Yugi, and the camera doesn't show Yugi's like upper like.
Didn't
like
the
his
original
face, but,
also have time travel as well?
But like you know it's Yugi, and then Yugi's just like, hey, take this card, and he gives him Karibo.
To be fair, he gives him winged Karibo, which is slightly better.
Yeah, it's like
a good card.
Yeah, with like the other leveled wing Karibos, then it actually does something, which it's still worse than like Sphere Karibo. Rainbow Karibo.
Yeah, it's worse than all the other Karibos, but to be fair, most of those weren't out at the time. Spear Karibo.
And to be honest, some of those Karibos can be really good, and that like takes advantage of them, like Relinquish Karibo or something. But like, you gotta have.
Didn't the original also have time travel? I think the original one does have time travel to a degree, but I thought it was more like dimensional travel.
So after.
Basically, I think basically they all have time travel. I think the only one that doesn't is
Zim,
Zexal.
You're the best person to answer this for me. So,
Speak, child.
Normal Yu-Gi-Oh and GX, they take place in the same universe. What about the others?
Okay, so I'm gonna break this one down and prepare to get your minds blown, because from what I remember of Yu-Gi-Oh specifically. Okay, breaking this down. So, fucking Duel Monsters, which is the first Yu-Gi-Oh, GX, and 5Ds all exist in the same timeline. They're all the same place, technically.
I forget how 5D fits in there.
5Ds is way into the future.
What about Zexal?
Zexal is its own separate timeline, if I recall correctly, but it takes place in a Zexal, and I want to say what was the other one? It's not 5Ds. It's Zexal.
Brains?
No, not Brains. It's Arc. Arc 5, I think it is.
Arc V?
Yeah, Arc V and Zexal take place at the same time, but they're different timelines, if I remember correctly. Or I think Arc V shares its time space with fucking 5Ds actually.
Are they canon to the originals?
I think they're just like separate like timelines at that point. They're like diverging because
the
all the
movies
original
canon.
cards exist. All the original cards exist in these two universes, but
So,
Zexal gets EXs or XYZs, and Arc 5 gets fucking pendulums instead, if I remember correctly.
Oh,
I think
one of them
XYZ
just gets a good mechanic and the other one just gets a shit mechanic, is what you're telling me.
Okay, so
Yeah.
are the movies canon?
Oh, okay.
I'll be sure to just watch Zexal then.
Let me think. I could be wrong there on Arc 5 and Zexal. It's been a while since I've refreshed the Yu-Gi-Oh timeline in my head. You know, obviously, don't talk about it too often. I'll sit down and relearn it.
Again, the only one I really
Answer my
watched was
question.
Duelist
Yeah,
Kingdom.
hang on.
Duel Monsters.
The movies being canon. Oh, okay. So let me think. Okay, so for starters, let's start off with the obvious one that is canon. There is one movie that's straight up canon, 100%, and that's Dark Side Dimensions. That's canon. To
What
the
about
manga.
Pyramid of Light?
Pyramid of Light is not canon because, well, okay. Are we talking anime canon or manga canon?
I don't give a shit about the manga.
Okay, so in the anime, it is canon to the anime, but the cards never come up again. So you kind of have to question whether or not Kaiba sees a use in them, because apparently.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I don't know if I remember the exact effect of Shining Dragon in the movie, because I'm pretty sure it's different from the actual like printed effect.
Yeah, Shining Dragon's actually good in the anime movie.
I mean, back in the day, like if you're
Shining
able
Dragon
to summon
always
it, it would have
fucking
been
sucked.
no.
Okay,
If you
so
would have
can
been
we
able to
assume
summon
the
it,
one
Shining Dragon
the
would have
movie
been like a
where
really
where all
strong one.
protagonists come together isn't canon?
The timeline one, the Shattered Dimensions or whatever it's called, fucking whatever.
Oh, also that stupid God card fusion where he makes a pink obelisk that has infinite attack.
That was so fucking good. That should be in the real game. That's bullshit.
Yeah, no, I was like, seriously, give me a God card that actually kills something.
Please, sir.
I'm tired of people trying to make the argument that like Ra is the best fucking Egyptian God card when I gotta lose all my life points to poke a face down defense position monster and then fucking die next turn. I'd rather sit on obelisk and
Okay,
be like
are we
4,000
talking?
attack.
Are we
Can't be
talking about
targeted by
like
anything.
by themselves, just their card, or are we
Yeah, no,
talking?
by themselves.
I'm gonna
like
be
their
honest
board
here.
presence.
By themselves, I think Slifer's more useful than Obelisk.
Well, Slifer's more useful. I'm saying as far as like board presence, like
Oh,
he can't be targeted.
and Balrog, regarding the time travel movie where they all join together, I don't think there's anything that makes that one non-canon, as far as I'm aware. The only question is why doesn't he go for XYZ mechanics and shit? So you could make the argument that if it is canon to the series, he has to occur before the XYZ and Arc future switch. Oh, actually, hang on a minute. I think the main villain of fucking 5Ds comes from the Arc universe. I think he's one of the. I think he comes from the Arc universe, actually, doesn't he?
I haven't seen it. That's why I'm asking.
No, I know you haven't seen it. I'm asking the one other person who seems to have seen this series, Dark Sparta over here. All right, what's going on with this? But I could be wrong there. Again, I actually
feel that
No, go ahead.
for when it comes to the Yu-Gi-Oh movies, I have no idea. For
All I
a fact,
watched was
like
Pyramid of
90%
Light.
of the Pokemon movies. are
Zexal's
canon
the
to
worst
me, right?
Yu-Gi-Oh series? No, it's not. Zexal's not the worst Yu-Gi-Oh series. Get out of here. The worst Yu-Gi-Oh series.
I'm just gonna say it's better than Arc V, even though I haven't seen either one. Arc
I
V
was
has
gonna say
the
the worst.
pendulum
The
mechanic.
worst Yu-Gi-Oh series is Arc V, just for bringing pendulums in.
Yeah, if we're considering like consistent mechanics, like look, Duel Monsters was a fucking mess with Duelist Kingdom, but they literally try to fix it the immediate
Every
arc
arc
afterwards.
after Duelist Kingdom fixed the game.
Yeah, no, seriously, Kaiba literally says if you don't fucking read the rulebook, I'm kicking your ass out of the tournament. Like,
I
you're gonna
lost to
come
some
Battle City.
bullshit in battle fucking Duelist Island.
Yeah, you get the hell out of my city or read the rulebook. Whereas
So-
like Arc V is just like, hey, let's introduce the literal mechanic, quote unquote mechanic that Kaiba uses to summon his blue eyes white dragons. Let's make
So
that
if I
a
was
thing.
to watch Yu-Gi-Oh subs, what would be different from the 4Kids?
It would be a lot darker in some areas.
Watch the
There be
abridged
blood?
series. It's more consumable than the original.
I would say you can watch the abridged series, and it's.
Well, we'll go. You can go and watch the 4Kids dub. If you want to get some of the references, you need to watch the 4Kids dub first.
Dude, I understand
it's
you
on
want
Netflix.
boosty characters, but come on, dude. Just let him fucking play the fucking character.
What's happening?
So we have this one guy here who we're in a boosted lobby. Yeah, okay. Listen, we don't get important shit right now. Why the fuck are you being anal about it? My lobby host just fucking quit the fucking lobby because some guy didn't want to fucking switch to a boosted character.
Oh.
Now regarding what was that? Because
Where's
they were in the
Yu-Gi-Oh series is Shippuden.
because if they were in the Arc 5 universe, I'm pretty sure we would have seen XYZ Monster as well. Yeah, no, okay, so I'm not sure if Arc 5 has XYZ specifically, but if I remember correctly in the timeline, fucking Zexal is the other timeline from Arc V. And if I recall correctly, the new one, Vrains, just exists on its own.
I do know that the pendulum mechanic would have been far less broken if they weren't able to use Xyz monsters.
I'm just starting to realize that a lot of my favorite childhood shows were pretty much marketing shows.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, like literally, my thing as a child was literally Yu-Gi-Oh, Bakugan, Pokemon. The only thing I didn't get into was Beyblade.
Poor soul.
It was alright.
It was alright.
I just remember that catchy
dude, my
song
childhood, I
and the
love
Dark Bladers being a bunch of brainwashed kids and being like really fucked up and taking people's Beyblades.
I remember they stole their Beyblades.
Yeah, no, I was like, well, this is bad, but it's not as bad as the Rare Hunters. Like, I'm gonna take your fucking soul. And I was like, I think this is probably
If
enough
you're
for
taking my Beyblade, you might as well be taking my soul.
Yeah, but I on another hand, kind of lame. Why don't they send it to the Shadow Realm when they fucking... These kids don't know the real life.
Because they were... Okay, so hang on, what was I going to say? The one thing I've learned is when I went back to watch some TV shows I used to watch, they were either a lot deeper and had a lot more expansive lore than I realized. Like, way more than even shit that comes out nowadays. Or they were just fucking weird.
Yu-Gi-Oh! I think had like a lot of really good potential if you read like the manga and watch the anime. It had a really funky dub, and there were a lot of like really weird decisions in writing.
Sounds like a good old case of Code Lyoko.
Code Lyoko, I love that just because like, well, I can't remember why I liked it. I think it's because like it seemed to me like a show that was weirdly based on like some Matrix interaction, where it's like
it basically was.
Because it's like, if I remember correctly, the synopsis was that they were kids messing around with a computer, and there was like this AI program that sort of had like a human body in the real life, and stuff was happening in their real world, and they had to send.
You've already skipped way too far ahead in the series. Okay, let me break it down.
That's literally just the Matrix.
So basically it's basically the Matrix if it was an anime.
I'm just saying, like, I think the premise is that they take like just school kids and they're like, we gotta go inside this thing every time the world has a problem.
If I remember correctly, it was about kid. Like, there was this one tech kid who discovered there was a digital world, and then discovered that this digital world affected their real life. So in order to fight it, he gets a bunch of other people randomly because he's the loser. Of course he is.
So Digimon.
Yeah, basically.
You know, he becomes the guy behind the desk, and he sends 3 of them in there to go handle it.
You gotta feel bad for him the entire time because he ends up getting a relationship with the main.
Yeah, no, and then they have to escort this girl who basically resets the code inside the digital world that restabilizes it at the end of every episode, and he has to say like a catchphrase or something to like initiate the seal, and then everything returns to normal. I think there's like one of those episodes where like the gravity ends up getting reversed or something, and like everybody
it's
gets sucked into the. Well,
So
go
it's
ahead.
literally a giant escort quest.
Yes.
That sounds like hell.
To be fair, she's not a bitch and she's not useless.
Yeah, and also the animations for how the kids move when.
So basically,
Look
it would go
fucking sick.
straight. It would go straight from like fucking 2D to 3D in an instant.
Yeah,
That
no,
sounds really cool.
their digital, their animations for how they move and like all the projectiles and shit that they use are really sick for the
If
time.
the haulers let him.
So-
No, hang on. How's it go? How's it go?
What?
I just flip a coin.
Can you flip a coin? Do you have a coin on you
Sure.
right now? All right. Heads, tails. Flip it. Let me know what it lands on.
Heads.
All right. Space Wizard it is.
Hmm.
All right. So what were you saying, Mangler?
Well, I was just saying, like, I remember the animations for when they were doing things, like when they were attacking like some of the stuff in the digital world. They were really good.
Ironically enough, I would say they were actually the first anime to use 3D animation in a full, actually fucking decent way.
Because I remember like one of the kids that they put in there, he was sort of like a furry, but his ability was that he had the ability to shoot small projectiles off of his arm at as precise like bullet things that he could use to target like various AI that were in the digital. And he had moments where he had to like do like freaking like cartwheels and like breakdance and like flip head over heels and like make super inaccurate shots, and he would always land them or something.
You know, things that furries do.
Yeah, no. No, he was the most active I've ever seen.
Yeah, no. For the most part, Code Lyoko was super fucking good all across the board. I don't think anyone here can say Code Lyoko was bad.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. Like,
It might be worse when you go back and watch it, because it might be like fucking rose tinted glasses we're thinking of too.
That's it.
Sound of silence.
The Sound of Silence.
Sound of silence.
Thank you, Paul Simon.
Okay there.
Well, you're
Okay,
a
there,
Garfunkel person.
Okay there, boomer.
Fuck you, because I know music. Would it be more relevant if I said Disturbed then?
No, please don't. It's Simon and Garfunkel.
So apparently in 2011, they announced on the
Mrs.
Facebook page the show
Robinson.
would be returning for a 5th season. The follow-up series was officially named Code Lyoko Evolution. It's going to air in 2012. The sequel featured live-action sequences for scenes taking place instead of
That
2D
sounds
animation.
terrible.
But retained its iconic CGI for scenes taking place in Lyoko, now with an updated style. The show consisted of 26 episodes, with a final episode layering in late 2013, leaving on a cliffhanger with no second season planned, as Moonscoop later filed for bankruptcy in 2014.
That's usually what happens.
Yeah.
Actually, the best episode for me in Code Lyoko was actually when it's the one that stuck out most in my head, because I kept thinking as a kid, wow, this guy got really cock-blocked here.
Whoa, there are a lot of episodes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It was like fucking shit ton of episodes. No,
Yeah,
so there
26, 2, 13, and 30?
There was
Wow.
this one episode where the dude with glasses is having an argument with the fucking digital girl. So he tries talking to her face to face, like a reasonable person. But for some reason, he can't enter the Code Lyoko world. So when he tries to go talk to her, he gets trapped between worlds. And
Wow, that seems really bitchy.
yeah, no,
Oh my
I don't think
God.
it's
I
ever.
remember these fucking guys. I just looked up an image of
The enemies or what?
no, the dudes. Yeah, no, he's definitely a fucking. Oh, hang on a minute. Let me see if I
Mangler?
can.
Yep, I can confirm right now, 100%, that motherfucker's a furry.
Let me see if I can post it in the thing. You'll probably remember some of them. Their designs are definitely pretty cool. Hang on, posting it now. It's in the voice chat text.
Fuck, I got
Yeah,
I
no,
got-
I
I got a
remember.
good laugh today.
Yeah, I remember all of them for the most part, or I remember most of it for the most part.
I love how that guy never goes into the, and he just kind of stays in his 2D
No.
animation.
I was just talking about that. He can't enter the digital world for some reason.
Mm.
Yeah, like there's an entire episode dedicated to him trying to talk to his digital waifu, and like he can't, and it's so sad.
I think what's it called? The pink girl. She ends up coming into the real.
Yeah,
point
he ends up
season.
bringing her into the real world, and then there's like a few arcs of him being jealous because of course there is.
Are you talking about Code Lyoko?
Yeah, see, you remember recognizes it immediately.
He's like, yeah, iconic.
Yeah, no, I mean,
So-
Zero was great.
If I remember correctly, there's a ninja dude who has a sword. This guy shoots things. The furry shoots things, and then the girl hits things with her fans or redirects projectiles or something.
I can't sit here and say I remember all their fucking powers, but that sounds about right.
It's something.
It's close enough. Hey, Gomez, you got
I
your
don't
reacts
know.
up
I
there?
don't know if this is true, and I haven't looked it up yet. But apparently, in Aboriginal culture, there is a creature called a yowie.
Yeah, what?
Yes. And it's when two people of the same male gender sleep together.
It's called a homosexual. No,
What else did we watch as a kid? I mean, the Beyblade thing
Just the
was.
content. And just the
like-
content.
Okay, hang on. Did you guys watch a show called Totally Spies?
Oh yeah.
What? Do not say it like that. That sounded really wrong.
Well,
Yeah.
I think I remember seeing like.
Spaghetti.
Would you like to give us a little groan after that?
That's not what I meant.
Should we post some links to not safe for work?
So it was on Disney XD. Correct me if I'm wrong, right?
I think I saw it on Cartoon Network actually.
Well, they
Wasn't
moved
it
a
just-
lot of their shows
wasn't it
around.
Just cartoon Charlie's Angels.
It's not important.
Basically.
Yeah,
It was
no,
like teenage-
seriously. Yeah, when I saw Charlie's Angels, I was like, "Where the fuck have I seen this before?"
It's basically
I
a
saw
more
it.
high-tech Charlie's Angels.
Yeah. So these, I remember there being like every time I was watching like one of the episodes before they
Tell us
came
what you
on when they were
when you
doing
watching.
when they were doing a commercial break. When they're doing a commercial break, like one of those Disney things where it's like, oh hey, they're gonna like preview the next episode coming up, or after the commercial break, they did the scene where they're like totally spies. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, this is so irritating. I remember just like there being
Larry's Abyss Hunter. Hopefully I'll be able to add you later and we can play together on stream sometime.
later.
Who's watched a show called like Spliced or something?
Splice? That's
Yeah.
that's not really resonating with me. Can you be
I
more
remember
specific?
there being
It's a show
episodes.
where there was this island that they used to experiment on animals, and you have a bunch of animals with different parts.
Fuck, that sounds
mean-
familiar.
I remember
you have,
there
like, a
being
octopus
episodes
and
in
a
Batman
big chicken.
Beyond where people splice themselves. Does that count?
I was gonna say though.
Also, Batman Beyond.
Batman Beyond. I saw Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond was great. Except the
I've
ending
never
for
seen
Batman
that.
Beyond does not occur in Batman Beyond. It occurs in Justice League actually.
Gay.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, Batman Beyond's ending technically happens.
Ben
in
10
Justice
was
League.
lit.
Ben 10 sucked. Alien Force and Ultimate Alien was good, but Ben 10 originally sucked.
No, it was
Yes.
fine.
No.
I remember liking Ben 10.
Well, you're fucking wrong. Go
I
ahead.
remember the show. No, it was the show that was done after Alien. Sucked. Alien Force was lit as well. Alien Force was like a True Blue sequel.
Okay, so you had Ben 10, and then you had the live-action movie, which is canon, and then you had Alien.
Wait, the live action what?
The live-action movie for Ben 10 is canon.
I remember
Wait, there
seeing
was
that
a
on
live action
Cartoon
movie
Network.
for that?
Dude, did you never wonder why he didn't have the fucking Omnitrix at the start of Alien Force?
I don't know if I watched. I only really watched Ben 10 in chronological. I just watched
Isn't
the
it
Alien
also
X movies when
isn't
they
it
came
also
out.
canon because the villain from that movie appears in Alien Force or something?
No, he appears in the other. What the
I want my
fuck?
second prestige.
No, he appears in
Is
the
it
other
Omniverse?
ones later. He appears in Omniverse, yeah. But no, so what happened in the Ben 10 movie is so there's a villain called like I think Kronos or something. He's some time asshole, and he's trying to take Ben's Omnitrix, but Ben beats him. And at the end of the movie, Grandpa Ben's like, "Hey, I think it's about time we get that off your wrist." And that's where the movie ends with them going to get rid
Oh
of.
wait, the Ben 10. Oh yeah, I think I saw a Ben 10
I
movie.
think it-
Doesn't at the end of the movie doesn't he activate like the final Omnitrix form and he goes into way big?
I think he might. I'm not too sure on that one because this is
'Cause
a
if
live action
that's-
movie.
That
Eon. His
might
name's
either-
Eon.
Hang on
That
a
might
minute.
either be the first live action or the second live action.
The first
Kind
live
of.
action. Well, wait, hang on. Was it how many live action movies for Ben 10 were there? I think there. This is the one as a
Two.
kid.
There was two.
There you go.
There's one as a kid and one when he's a teenager.
Okay, the one. You know, I remember seeing the one with the teenager, and I thought to myself, that's a really nice
I've seen
jacket.
both.
Hey, don't talk to me that way.
I'll be honest. For me, Alien Force Ben 10 is the best Ben 10 design, hands down. Everybody Dusk. Nah. I actually stopped doing the fucking main quest line because it would have taken too long, and I want to focus on the story, so I've just been farming.
Is
at
it
this point.
Secret of the Omnitrix, Race Against Time, Alien Swarms, or Destroy All Aliens?
Race Against Time is the one I'm talking about. I remember it had something to do with time. I just couldn't remember what the fuck the name of it was. Let's see here. No, the original Ben 10 was bad. I'll say I'll stick to that opinion until death. You guys
You're
can-
wrong,
I'll have
but
to-
okay.
I'll
No,
have
no,
to
you
rewatch it.
guys can go fuck off on that one.
No, it's I was
I'll
thinking of
maybe watch
Secret
it
of
to
the
make
Omnitrix. I don't think I saw Race Against
You guys
Time.
want a real good fucking cartoon?
Yeah, no,
You
I
watch
didn't
the
see
Secret
this.
Saturdays.
I didn't see this. That's fucking canon. Wow, that looks. I had
Fish
no
that
idea.
thing?
The Secret Saturdays. That's where it was at.
Never heard of it.
Justice League Unlimited
you.
is the best DCAU. It is a good one, but I don't know if it's better than Batman Beyond. It's some tough competition.
You know what
Okay.
is good?
What?
You want a true cartoon? Smurfs.
What? Smurfs? Did you just say the fucking Smurfs?
Smurf?
Fuck yeah.
Smurfalicious?
Why does he still go by Ben 10 anyway? He's not 10 anymore. You know his last name is Tennyson, right? Ben 10's last name literally has 10 in its like spelling.
Benjamin 15.
I remember Robot Chicken made a sketch about that where they're like Ben 14.
You know, they said like
Benjamin 15 sounds like that could be another show.
he's like, I've saved the world and you gave me a fucking sock.
Oh, so you have seen the sketch.
Yeah, no.
Oh, here's the rest of your birthday present, Ben 14.
Oh my god. That was a good one.
Yeah.
You know what's a cartoon? You know what's a cartoon that I've tried rewatching and it's just awful?
Hmm.
The original Transformers.
How fucking dare you speak
Which
in this
one
hollow
was
ground?
that? Because they made a lot of
The
Transformers.
episodes go for 20 minutes and I struggle getting through one of them.
All I remember from the original Transformers was like the first initial episode, I think, and then the last one with Unicron, where Optimus Prime gets thrown into the fucking outer space. And the
Okay.
first one where they're showing up on a bicycle, Megatron's gonna fucking like break their legs out, and then Optimus is like, I'm here to kick your ass. I only remember those two episodes. That's it.
If I remember correctly, regarding let me think. Also, right, everyone agree that Death Battle is trash in general. Well, the animation is fun to watch. Oh, they also did a recent one where apparently Black Canary beats
When we say Death
I
Battle
feel
is
like that-
trash, we are never referring to the
Mortal
entire
Kombat,
Death
that
Battle.
seems wrong for some reason.
Yeah. So Mangler, have you seen the recent Death Battle or no?
Nope.
All right, fair enough.
The fight was Sindel versus Black Canary, and Black Canary won.
I want to say Sindel should win based on stats alone because I feel like they downplay her, but at the same time, they basically confirmed that fucking Black Canary can beat Wonder Woman in a fight because she can apparently perceive things on an attosecond.
Yeah, don't they also scale her to like Wonder Woman or something?
They don't scale her to Wonder Woman. They say that because she can beat Wonder Woman in a fight, that she essentially just fucking.
But wouldn't that just be plot induced?
Not necessarily, because Wonder Woman says herself she wasn't trying to hold back or anything, so you could argue that like it's a fair feat to use, that she was trying really hard against her.
Oh my!
I just
I don't know
love
anything
because,
about Sindel
because
or
somebody
Black
just came out
Canary.
of nowhere and just said, you know who would be a better
At least
opponent?
we'll find games there.
Black Bolt.
Apparently, fucking Black Canary's scream is super fucking powerful. It's apparently way more powerful than anything Sindel has shown, and they even use movie Sindel.
Yeah.
What? Not a fan
What
of
is
Mortal
the
Kombat
symbol
movies?
that they're using on the front?
there's
Is that
this
like
guy-
Mortal Kombat 10
So
or
there's
Mortal
this guy
Kombat
in
11?
Combat
Music.
World. I did the same thing New 3 does. So you know how he does the Toxic series?
Yeah.
He does a Nerf series.
Oh yeah, I've seen him.
Yeah.
The Little Hounds. He did League of Legends for a bit too.
He
Isn't
literally
the
did
next
exactly
one-
like New 3, except
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat. And I was like, wow, in a parallel
The
universe,
next
I'd be
one
obsessed with
is,
Mortal
I
Kombat.
believe, a Power Ranger
Isn't that-
character versus Leonardo. So I'm gonna be honest here. There's no way in hell that Ninja Turtle's
It's
gonna
be
survive.
that game mode
I
that they
don't.
held back.
Okay,
forgot
so
what it
would
was
this be
called.
the
It's
Power
gonna be
Ranger on his
something.
own, or would he actually have the Zord with him?
Doesn't matter.
Oh,
I haven't
Wait,
seen
what-
Power
probably
Rangers,
when is
so I
this?
wouldn't have a
It
clue.
does. It does not matter. In order for the Ninja Turtles to win, they'd have to be massively faster than light at a bare minimum. And I don't recall Leonardo
I know
moving that
that-
fast.
I know the Ninja Turtles have some bullshit fakes in some of the
I don't
cartoons,
know.
but the only one I'm familiar with is 2003.
Dude, nah.
Oh wait, versus the original Red Ranger?
There's no way fucking Red Ranger's gonna lose.
No, Leonardo's getting shit on. Like, you're literally fighting someone who's like
So what's
20 something fucking times stronger than a human being.
so
Like,
what would
you
be
gotta.
the reason they would match these two together? I can't think of anything in
Yeah, no, they're just.
I think they're both sword fighters.
They're both sword fighters that we watched as children.
I'm pretty
that's
sure-
it.
I'm pretty
That's
sure
their
it's
only
gonna-
If that
connection.
is it,
Dude,
then
stop
that's
fucking lying,
basis
dog.
for like tons of different things.
Well, to be fair, Death Battle does want to have like an infinite amount of matchups, so take that one as you will.
Again, they're like Wonder Woman, Thor, both gods, whatever. That's it.
Dude, the Power Rangers are fucking busted as hell, and if you scale them to power or to fucking like Battle for the Grid Power Rangers, get the fuck out of here, Leonardo. You get
There's
fucking...
also which versions of I mean, they said Jason, so they do when they revamp the
So
Power Rangers every
fucking
gen.
gay.
I think they give them different names.
Oh my god.
Okay, no, I think they're using the original Red Ranger, period.
Yeah. So from Power Rangers Time Force.
No, Time Force isn't the first series. It's just Power Rangers. I think it's called. I
Not
think it's
It's not the first one.
the first one is just called Sabine or Saban's Power Rangers, if I'm not mistaken.
Isn't that Sentai Warriors?
I mean, technically, it's basically Sentai, but Power Rangers is a different lore, technically.
Piccadilly.
Hang on,
More
let me
like
look
pick
this
at your
shit up.
mom.
If you want to get technical, the greatest abridged series to ever exist is Power Rangers.
The Betis what?
The greatest abridged series to ever exist is technically Power Rangers.
I've never watched enough of the Power. Well, I ended up watching Power Rangers Storm and a little bit of Power Rangers Time Force. Remember
it's
watching
because
a ton of.
it's all Super Sentai
Yeah,
footage.
yeah.
A lot of it is Super Sentai footage reused. So technically, Power Rangers is a glorified abridged series.
Come on, dude, I'd do it. If I was with like two other chicks and some other dude and they're like,
Which
hey,
is weird to think about.
Let's fuck in our uniforms, I'd be like,
Yeah, my-
Todd, you
my
had me
knowledge
get
for-
fuck.
Power Rangers is practically non-existent.
Power Rangers is one of the most fantastical fucking shows ever created. It's
I mean,
really a treasure to
Mighty
get
The only
rid
thing
of.
I
Morphin
know
Power
is
Rangers.
that
You're
that's
fucking
where
gay, dude. Do it.
Have you watched
Was it-
Chuck's new video? Also, the fight isn't Mighty Morphin, the first Power Ranger.
Oh, Time Force is number 9. Oh.
I think Mighty Morphin is the first Power Rangers. He
It
might be
says
right there.
Mighty Morphing Power Rangers Season 1.
Yeah. The
Mighty
original.
Morphin, Mighty Morphin. Yeah, they do it for 3 seasons. Then they do Mighty Morphing Alien, Power Rangers Zeo, Turbo, Power Rangers in Space,
I
Power
wanted
Rangers
to get a
Lost
smaller map
Galaxy,
to
Power
get
Rangers
shotgun kills,
Lightspeed
but
Rescue,
I couldn't get this
then
one.
Time Force, then Wild Force, then Ninja Storm, then Dino Thunder.
And then SPD, and
No,
then
I'm
Samurai,
gonna
and
try to-
then
No,
Which
Mystic
one was the one
Force.
that Dan Southworth was in?
that would be
Operation Overdrive.
that would be
Jumbo
I
Time
bought
Force.
the special one, which is just
Was Ruben in it
$20,
too?
which is
Ruben
just
was
$20,
in it, but he
the
was a
season
stunt
pass
double,
itself
so he
is
wasn't
just
actually.
Johnny
Johnny.
Bosch,
What about Johnny?
I think, was in a different.
Yeah, Ruben
Um,
Lingding was a fucking stunt double
Yeah,
for Power
I got
Rangers.
I'm at rank 20 right now.
Wasn't Johnny in one of them?
Yeah.
Rank 20. Oh, sorry, tier 20. Not rank, I'm stupid.
I watched Chuck's video. Disappointed.
What was Chuck's video?
It was
Was
like,
that the Majin Buu one?
yeah.
What was it
I
about?
haven't seen that yet. What does he say?
Well, he basically says everything you'd say, like Buhan is the strongest, then Boo Tank's after that. But then he says Kid Boo is stronger than Super Boo.
I don't believe that for a
Yeah.
second.
Based on
No,
the fact that he
doing
can hold up the
I'm doing
spirit bomb,
specific
and I was
character
just sitting there
breakdowns.
like, you
I
do
already looked at
realize
one for
Frieza
Ghost,
couldn't hold up the
where
spirit bomb, but he
where you
tanked
can
it,
get
but
one with
Boo
new
could
costumes,
and
I'm doing it
didn't.
now for some other black guy.
So that's massively inconsistent.
Isn't the Spirit Bomb bigger in fucking the Buu Saga, anyways?
Yeah, well,
Not just that, but it doesn't
no,
matter.
no,
because-
it's
no,
even
it doesn't matter, 'cause
even
Kid
bigger
Buu-
in
Kid
the
Buu was pretty
Namek
much
arc.
equal and could stand on ground
What?
with
Also,
Goku during Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah, no. I mean,
So
they
Super Buu
tried
should
to
be
use
stronger.
Yeah, why
they
not,
tried to
man?
use statements from the manga
we're
that
probably gonna
suggest
play this game a lot.
that it's like, oh, his ki gets bigger, which is like
That's
irrelevant anyway, because then you'd have to prove that Goku was like got such a massive Zenka.
Okay, to
That,
be
like,
fair,
because
though,
Goku literally
to be
says
fair,
like
whatever gate called
Vegeta and him are not going to be able to beat Super
This was
Buu.
pretty cool.
And the only thing that they
Yeah,
said
World
that
War II was
contradicts this
gay.
is that Buu was capable of like fucking, because their whole premise extends on the fact that Buu can hold up the spirit bomb, and it's like, how do you quantify lifting the spirit bomb? Like, it's literally just pure
That
fucking
was,
energy, and it doesn't make contact like with your body in an impact until it hits like your
Advanced
fucking
Warfare
chest,
sucked.
because that's how, or it hits your back or it hits your front chest. That's how it always works. If you hold it up, it won't hurt you. Is when Gohan made contact with
And
it,
it's weird
wasn't
because
aimed for
I
him.
think
It
one of the
didn't
best
really,
they ever made
it didn't
was World at
explode
War.
when he made
Like, that game
contact
was
with it, because he bounced it back
badass.
by hitting it with his
And then they
hands.
just didn't make another good
Frieza
game
held it
after
up. Boo held it up. So obviously, we wouldn't assume that it scales to your attack potency. But like again, if Goku just had a little bit more energy and he instant transmission behind Kid Buu and threw it at his back, like Kid Buu would have died immediately. He wouldn't have had to ask for his wishes. And not that it matters anyway.
The other thing to take effect from this is, like Kid Buu
Aaron, the first
managed to
block-ups was
stand
when we were fucking
and still be
in
hurt by
high
Super
school. I was
Saiyan
gonna say,
3
you weren't an
Goku,
adult yet.
while Super Buu arguably would have been able to beat the crap out of him.
Well, not arguably, he would have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
So
said that it's like,
Kid Buu-
well,
you barely
nowhere
got pubes in your
nowhere in the
nutsack.
manga
All
or
of a
the
sudden,
anime
like, I was
stated
a
that
man.
Goku
Boy,
was
you
ever
barely
surpassed by
forgot
them,
how
and
to
I'm just
jizz.
sitting there like, you do realize like Goten and Trunks, before they trained, before they fused, before they got knocked out by
I'm an
Vegeta and recovered from
adult.
those
Shut
battles
the fuck
and got
up.
Zenkas because they were powering up and fighting the entire day during the tournament, and then they traveled to fight Buu at max speed, and they fought Buu for a little bit, then they got knocked unconscious. They would have gotten a Zenka
Yeah.
from expending all that energy. Then they did all their training. They fought Android 18 in their Super Saiyan forms. They were equal with her. And that was post-Cell arc. That was just their Super Saiyan forms. And then they decided to do all that training and fusing it. Like, you're really going
I
to
think
claim to
I'm-
me that like, base
I think I
Gotenks
have
isn't
3
like
days total
comparable
right
to
now,
base
but,
Goku? Like, like really?
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
Especially given how fucking hard they skip through shit.
I was playing with this.
No, like
playing with
like
this,
even if you wanted to
Alligator
say
kid,
that there's
and he had it
nothing
over,
that suggests
over
that
3 months.
again,
Like,
even if you
like
want to say
of just
Goku
time.
doesn't get surpassed,
And I
like
was
Goku
holy
doesn't have the
shit, dude.
feats
But he was
that demonstrates
really
he
good.
beats Super Buu.
Yeah.
Like,
The only thing that suggests that Kid Buu even. The only thing that
Yeah.
even suggests that Kid Buu could be stronger is Supreme Kai's statement.
yeah,
which
but that's
doesn't
only
hold up.
that's only in the original subs. That doesn't even happen in Kai, because in Kai, I think they just say he's just getting
Yeah.
ridiculously strong, whereas they say he's based on the anime statements which are always trumped by feats, because feats are something that's being expressed in reality, and statements are just what someone says, whereas feats are the actual thing happening.
I'm not sure.
No, there's not like feats by themselves versus statements by themselves are irrelevant. Like it's
No.
because if I said
You
like
sound like one of the mozzies in the morning.
like
Let the man
seriously,
speak.
like feats, especially feats with context, with having statements back them up to provide context, are
It's
much more
22,
powerful
that
than
guy-
just
what's
statements
that?
by themselves.
38. Is that really?
It's not even comparable.
Nigga, it isn't.
So I would even
It's
say that
actually
in the
told me
original
the fucking
anime,
time?
it's not fair to say Kid Buu is even the strongest.
That's gay.
Because again,
So, if you
like he
if you
literally
buy the battle
fucking
pass, it
what's
gives
it
you a
called?
watch. I thought the watch
like,
tells you how many kills
uh,
and deaths you have. It
like
just straight up tells
Go
you the fucking
Tanks,
time.
who
Like that's
is
so
considered like their
stupid.
greatest fucking hope before
Yeah,
Buhan
like
shows
real
up.
life
He gets
time.
absorbed, or before Gohan shows up, he gets absorbed by Super Buu,
No,
and
that's
then that
fucking
guy
stupid,
absorbs
dog. They just
Buhan, and
take your
it's like,
internal hard
well,
drive clock and put it in the
Super Saiyan
game.
1 Goku
Eric, if you
doesn't,
click your home
and Super
button, you
Saiyan
can
1
see the time.
Vegeta aren't capable of beating him. Then when we get to the Supreme Kai's planet, he goes into Super Saiyan 3 and like itemizes Kid Buu multiple times. In the anime, he fights him in Super Saiyan 2. He doesn't even go into 3. He fights him in 2 and then fights him in 3 and is
You're
like, yeah, no,
fucking dumb.
we're good. We're good here.
Except
And
apparently Super Saiyan 3 is like, your key doesn't work that way anymore.
yeah, in the
Yeah,
manga,
the
he
only
just goes
thing,
straight to 3. He never goes to 2. But
like, I think the only thing is like, Kid Buu is more dangerous because he can't control himself. That's about it.
yeah, no. Kid Buu is definitely the most dangerous Buu because
He's
he
unpredictable.
because he just doesn't give a shit. Whereas
Yeah.
Buhan, Super Buu, and all of his various evolutions, he wants
Have
to fight
intelligence.
someone to fight. He wants someone worthy to fight him. He's
Well,
lonely
that's
in
kind of
that
the point,
regard.
Eric.
He needs someone there that he can fight, and he
Okay,
already
so-
killed everybody on Earth. So, you know,
Yeah. So Cell came back again, is what you're saying.
Cell game back again. This time, pink, with everybody's powers. Oh wait, he already has it.
Yeah.
Everybody's powers a
and
second
healing
time.
powers, you know.
Well, technically, if you want to be technical about it, Fat Boo saw again. He saw Vegeta do a technique. Vegeta exploded on him. He forgot about him. Then he fought Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and he's like, "Hey, I saw this technique one time."
Fuck yeah,
And then
dude.
raises his
So
hands up,
manly
and,
as fucking
and
color.
Goku's like, "That's one of Vegeta's attacks."
Oh, that cocksucker!
You know, I gotta say, how can Goku recognize an attack that's clearly designed to be a
I was
one-time
gonna go put my dick
use?
up his butt and kill him.
I mean, I don't know about that because he used Kamehameha.
I know, but his bitch
I think
ass
Kid
arms
Buu
start
ends up using
turning
the
red.
Kamehameha. Like he sees Goku use the Kamehameha, he's like, "All right, let me just use it," and he uses it.
Oh, and then Goku over there. How can he use the Kamehameha? You mean that attack that like everyone in the series can do? Pretty
Oh my
fucking
God,
easily?
it's Taskmaster! He somehow made it into our universe.
There's a criminal right there, right next to you, dog.
The
Put on
funniest,
some weight, buddy.
the funniest part about that entire situation is they're all surprised. Like, how can he use this technique? That's not possible. Your technique is just shooting energy in a straight fucking line, dude.
You good?
Which we should know took
Who?
Roshi 50 years to perfect.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no.
Well, to be fair,
that's why.
Roshi isn't an alien.
Roshi isn't an
Everyone else
alien
was a human
with
and they got
demon
it
magic,
done in a couple of weeks.
specifically. Well, technically, Boo doesn't have demon
Where are
magic.
you?
Ancient
Oh, wait, did I just
fucking
kill you?
magic.
Okay, the
But he
Kamehameha, the Kamehameha in and of itself is not a special technique.
Kamehameha has what?
Hang on, I was trying to stop laughing at that. Okay,
Let's
the
throw
Kamehameha.
something at him.
The Kamehameha isn't a special technique inherently among the other
That's
techniques.
crazy, and I
It
was
just is like
no
it just
Why do you
has
always cut out? Why?
I don't know, boy.
Isn't it just known as the Total School Basic Technique?
It's no, it's called the turtle destructive
Yeah.
wave.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's like pretty much the key thing to
Dude,
show
you're
that you
fucking
were a
gay.
total
Yeah.
student.
It's the basic move that everyone should learn if they're a turtle student.
It's the stolen technique.
Oh, that's funny.
That's kind of why I'm over here saying shit like it's not a special technique. It does nothing special in comparison to any of the other techniques.
Yeah, no,
Like
as far as its properties, it's strong, that's it. Like
hell, Vegeta should be able to do it fucking easily if he wanted to, but he has his own technique, which
like honestly,
is the exact same thing.
this is why I find it weird when I go back and like footage of like the original like dub score for the Final Flash, and I see people in the comments arguing like he doesn't need Gallic Gun anymore. He's got Final Flash, and I'm like, bitch, if he
I back
produced
up
the
first.
same energy and fired a Gallic Gun, it'd be just as effective as firing Final Flash. Only it'd take less time, and he wouldn't have to scream for 50 million years.
No, there has to be a reason Galagun was used. Like what's the? Because here's the thing: what's the point of creating all these new techniques if they all essentially do the same shit?
Again, we don't get statements on it, so it's just like a more powerful move. Like so if he just powered himself up to the same extent and used Gallic gun.
Wow, that's gay, dude.
Like it's different if it were special beam cannon, because special beam cannon is a drill move, so it can like pierce your fucking guard.
That's
but,
what
like,
makes it special.
Yeah, or maybe death beam or something like super fast. It's like, oh, this will always come out faster.
Spiral death
Or-
cannon.
Right now at
Spiral.
How about spiral
Go
drill
on.
beam?
That's why it's like more interesting to look at those kinds of abilities, or like, what's it called?
Wow, dude, it's crazy.
The tri-beam, which can like suck out your fucking life force in exchange for shit tons of power. Like those have actual special
Tri-beam
properties
used by
to
the
them.
Triclops.
Or the Neo tri-beam, as we like to call it.
No, that fucker can spam that shit forever. Well, not forever, but man, he gets like what, 8 shots?
Dude, if you've played Tenkaichi 1, he actually just he has a move called Ki Blast Cannon where he does the tri-beam animation. Then he just has a move called Neo Tri-beam, and he just says Tri-beam, and then he says Tri-beam, and it's the exact same animation, it just does more damage. And then in Tenkaichi 2 and 3, you get the actual mechanic of being able to fire the square, and you can spam it over and over again, and his health goes down every single time.
You don't pay attention.
I was playing Raging Blast. If you ever played Raging Blast, and in Raging Blast, Dragon Ball Raging Blast.
Mm-hmm.
So when you play as him, he can use the tri-beam normally. I think he can use the Neo tri-beam without losing life.
I already unlocked
But his ultimate attack is the tri-beam. It's like
I
think it's like 5 hits you can do with it, and it drains his like life so fucking hard.
TI's other skins.
It is a desperate fucking attack there.
What do you, if DMC2 was remade, what do you got? What I want is more voice for Dante and maybe an upgrade in terms
Dude,
of
it literally
appearances.
started today?
What?
The Battle Pass, right?
I was just reading.
Yeah, it literally started today.
God, you Mangler.
Fucking stupid, dog.
What would I want for a freaking DMC2 remake? More Sparta lore.
It's alright, dude.
I'd ask
There's
for
worse things you can suck in the
more longer levels.
More boss, more lore. Well, I mean, obviously
Dude,
a
the game can
complete
be beaten in
game.
3 hours if you speedrun it.
Yeah, if you fucking speed run it, you can beat anything in a few hours if you fucking speed run it. That's not.
Not free.
yeah.
I can the literal.
I didn't finish
Okay. Speed run record for 3. What's the speed run record for 3, Mangler?
And that was about it. Because all of them get stupid, dude.
I would like more boss lore, more actual mechanics in a boss fight. The Despair Embodied fully fleshed out. It's like,
it's not that hard.
you know, the Wet Dream boss fight that we always want, where he's that fucking good in a DMC2 game. So like an actually finished Despair Embodied would be like 10 levels above that.
Sound harder than it is?
It's over 9,000.
You see Virgil in DMC3 just like, I'm the best boss fight. Remade DMC2 Despair Embodied comes over and fucking like breaks him in half.
Because I was doing it on shipment.
Like, nah, sit down.
I think this was years ago. It's on my channel still. I made a hypothetical Despair Embodied boss fight where I talked about
I'm
what
running around like a fucking retard
would
with
want
a
the Despair
shotgun trying
Embodied
to
to
get some
change.
kills, and it's just not happening.
I thought it was pretty good.
It gets actual
fucking
scenes
nerd.
where it confirms he warps out of existence. And he's just
No,
like,
this
yep.
this
Dude,
is before
cocksucker
all the
keeps
fucking.
killing you with the
This is
rocket
this is
launcher.
before all the power scaling.
Look, you know what we need to have? We need to have a scene where Abigail gets referenced because Void Mundus decides to come back from the dead in the middle of 2, and Dante just slaps him at the beginning of 2 to like set up the power scaling. Just for fun of it. Or Despair Body just needs to have more impressive
You're
statements.
just like my fucking brother.
You know, being a higher dimensional being or something. Like, that'd be kind of cool.
Oh man, we'll get that by confirming that Moonus is a higher dimensional being when they remake DMC1.
Arius, I think Arius still needs to have those 2 scenes with his voice line. Like, they should not change that. Do not change the ability for him
Don't
to have
even give us new
his
cutscenes
voice
with
cut
Arius.
out.
Just give us the same ones.
Like,
Same
that is an
audio.
iconic scene. You can't take that out, even if you remake it. Like, no! Like, his freaking, like, voice just cracking.
Fuck out of here! How the
You go back and
fuck
watch
did
it, it's
he
hilarious.
know?
Nah, that's a great scene.
Holy shit! He just got a triple.
Now
Yeah.
I will absorb his power.
Are you gay?
Now I will summon the infested chopper.
Sounds about right.
My fucking
You'll fight the
brother's talking
best
about
boss
fucking
fight in the
absorbing
series.
fucking weirdo.
Oh, so we found the go actually, so we can.
When I look at the infested chopper and it's like, man, if I wanted to auto 4, I just go buy like TMC.
Since
I could just go
sliced
buy a
bread, huh?
PS4. And
Oh, I know. There was a time where, well, I mean, obviously, I'm still super in Dead by Daylight, but I was so in Dead by Daylight every time we
Yeah,
would
no,
actually go play
absolutely.
Battlefield. I was like,
those scenes
"Ooh,
are
bitch,
national treasures.
I don't know what I would
want.
want for the weapons because I don't. I'm not
How
sure what they
about
were going
actual
for.
different fucking weapons instead of just a sword over and over again? Don't make
Oh
them
yeah,
elemental.
Lucia needs to have all of a bunch of abilities. Take away all the abilities.
Good. That means Dead by
Actually,
Daylight's
that is
getting fucking burnt into your
Proper
bloodstream. It's
progression
good.
system.
I mean, I wouldn't. I think the
Dude,
progression
I'm not
system was
gonna lie to
fine
you,
because it's the same as the
sometimes
rest
I
of the
go to
series.
There was no
and I
progression
dream of Dead
system.
by
That's
Daylight
the
of
joke.
being in
Like you
magic.
literally start the game with all the abilities.
I mean, you have to
I'm
upgrade
not
your.
even
You have to upgrade
kidding,
your
dude.
fucking sword.
And then
That
I'll
takes
wake
away.
up and I
Oh
was
wow,
like,
I have to
yo, was that
upgrade
real
damage.
life? Or
Wow,
was that
that's
just a
that's
fucking
so
game?
fucking.
Wow, so
Oh.
ungrateful that you get more damage.
Oh, that's like no.
Freddy Krueger's trying to tickle my fucking butthole.
Yeah, if they
Honestly,
gave new
dude.
mechanics, that'd be cool, but they don't.
Not today, gay
Yeah.
boy.
Let's see.
Oh my gosh.
For me,
Like
it's
the
just.
best. Well, I was gonna say the best thing that you get in terms of like
Dude, I just
those and
need
stuff
4
that you
more
can do in that
fucking
game
kills
is the
with the
time
shotgun.
amulet
It's just not
shotgun
happening.
due to their physics, and Majin trigger, but like you always have that. So
Oh, I'm
Dude,
surprised
that's
you.
fucking
I'm
easy,
surprised
dude.
you
I
acknowledged
was
the
gonna say, you
margin
just
for
suck.
Mangler.
Majin trigger is great for gameplay. It's just
Oh
you
my
use it unless you're dying.
gosh.
So
Everybody keeps camping.
And here I thought it didn't exist. My apologies.
oh, it doesn't. It's canon.
Lies.
Still waiting for someone to prove me wrong.
Majin. You know, Majin just means demon, right?
Oh my
No,
word.
well, it's as far as like the translation, it just means like, what's it fucking called? It's like
No,
devil,
there's one cocksucker
devil
on your
form.
left.
So when some people say it's like Majin DT, it's just DT.
Well,
That's just what
that's
it
why
means.
they call it Super DT in the guidebook.
No, there's.
They had the same
Ultra
one somewhere.
DT.
Ultra combo. Yeah, because one's double trigger was actually pretty cool. I mean, I wouldn't really call it a customizable.
There was
double
actually a
trigger.
point where I thought that like Dante was somehow gaining the ability of like the Majin race. I was like, oh my god, he's getting booze magic. Like, when do I get to turn people into candy? Where's the button that I press that allows me to eat my enemies?
Oh shit.
I will
Shit.
have my revenge.
Yeah.
And you just activate chocolate beam. Dante, you just hear Ruben's voice. Turn into chocolate.
Actually, was Ruben even fucking voicing Dante at that point?
No, he wasn't. That'd be kind of hilarious if he had like a kid. If he just shows up in like a remake. Well, I mean, if there's a remake, he's gonna be voiced.
Unless they I don't think he'll probably lose that job anytime soon.
No, he is the Dante.
That's just
In the same way that Dan Southworth is the Virgil.
Yeah,
Like
he
they're
did.
not
Damn
gonna
it, yeah.
another Virgil. They'll distort his
Stupid
voice,
ass
but they'll never
UAVs,
be
dude.
like.
I mean, to be fair, like it really just all depends on Capcom. Like they could pull an Itsuno and be a dick to their voice actors.
They could pull a what?
Not Itsuno, my bad. A Kamiya. No, wait.
Yep.
What the fuck is his name? Damn it.
Dude, I've only got
I'm
one
unfamiliar
fucking
with any
kill
of
this
these
week.
references.
He made Metal Gear. What's his name? Kojima. Yeah, pull a Kojima.
Was Kojima a dick to his voice actors? I don't remember.
You know, fucking the guy who voiced Snake for all the games except 5.
Yeah.
He had to re-audition
Son
for
of
that
a
role
bitch!
every
Dude,
single
fuck!
game.
Where the fuck is our team,
Because Kojima
man?
kept trying to replace him every single game.
Was it really the voice?
No, so Kojima never wanted him to be the voice for Snake, but he was the only good voice for Snake at the time.
Oh.
He originally wanted the guy who's the voice in Metal Gear Solid 5 to be Snake. So as soon as that guy showed up like, hey, I'll be Snake, he's like, alright, get the fuck out of here. I can't remember what the fuck their names are. I don't remember voice actors too well.
Eric!
The only one I remember is Dan Southworth, because he's like so involved in the community.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Yeah, Kojima was a fucking dick to his fucking voice actors there, among well, other accusations, but take those with a grain of salt.
Yeah, that's just what I would want for DMC2 if I had to say anything, though.
Hey,
Basically,
Gus,
just a
what's
complete
that?
game is
Oh,
what he's
shit.
saying.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Good
As far as
job.
stuff that I would add, well, I mean, fully playable Trish, fully playable Lucia. There are things I would keep in DMC2. For one, out of the weapons that Lucia got, keep the cranky bombs. Just give them more moves.
Oh man, fuck
Or
that
give them
community.
any moves.
Yeah, no, the cranky bomb, just the basic animation of the cranky bomb of like a shit ton of depth.
Yeah,
But like
'cause-
that's just throwing the bomb, just because like it delays you in the air.
yeah, because Cranky Bombs had fucking nothing.
It's also a time projectile, so or like you
Or it was
know.
supposed to be.
Well, yeah. Once I realized that was a thing, I could much. You can also like throw it based on what angle you could do. You could do that. You could like splitting mechanics. You could like bounce it. Maybe there'd be some other things that you could do. It's various
Fucker, how did he
opportunities.
sing? Oh,
Yeah, David Hayter is Snake's voice actor. Or was Snake's voice actor, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
The Solid Snake or Naked Snake?
Well, they were all voiced by the same person until fucking Metal Gear Solid 5. And in Metal Gear Solid 5, Kojima fucking gave fucking the role to that, I think
Oh, when he
Sutherland?
becomes the big boss.
Oh.
I mean, technically, he was Big Boss in Metal Gear Solid 3, technically. You know.
No, not officially.
Fucking hell!
I mean,
oh
then
my
you want to talk
gosh.
Peace Walker then?
He was Naked Snake.
Alright, so, okay, I'll bring in Peace Walker and Spec Ops. Or Special Ops.
Nobody gives a fuck about Peace Walker.
Everyone gives a fuck about Peace Walker. It's essential to the lore of the games.
No.
It actually
Nobody
is.
cares about that. Nobody cares about Ground Zero.
Ground Zero. Well, you're right. No one cares about Ground Zero. Well, actually, if you care about Phantom Pain, you have to care about Ground Zero.
No.
I never played Ground Zero. I only played Phantom Pain.
I only care about the mainline game.
Boo, Mangler. Boo.
Except for Revengeance. Revengeance gets a pass.
Oh, Revengeance gets a pass just because it gives you fucking
Quentin
swords.
Flynn and his Raiden.
Balrog, can you believe this guy?
I'm so good. I
like
voiced
Revengeance.
Axel in Cage and every
I also
relevant
like Flash.
fucking person.
Did you
He
just say you
also-
don't like Metal Gear Solid 5, Balrog?
No, I said I like it.
Good.
He also voices Spider-Man in Ultimate Alliance 1, which is kind of weird.
That is weird.
No.
Yeah, I saw him in that and I was like, is that
You wanna
Axel's
sleep?
voice actor?
Huh?
Like,
You wanna sleep?
ugh.
No.
Oh, I thought you were going to sleep.
Bitch, fuck you. You gotta stay up all night one night. I'm gone basically
Yeah,
all the
but
fucking
you
time.
work
You can
tomorrow.
suck a dick.
That's not what I asked. Why are you so gay, Aaron? Alright, I'm just gonna put my headphones back on there.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah, no, Metal Gear Solid 5 was a great game. I feel like I should play Metal Gear Solid 5 on stream at some point, but I don't know if I want to go through all the trouble again. Because I played
I
on
feel
Xbox
like-
360.
I feel like you should play Ninja Gaiden Black and turn it up to master difficulty.
Why are you asking me to fucking kill myself? You know, there's easier ways to do that.
You need discipline in your life, and there is a great way to find that in the game of Ninja Gaiden.
Apparently,
Learn patience by bludgeoning yourself.
it's nowhere near as hard as Ninja Gaiden 2.
Well, then I guess we'll start with that one.
Do it, Zim. Play Ninja Gaiden Black. Is it still on Game Pass? If it is, I'll download it.
I don't think it is anymore.
Damn. Sorry, guys. What can I say?
But,
tried.
you know, I could, you know, turn on my Xbox.
No, we're not doing that fucking game share crap again. Well, to be
Wait.
fair, it did work out pretty well, nonetheless, but still.
Well, no, like, it doesn't have any two-player function. I'm not...
Well,
Besides,
no.
what-
If you,
What am I gonna do? Summon you in? Like, hey, bro, let's do some enemy step practice. Honestly, that didn't work as well for DMC because we were in a small fucking room with no camera. If I had put us in mission 2, that would have been perfect. I would have just
Is
thrown
it
the camera in
really
the corner and
possible to
been like,
take your underwear off without taking off your pants? Yeah.
have you never worn human clothes? What are you, like an alien?
I mean, it's still possible. Like you can argue that.
Guys, we have a shapeshifter in the chat.
That's a weird question. That's what you're gonna say there. That's a weird question. That's what you're gonna say there.
Really?
I mean,
Dark
technically,
Squad, we get to this
the
point in the
answer
chat.
is yes. Technically, the answer is yes. It is possible, but it is a super pain in the ass.
I would
No, it's not.
advise
It's called
just
scissors.
taking off your pants first and then taking off your underwear, because that's generally how humans take off their clothing. I've been told that's how it works.
It would look pretty
don't-
weird if you did the other thing.
I don't, I've transcended the concept of clothing. I do wear what appears to be clothing to you, but it exists
to
on
me.
another plane to me. I don't have this problem.
Oh, peasants.
No, it's for sure.
They're fine.
I'm awesome.
I know.
Okay.
Hang on.
Sup, Pomo?
Anyways, where was I? So yeah.
Yeah.
Again, watch my old videos. I do have a video talking about what I would want on DMC2, if you guys are interested in that one.
Oh, where is it?
Still have to finish my hypothetical game concepts, but that's 2 years old now, and a bit
Oh,
redundant with
the,
DMC5 out.
Ice Storm?
Man,
Ninja
I
Gaiden is
think it
not
shoots
on
blue
here.
bullets.
You know what you don't have?
What?
Hypothetical Devil May Cry 6.
Yeah.
Nah.
Have you already changed your
I'm not sure. I'm not
operators
sure if
and
I want Devil May Cry 6 anytime soon.
shit? Your operators. Like the
I'm not sure about
characters
you
can play as?
guys, but like, I'd rather have like a more complete Devil May Cry 5 instead of Devil May Cry 6. You know?
Yeah.
I'd rather have a virtual DLC.
Are you Ghost?
Well,
or
that's
are
what I mean
you,
by more
TI?
complete, because they're not going to give that to us. They're going to make us pay for it.
I'll pay for it.
I mean, I'll pay for it too, but apparently they don't want They don't want our money. How disrespectful!
Yeah. That sounds like 68 gigs.
I'm sorry,
Like
what
10
were we talking about?
How Capcom doesn't want our money.
Aw.
Because they won't give us
And then I can
the
already picture Dylan would talk a lot of shit, but would still suck ass.
Or it should be like, you know what? We don't want to give you a virtual DLC, but we'll make DMC6 and we'll make it an entire
Yeah.
game based around virtual. We just don't like the idea of adding virtual into a game where he's not already planned.
They will.
But
They
we will
will
make-
literally make a brand new game just to give you virtual.
Watch
You know
it just
if
be
Virgil
like-
plays own full game, that would probably be the best selling Devil May Cry game.
I doubt it.
I don't know if I could like, if they did that, I don't know if I could like process the thought process that they think, where there's just like, okay, they're kind of just scared to put him in a game where it's not pre-planned. Either that, or they just don't want to fuck him up, so they're like, nah.
Oh, I killed myself.
How do you fuck them up? The only thing you have to do is get rid of the concentration gauge from 4.
No, seriously. Well, even then, you could keep it. There's a way to balance it,
No, there isn't.
but it's like,
You can't balance perfection.
just remove the after images.
And Selzim has spoken.
Remove the ability for him to gain concentration by standing still. Like, remove the fact that it buffs your judgment cuts,
No.
and then just make it that the only
I love
benefit it really
Hitmarkers
gives
in
you is that it
hardcore.
activates super moves in DT.
No.
And
I
then
should just
besides
make my
that, you
DT
can
wet as
use
fuck.
it to activate like different variations of sword illusion and shit. And then you can, again, they could literally design concentration the way Sin DT is.
How many times do I
Or
have to
he's-
say no?
Like, there's
All the
so
time.
many applications for concentration that could be a real.
My dick does not taste
But
like
again-
Captain Crunch.
They'd have to implement this. Now that they've done all the designs with Dante,
Why not? I don't know. That's a
They have,
weird ass
like, a
statement,
place to
dog.
go with this.
Hang on. Any of these close to, any of these, oh.
I think the norm is that
away.
God smelling like tastes like
The moment I transcend anything is the moment Ash becomes a Pokemon Master. Bold of you to assume he isn't. He just isn't the Pokemon League champion.
That's how England's gonna spin that one.
Well, actually, he now is the
One
Pokemon
of our guys
champion.
up there.
No,
So,
he's a champion of one Pokemon area.
Yeah.
yeah, no, a Pokemon League champion. I didn't say the Pokemon League champion.
Because he'll never be the league Pokemon champion.
I don't
That's why
know
his-
why they didn't give it to him in like the first 3 gens. Like,
Because
got
he
so
sucks.
close.
Yeah.
What about?
Ash is a terrible trainer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No.
He doesn't exploit the mechanics of the fucking world he's in at all.
Yeah, but friendship and magic and
There's no
Plot twist.
magic in Pokemon. The fuck are you on about?
The magic is existing.
What? That guy wasn't even looking at me!
The magic
Liking the
is
joke,
What
I
the
finally
fuck?
doesn't lose
kill
to a
you.
Blaziken.
I was gonna say what the magic in Pokemon is that what doesn't kill you actually makes you stronger. Because
And
apparently,
makes you 10 forever.
yeah, apparently human
No, what doesn't
beings.
kill you just makes you incredibly broken, as Ash can lift a Larvitar.
I mean, fucking like in the first episode, which I have on like VCR,
So
which
I'm
I've
trying to
watched like
use
several
this,
times. He goes, gets the
I'm trying to use
Pikachu
this,
at the lab,
action
and it
pack.
electrocutes
Yeah,
him
it's
with
so
like
fucking
10,000 volts of electricity.
Because
and
like everybody
Professor
shoots
Oak's
mows
just like,
down with their SMGs.
What doesn't
in,
kill
like, 2
you,
fucking
like
seconds,
just
man, when you're
makes
trying
you
to
stronger. And I'm like,
aim and
are you
shit.
fucking kidding me? That 10-year-old just got electrocuted.
Where did the fuck did you get your degree?
Like, like in what?
It turns out
in
he was
what-
just an online professor.
No, he's a scamp. He's a con artist.
No, it's like, what are your credentials? My credentials are just burying my balls in your mum when you're gone.
No, I'm just trying to level up.
Just get the fuck out of here, kid. I'm trying to score.
He's way
High
too
fives,
old
Mr.
for
Mine.
her. What are you on about?
Oh, please, Mangler. We all know he's rocking that sweet
Yeah.
dough. Don't act like
Yeah,
that.
Dude,
fucking
he's like
bastard.
literally in the gray area. He's
I
in
love
like
how
the
Mangler said-
60s. She's in like her mid-30s.
Mangler, Mangler, it's not gonna change anything. I assure you, the real world will prove you that.
We all know Giovanni's the father.
no.
That would explain why Ash can't succeed, because Giovanni loses at everything too.
I mean, I don't want to say anything.
It's all but confirmed.
Liars, my dude.
It'd be more explainable than fucking Professor
forget to
Oak. Like,
pick a person.
seriously? Like, your dad lives in the
why-
same town?
Why do you act like fucking old dudes can't get laid? Why are you acting
No,
like
it's not him being old. It's the idea that it's like, what, father exists in the house, like, literally, like, 2 paces down from art? Well, I'm thinking game,
Mangler,
but like,
Oak is daddy with an I, not a Y.
Larry's right, Dust. Thanks for stopping by.
mm,
The stream will probably go on for like a couple more minutes, and then I'll probably end it there. Because I was supposed to do homework today,
you're
but I guess I'll have to do that
give up.
tomorrow.
Okay.
No, I'm not playing as that guy. Why the fuck would I be playing as that guy?
Wait, hang on.
He's fucking
Go back. That's why you put on this
Oh,
fucking
you
team
click
comp.
why he has a skin where he starts wearing a vest or something like to turn on that.
Sorry, I'm trying to fucking do some decent farming here.
Yeah.
Because I have 3 characters.
No, so like I said, I'm just trying to unlock other skins. Like if you go to the
yeah, no,
barracks
my brother's
and you
currently
go to
talking
the
about
missions,
Call of Duty Season
and you
2,
go down
which
and
was
you
actually
see,
pretty
like,
fucking
you
good.
get
Did you guys have seen the new
Ghost
season
Otter,
for Call of
Wings,
Duty?
and shit like that.
Call of
No.
Duty, what?
Modern Warfare, the latest one.
Yes, it does, dog. You gotta keep strong down.
What? Not a fan?
No.
No, I don't have it, so I don't really care.
Okay, so Mangler has a reason. What's your reason? Fucking
He
Demon.
just hates everything.
Oh, because it sucks. And fuck Call of Duty. Shut the fuck up, DBC. It's much better.
Okay, so he has no good reasons. Gotcha.
Yes. Exactly.
I mean, I bought
Just
fucking
buy
Infinite
it.
Warfare, so I know
I
what
mean,
a
I'm a
bad
classical
COD
person.
game is.
Yeah.
I'll have my Medal of Honor.
Medal of Honor was a good fucking series. I don't know how that game series failed so hard.
Medal of Honor Frontline,
I
enough
know, it's
said.
comfortable.
Why are you talking about trash games? How about Rising Sun or fucking Medal of fucking or
No.
European
Dude,
Assault?
Rising Sun
Look,
was so
yeah,
good.
Frontline is the one that
Look,
started it
you're
all. What the shit are you on
What
about?
the-
Get out of your
What's his name?
fucking bubble.
Flow Rider, that's what you look like. You look like fucking
My
Flow
bubble,
Rider.
my bubble includes storming the beaches of Normandy and firing submachine guns at the bunkers and
You're-
somehow that qualifies as covering fire.
No, not Florida. Who am I thinking of? Oh, Rick Ross.
I love how they're just like, hey, you need to lay down fire in that
bunker
bunker by shooting my tiny ass
yeah,
rifle
after he
at
went to
them.
prison.
And like I shoot them, it says 1 of 4 soldiers saved. I'm like, I didn't save shit. He's gonna get plowed by that machine gun in 2
Rick
seconds.
Ross.
Normandy was such a fucked up plan.
Oh, this
No, seriously. Like when I look at that, like tactical standpoint, like every single time I play a
that's who you're
game
playing as.
that like relives it, I'm just thinking to myself, like, whether it's like Medal of Honor, Call of Duty World War II, whatever is making me resimulate.
Oh,
They seem to be under the impression that I have to fire on that bunker, and somehow I'm gonna get like some guys. Yeah, eventually, like if 500 guys fire on the bunker, and then 1,000 guys run for it. Yeah, they can't hit all of you, but the idea that like, oh, it's proper cover fire. No, like at least a third of you are gonna fucking die. Let's be very clear here.
Yeah, those boys were sent to their deaths. I don't know what the strategy was there. Like,
Well, again, eventually you're gonna run out of ammo. Eventually you have to reload.
and that's when we'll get
the
them.
thing. No, seriously, like that was kind of the strategy. It's like we throw people at you until you have to reload.
No!
And it's like, well, you
Damn
can't
it,
hit all of us
stupid
because you
ass
only have
personal
so many
UAV.
machine guns. And evidently it worked.
He can't kill all of us. We were so wrong. He can kill all of us.
Can't kill all of us, but they can kill like
We are not
they
going to
can make us
this,
use
okay?
up to 100k soldiers trying to breach this beach. So,
That's gonna take at least 200k rounds to stop us. Like, you ever look at Saving Private Ryan and you just see them getting off the boat on fire and shit? And I'm just
I didn't
like,
actually watch Save It Private Ryan because I
you
played all
pronounce
the games.
Fucking name right at least. It's Saving Private
Yeah,
Ryan.
I didn't watch Saving Private Ryan, but I do know that was like the first major movie I think to picture.
Yeah, I think that's the first one that really showed off Normandy, like ever.
Yeah.
Why the fuck do you go on Normandy? What the fuck?
If I remember correctly, after you do the Normandy mission and Frontline, you go. I think you go into like the countryside or something.
I actually never played Frontline, so Balrog's gonna have to help you out there.
Balrog, hit me up with that knowledge.
What do you need the knowledge of?
What's the mission after in Frontline after Normandy? Like the second mission of the campaign?
Not sure.
If only we had this resource that could give us information at just a time. But we don't have anything like that, right, guys?
No.
Well, alright, you heard it here first. No, we don't.
Trash. No, I'm just looking at something and it's just trash.
No.
Oh, damn it, I killed my own teammate.
Hang on. Bust it out.
Have any of you seen an ad? There's on a website that's just
I'm not sure what it is. It's not my
disgusting
fault.
trash.
Niggas see the fucking airstrike
Ads,
happening there.
yeah,
Niggas
every
are
time
running
Mike
fucking
Bloomberg has an
headfirst.
ad. You don't know who that is, but he's a politician in America.
No.
Dude, I need
I
two
can
more
one
to
up
get a
you.
veto
I
check.
got an ad for The Last of Us 2.
Oh, disgusting.
Ew.
Is it walking? Look, I don't
really?
mind. Oh, that's a weird EX. I don't mind the, fucking Sony having nothing but walking simulators for their games. I personally don't mind that.
Here's the thing, The
And I'm a
Last of Us
fucking
isn't
idiot.
a bad story,
I'm
it's just a
fucking
shit game.
idiot. Why
Yeah,
did
no,
I have my rocket
it's a
launcher
great
off?
story. It's just nobody cares.
Yeah,
No, here's
Because
the
all
thing.
you're doing
No,
is
The Last of Us
trash
is best
combat.
enjoyed watching the cutscenes.
Yeah.
I too
Fuck the
play
game.
Metal Gear.
Yeah, it's a nice movie, but that's
Yeah, but
it.
4 is just a great movie.
Hey, you
Forza-
like Kratos? Watch
That's all
God of
these
War
people
4,
are,
the
dude.
movie on
Shit,
YouTube. Alright. I'll do that.
So I'll do that right now. Don't even
And
test me.
people
game.
look at me and they're like, okay, but maybe you can play the game. Spend 60 fucking bucks on a waste of my time. Like, Get out of there.
Or don't forget all the hours you're gonna have to spend walking around.
Oh, fuck, I'm behind. Fuck. Oh, they got the video up? Really? They did?
Actually, you know what? One of the only good walking simulators was Shadow of the
it's the
Colossus.
I guess.
No, you
Only
know
the
what's
what?
Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh my god. Amazing.
I wouldn't
you
consider
should
that a
have.
walking simulator. You're on horseback for most of the game.
Oh my goodness. Get
No, you're
out
on-
of here with
You're
that
on horseback.
garbage.
You're literally on horseback for most of the game, and when you're not doing that, you're for your life.
Fuck off, dude!
Like you do, literally.
Like he said.
Like honestly, I find it really hard to suggest that's a walking simulator when you spend so much time running. Like you just
My bad.
running.
Running simulator.
My fucking God,
Okay,
dude.
like that doesn't have even remote same connotation. Because walking simulator is forced sections, whereas
So
Shadow
to, you,
Colossus.
so to you, if the characters would run at a decent speed in God of War, would you call it a walking simulator?
No, it wouldn't be, because there wouldn't be time being wasted.
That's a big problem with it. Not the idea of it. It's just the
Well, okay,
implication.
so there's a couple things. There's
Fuck,
one, the
I
fact
didn't
that
hear
you're
what that-
walking
But Mangler, you're
super
forgetting.
slow.
You're forgetting.
Fucking
You can
A.
climb in God of War.
Well, Mangler's
The
got you
climbing-
there.
Which is even slower than the walking.
Dark Sparta, yeah, I'll put a Discord
No,
link in one of my
but
videos
you can-
later on.
You can also row a boat.
My fucking gosh.
Oh, you know
Oh
who's
my
got you there,
god.
Mangler?
Which is marginally faster than the climbing.
I would.
Yeah, all these long ass maps fucking suck, dude.
I would actually disagree. It seems way slower than like your standard walking too.
It actually is a little bit faster, but it's not. It's not fast enough to
From
make the fucking
why
difference.
the fuck?
Because I'm
is it
not
smart
riding a
enough
boat
where
everywhere.
They fucking
Unfortunately.
are? Damn it!
Would you call it a walking simulator at some parts? You're falling.
Oh yeah, you do some falling. I mean,
I like how you just. We're just gonna
Falling
be,
is
we're just,
marginally quicker than rowing.
are we just gonna be assholes about this now? Like just everything that's not like fucking walking, we're just gonna call it non-walking simulator.
well, again, there are falling sections in God of War 3. I mean, I feel kind of violated by them because of QTE effects, not because they're slow and out of my control.
Do you not
Well,
like
actually,
QTE
they technically
effects?
are because of QTE effects. Well, QuickTime events.
No, I know, but so I'm saying is like, do you not like QTE event or QTE?
I don't like QuickTime events. No,
Why not? They're like
they take. No, they're not the future. They're
They're the
fucking
future.
trash.
They're the future.
I love
of
it,
video
dude.
games.
I love it! I love it, dude! No, I don't.
I'm
I
sorry,
fucking
man.
hate it.
I
I fucking hate this
I see
game.
less and
I
less
fucking
of
hate
them.
Zim's
this
brother
stuff,
seems to
man.
like it.
I fucking hate this era of time in history.
Who?
Fuck.
If your brother could stop bitching for one day,
It
it'd
still
be
baffles me how he's louder than.
no, seriously.
Again, I've shown the setup. My only
No, he's not close enough for it to make a difference.
So
There's
here,
something wrong with your headset.
I was gonna say, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking my headset in particular picks up a specific like frequency of sound, and he just makes that specific frequency.
Here's an idea. Take a rock.
My brother's not dumb.
Okay.
Kill your butt.
Guys,
Slam
okay, take it easy.
somewhere
I'm
in
not gonna go
between
Cain
his-
and Abel here.
No,
No, you don't have to do that. You
no.
know,
Who said?
be a
Who
good
said
brother,
anything
give him a
about
drink
killing
just before you
him?
give him a drink. Give him a little plop plop fizz fizz.
No, just do that thing that was done to SpongeBob, where you just like adjust his voice
Just go a
box
little bit Cosby.
a couple octaves lower, and then your headset stops picking him
I
up.
think my brother chuckles a lot.
There you go.
He does.
Megan was pretty much
breathe a
asking you to
lot.
kill your brother. I'm just asking you to
No,
roofing him.
I did not. Wait, what? You want to?
Apparently, I can't trust any of you guys. Apparently, because you guys are all
Roofing has way worse implications.
No.
I'd rather someone roofing me than smack me over the head with a rock.
I did not say smack him over the head with a rock.
Well, you heard it here first. Balrog has a preference.
If you're
Just
gonna
to
do
fucking
something,
honest,
do
you're
it when
just
I'm
like,
not
yeah,
conscious.
roofie, leave it open ended. Saying roofie someone and then leave it open ended sounds like a really bad situation. Because that can mean death, rape, whatever your imagination.
Okay.
leads to.
Here's the thing, though. If you
I
die
can't
while you're
remember,
roofied, you're not gonna feel it. And if you get raped while you're roofied,
that
you're
makes
not
it better.
gonna feel
Okay,
it.
okay.
Hey, I'm just saying, if you're gonna die somehow, being killed after being roofied is not the worst way to die.
DJ Khaled. Yo, dude,
I
I
just
was
don't
on
like hearing
top
him in the
again.
mic.
Look. I get it. You got some flashbacks because Bill Cosby exists, but it's okay.
Hmm.
Man, celebrities are just fucking
There's
scum.
nothing to
aren't
do.
they?
Yeah.
Like, the only good one is, like, as far as we know, is Keanu Reeves right now. I'm sure there's more.
Yeah, all
You get
the
what
other
I'm
ones are reptile people.
saying? Don't summon Alan now. Come on. I'm sure he's trying to get some sleep.
You know, I love that fucking
No.
crackpot
So
conspiracy
he can get free of you.
reptile of the world. Oh,
Still more believable than the world is flat.
It is.
Because you just have to believe a couple people at the top are reptiles and
Oh, no,
shapeshifters.
not a couple. All of them.
Yes.
All of them being
Didn't
like,
you know the,
"Oh
because
my
the
God,
walrus
who the
were
fuck
gay.
is making that sound?"
Oh, me. I'm opening a bag of
Stop
chips.
or mute yourself.
How do you open a bag of chips that fucking long, dude? Just open it.
He's using his. Yeah, come
Shut
back,
up.
chill, dog.
Oh, I'm opening a bag of chips. Where? Across the fucking planet?
Opening a bag of chips like you're crunching a bottle of water. Like, imagine that.
You know, like, I hate one more, dude.
Man, I've been
Right
staring
back
at this picture of Code Lyoko in the fucking voice chat text for a while.
Wow.
Wow, it's almost like one of us isn't streaming right now for you to have something to watch.
You know,
Yes.
You know.
Right, boys. I'm
Colin
gonna get going. You enjoy.
All right. The stream's gonna end in a couple minutes anyway, so it's fine.
gotta go to bed,
Take care,
so...
Balrog. Yeah. So
Yeah.
after I finish this match, I'll probably just end the stream, just that way you see the end of the match at least.
Mm.
All right, boys. Good stream. Hit you guys up next time. Thanks for stopping by.
Probably later on... What's it called? Later on Thursday.
Go to your.
If we get an announcement.
Yeah. So Thursday for sure will probably be the main planned one, but we'll see what happens before then.
And Friday will be that gameplay shit, so...
I hope it happens in the fucking morning, because if it doesn't, I'm gonna be working.
Well, I'm gonna go then. See you guys later.
Alright, laters. Alright. And that's the end of the match. Yep. So for everyone who was watching this stream, thank you guys for your time as always. Have a nice day, and I'll see you guys on the next stream or video.
You have to assassinate